Scenes.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
We're back again.
We are.
This one gets its own intro, I guess.
Because the last one was a journey, a marathon.
Last one was a journey, a marathon. If you're still with us,
It's part 4 now.
Emulsified Corpse is still with us. This is part 4 of the 2024 recap.
Yes, this one, I promise, we'll keep it brief for you.
This one we'll keep it brief. only a quick 7 hours.
Yeah.
Compared to the 9.5 hours.
Nice and easy.
A fucking dead stare for Rebecca there.
Brisk.
Yeah, we actually had to have a break.
Yeah. Couple days, recoup, regenerate.
I have the flu, like.
Yes.
It nearly killed me. Jason Goes to Hell nearly killed me.
That honestly did nearly kill you.
It nearly took me out of the game. I've never felt closer to death.
Oh man, I should have brought it for you, but I didn't.
But
Sorry.
just to watch.
Yeah.
You know what? It'll come back around. You know what I mean? It's in the time stream now. Like it's in this timeline, I think. So yeah, we took a break and we're back to finish up. We do have a little bit left over.
Just a smidgen.
And that was the other half of media, the entire other half of the media landscape.
Basically.
Which is video games and reading materials.
And reading materials, of course. I am the only one speaking
comics,
of reading
yes,
materials.
The only one who reads anything is Graeme. I'm gonna give me a solid fucking sec. Did I genuinely read anything this year? First and foremost, other than I keep up with manga.
Yeah, man's on One Piece every month, every week.
JoJo's.
Yup, he's on them.
When did I finish JoJo Lane? I might have finished JoJo Lane this year.
Is
actually.
JoJo Lane done?
Yeah, JoJo Lane was finished a couple of years ago.
Oh wait.
It's the JoJo Lands that
yeah,
the current one.
Right now. Got you.
I might even mention JoJo Lane. I think I did finish JoJo Lane this year.
But I thought you'd finished it before JoJo Land started.
No, that's false.
You're still gone.
It's actually, yeah, no, I was reading them back to back.
Okay.
I think I did finish. I did! Because I finished it when me and Rebecca went to see Hamilton for Rebecca's birthday. I remember being in that fucking hotel room going like, I did it. The one to review, part 700, I finished it.
Man done it.
Okay, oh my god, I have something to talk about and it's JoJo's. Okay, this episode just travelled at length.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so, but it is true, I mean.
But at least he's got something.
Me and Graeme have a bit of a more dichotomous relationship in regards to what these two are.
Yeah, reading materials, yes.
And games.
And games, yeah.
I chug through a lot more games than Graeme does.
I suppose that's where the disparity is.
And yeah, you read a lot more books. You know, we just picked our poisons essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, we like both.
True.
And you know, I would like to read more than I do. And you'd probably like to play more video games than you do.
These
To be
are
honest,
facts.
I'd like to play more video games than I do, and you'd like to read more than you do as well. I think.
That's true. Yeah.
So you know, we're old men now, the right
Damn
age
it.
of 20-fucking-7,
Oh.
and we're too busy. We're on the grind.
We're up, bro.
We're on the hustle.
grind, you know.
We've got to go to the cinema. I've got to go to the cinema.
Got to get that bag.
At the cinema.
Come on.
I was checking times today.
Oh.
We have a screening teed up for the Brutalist.
Oh my, man's going to see the Brutalist.
Which I was just like, I thought you were going to see the Brutalist, maybe?
Am I?
You were on this train? Am I
Sure,
losing my mind? You were on
sure.
this fucking train?
Aye, I'd like to go see a bit Brutalist architecture. Sure.
It's 3.5 hours.
Yep,
it's
knew that.
Adrian Brody in it.
Yep, I'm in.
And it's a period epic.
Guy Pearce is there.
I'm seated. Guy Pearce, Felicity Jones.
You know.
I'm seated. I'm at the cinema.
I'm ready, man.
There is approximately one day that we can watch it.
Pog.
Yes.
It's got an intermission?
It's got baked in intermission.
Oh, boys, I'm ready.
Yeah, you know.
When was that last done?
Tell me there's a film with baked in intermission. I'm like, I have to see it. I have to be in the cinema.
Simply must be there.
So Friday the 24th of January, be there or be square.
Okay, yeah.
I'll have to see if
Man,
I'm working.
that's also the day, like, 8 other films come out.
Is it?
Aye.
It's also the day that the Simpsons tapped out mobile game gets taken offline.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm fucking heartbroken.
Man, I remember the day Spider-Man... Oh, the Endless Runner.
He's not in that game.
I can't remember.
Oh, right. Yes, the Spider-Man Dash, Spider-Man Run. You love that fucking game?
Yes, that was taken off. It's so sad. And I see it now and again. There's like an emulation like squad trying to get it running, but that's on like Android and like PC, which I can't do.
Do what Nintendo did. And it's weird for Nintendo to be like the peak here, but Nintendo shut down their online servers for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Right.
And then essentially just bundled everything into the game,
Yeah.
put a fixed calendar down for like the live events, and took all the online stuff offline a little bit. Like they've got basic online connectivity because like the regular Nintendo shit, and it just sold it to you. Like you give us like a $5 or something, and then you just get to keep the game forever. You get to keep all your stuff. It's just we're not going to ever add anything to it again.
See, that's based.
Yeah, literally. So like Simpsons should do that. Just cut off all the online stuff and just like boot the stuff to the phone. Like let me just keep my town on my phone. Spider-Man Runner. Like, there's not that much that they need to worry about the servers for.
They had a bunch of characters out. They had a bunch of like, different maps you could do in. So I think you could have just left it there forever.
You genuinely could have. Digital video games are a naughty plague.
Damn it.
Yeah, well, we'll sort of just get to it then. I said we'd go with games first because there is much less to talk about.
I suppose.
Because I have like a list of, I've got like 5, I think.
5 games?
5 games.
Bro played lots of games.
We've got, I was going to say, it's wild that that's like a lot for us as well.
Damn.
Technically 4 because one of them's a DLC, let's be clear.
Okay.
I can add in an extra DLC because between the last recording and this recording, I finished a DLC.
Ah, man. 6 games then.
6 games, anything to get the movie and get the numbers up, bro. And we have a couple others that we've been playing together that like.
So true.
Because when I talk about games I completed. I talk about story games. I talk about things that really gave me zhuzh. Like we've been playing games in the middle that are just like biding the time.
Bro, cancerous,
yeah, like actual like killing me a little bit.
Inside, yes.
We've been talking, Graeme and me, a lot recently about like what in God's name did I do to relax? Like what?
This is true. It's a conversation we had.
I had a friend at work who said that he was playing Valheim and he was like I play Valheim to like relax. It's like my chill game, and I'm like, I don't think I have a game like that at all. I think every game makes me angry.
That's it. I'm trapped in the locked in state. Like, I can't not be.
And then the only games that don't have like a fixed timeline for me, like some of the games on this I love, but they're done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I could maybe go back down the line, but I don't play games.
Replay them
that frequently, unless there's like a direct reason.
Right. Aye. That is maybe quite weird because I feel like I'm like happy to just replay the games.
You've got that bit more, aye. Plus, you've got a bit more of a, not competitive, maybe the word. You mentioned about how Resident Evil 3, you could just crack that out.
Bro, I just love that game, man.
You just love that game, and it's like
fun.
If you're good with your time, it's just like 2 hours.
Aye, like you just know a massive commitment. It's just like you have some fun, you shoot some zombies, you do some cool like set piece bits, and then like that's you done.
To be fair, I think I could look at it and find some games. It's the length. If Resident Evil 3 was like 9-10 hours,
right?
Do you feel like you could replay it as easily?
I it might be because when I was younger, I was playing Resi 4 on the PS2, and I would just play that non-stop like all day. And then I got the GameCube and I got all the Resident Evils there, and I would just replay them all. So like I guess it's just like baked in. That's how I grew up playing games, is just replaying them.
That's fair.
And I guess it's stuck with it because it's Resident Evil and they remade them all.
Do you know what else?
They're relatively similar time-wise.
That's fair, yeah. Sort of. They've nicely grouped together. I really hope we get 5 soon, actually. Although I think that we're on the cusp of things going completely wacky, aren't we? Like, we're making 5 compared to like, because 5's not like 4 or 3 or 2, is it?
5's closer to 4.
Oh, okay.
But we're still like pushing further away for like
6 is
normal things.
Ballistic mental.
Yeah, 6 is like truly bullshit insane. Yeah.
I was going to say something that actually I've realised in fairness is that I play a lot of and really like exclusively open world games.
Yeah,
so
that gives me anxiety.
That's probably why I can't replay them. It's different. Like Resident Evil is literally like start to finish. I can't like jump in and fucking whack out like Spider-Man 2 or like fucking Cyberpunk 2077 in like a brisk 3 hours.
You're really looking forward to replaying Far Cry New Dawn, right?
I wasn't even looking forward to playing Far Cry New Dawn, honestly.
Yeah, but that's the game you're kind of playing.
And that gets to the first point on the list. So this year I played Far Cry 6.
Oh no, another one down. He's ready for 7 whenever it comes.
Well, is he ready for 7? Oh god, this game was it was better than New Dawn.
Well, that wouldn't be hard, would it?
Not really, no. New Dawn was too entrenched in its like wacky
RPG
like
mechanics,
scaling. Like you're like, well, you have to be level 7 to fight these level 7 enemies.
Oh, you're doing
level
like
6,
no damage.
So you're doing no damage. You get one shot.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
This still has that, but it's very easy to just avoid it. Right. I remember going in this game, people were telling me, oh, it's kind of fucked, the bullet mechanic's kind of fucked. Not really. You just find like a gun you're good at, and then you can carry multiple bullet types in this game.
Right.
I think
also like incendiary rounds, explosive rounds, stuff like that.
Yeah, literally. Right. And New Dawn, I'm pretty sure you had to go back to the crafting table to like, or you had like fixed guns. I don't think you could swap bullet types.
You could only have like one on you at a time, kind of thing.
Something like that. There was, in this one, it's literally like I have a sniper rifle and I've purchased the mods for incendiary bullets and armor piercing ones, and I can just flick through them.
Man, that's like in 3.
So it's literally
how did we lose that?
I think it's in 5 as well, so I don't know. I can't remember. People were saying like, "Oh, you have to go back to the workbench." Fucking no, you don't.
Right.
I had like the same assault rifle for about 90% of this game,
Man.
and it was literally like, "Oh, that guy's got fucking armor swapped to armor piercing. Oh, that guy's not armor swapped to incendiary." Like,
Bro. Easy.
it was fine. It was fine. It was
a Far Cry game, Ewan.
it was a Far Cry game. It wasn't, but it's probably worse than
5.
5 and 4. I really like 4.
Is 5 like the pinnacle?
Well, I think it's hard to say because it depends on your relationship to it. Like, you'd
Right.
argue 3's the pinnacle, but I never played. I've not played 3.
I think 3's ass.
You think 3 is ass?
I played 3 this year, I think it's ass.
You've played 3 this year and you think it is ass.
Ass, bro.
Why?
It's not aged well.
Not aged well.
That's my take.
Have you played 5?
I've played a bit of 5. Like, I've played the tutorial island and, like, a bit of the first, like, area.
Okay.
And I would probably go back to it because it certainly played better than 3.
Well, that was what I was going to say. Like, I wonder if, because 5 is such a push in a certain direction, I'm like, if you're so familiar with 5, does the previous ones look better? But I don't know, I still love 4, and 4's just 3.
I know, see, that's why I was thinking, like, oh, that's probably
Did you play 4?
No, but
Right.
that's what I'm thinking, like, the criticism was when it came out was, like, it's just, like, 3 again.
Yeah, I've always said that, like, if 4 came out before 3, it would just be...
But reversed, yeah.
It'd be reversed.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a different location story, but the gameplay is all fairly similar. Although, again, it's 6 half a dozen.
Bro,
Like,
Primal?
Primal's allegedly alright, considering I've never
okay.
played it.
Okay.
I don't
Man,
wanna
I'm
get-
shocked that you, like, missed that one out.
Well, because it's just caveman. It's just like
That's
fucking
true.
unga bunga, like
Definitely.
I hit my head with a rock,
Sabretooth.
literally. And I like don't care for that. I'm
Fair.
not saying like having fucking modern day guns is what makes it, but I just can't imagine the
It's just a bit more fun.
yeah,
Aye.
pretty much
And, like,
like
characters aren't going, like, speaking caveman speak, and you just
literally
read
like
the
oh
subtitles, are they?
you go base,
Yeah.
kill enemy in base, take over base. That's what my brain does when I play a Far Cry
Yeah,
game. Like maybe I
yeah.
should play Primal because it's like, oh yes, me use stealth, me use
You can, like,
bow and arrow to stealth base.
connect on, like, a deep level.
Fucking already, I'm a fucking unga bunga caveman. Fuck aye. Well, that's a really interesting one then. Aye. I mean, I wouldn't even put it past you. Plus, I think 3's got a lot of like joy in the nostalgia. A lot of people forget some of the rougher parts of 3's
See, that is, like, carrying it for me, probably.
with the nostalgia.
Yeah, and I didn't, like, I mean, other people playing it, like, because I don't really have nostalgia, I didn't play it at the time. I was playing, like, COD and FIFA.
Yeah.
So I missed all this. So that's probably what's carrying it for loads of people, is the nostalgia of playing it.
I don't know why I played 4. I wonder how I got into 4. But then that's what I say. I skipped 3 completely.
Yeah, because you've not even been, like, on Assassin's Creed. So I don't
No,
know how
I've
you
never
got,
played
I don't know
Assassin's
how
Creed,
you
like,
got
ever.
to Ubisoft, like, through Far Cry before you even done, like, Watch Dogs then,
I probably had to have watched a video.
and went, like, that looks like
That
what I
looks
mean.
like fun.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to run around and like, or like it was probably Troy Baker. Do you know that's gonna sound
Right.
really weird, but I was really big on Troy Baker back then.
Good voice
And there were a lot
actor.
of Troy Baker's the villain in this. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Troy Baker's like the villain in this.
Let's
like
go.
that's cool that they're like
Let's
making a
play
big deal
that.
out of like the villain and who he's played by. And then obviously you just keep stepping up. Like
Yeah.
come to about 6 and it's just like full fucking Giancarlo. Like,
Here we are.
which is funny because he's probably one of the weakest parts. No.
Damn.
So I mean, you don't really rate the stories in these games because
Nah,
there's
they're
just
pretty
run-
standard, aren't they?
They're literally just run about and
Evil
collect
guy
things.
doing evil shit.
This one's it's like a Cuban type environment, and it's a sort of like a dictator who's got like a fucking drug state. He's like mass manufacturing like a miracle drug,
Right.
and he's sort of using it to like he's using it to fund like an expansion of the country itself, but at the
Right.
cost of like the people. Like he's getting people in slave camps and
To build the drug.
to build the drug, and like the drug's fertilized with like just it's super killer. Like
nice.
people are like in the fields. He's like, quick, let's
Dying.
spin the fertilizer. It will just give everybody what on the drug cancer, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And you're like, right, okay, so you're the villain, I guess. This one's fucking because it's got his son involved as well.
Yeah.
And you keep getting flashes to him where it's like, okay, it's him and his son and they're talking. You kind of get the concept of a character situation. Like his son actually doesn't like him, and the start of the game is you, the character, trying to like escape. You get on like a fucking passenger ship, just fucking get out of town.
Yeah.
But the ship gets turned over because it turns out his son was stowing away because his son's trying to get away.
Oh shit.
So you kind of have this thing like it was the son's fucking fault that we're all dead then, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like everybody except you dies, and then you're sort of kind of coerced into joining like a liberation
The
movement,
freedom fighters.
and the game's just kind of go for there. It's the same thing, like 3 regions,
Yep.
boss of each region. Base level story. This
Yeah.
one's like you go to each region and find a different type of group. There's like the farmers, there's the radio people, and there's the old soldiers in the third region.
Right,
There was like
and
a
they're
previous
like
revolution.
they're like the freedom fighter guys that are holding out.
Yeah, they're like, so the farmers are like a coalition. They're like fighting against like slave drivers. The middle ones, like the radio people, don't really feel like weird because they're just like culture. They're fighting like a culture war.
Right.
So it's just like you help these people who run like a fucking free radio.
Okay.
And they're kind of annoying, although people seem to think they're really annoying online. I didn't hate them that much. I just was a bit like it was weird because they're just people with a radio, but it just so happened to have like military guys back them up type of thing. But it was fine. I ended up actually getting really into it for the third act. The third act, you go to find the old guard. There was like an old revolution.
Aye.
And there's a bunch of like really famous old fucking like
Soldier
veteran
dudes.
warriors. And they're all cunts. They're all like crotchety, like fuck this shit. We're not getting involved again. We fought one revolution already. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then you find out there's actually another group in that region who are like kids. Who are like very young. And they're like, oh fuck it. We're going home. We're getting involved. We're blowing shit up. Like come get involved with us. But then it kind of just all goes to shit because the villain of that region, like, fucking indiscriminately attacks them and a bunch of people from both sides get killed. And they end up, you'd think the old people would kind of be justified, like, oh, these crotchety young kids, they don't know what they're doing. We're only going to get involved because they have to help. And it ends up being more like no, the old people were wrong, actually. The old people should have been helping from the start. Like, you can't stop fighting for freedom if there's always oppression. Like, you can't just give up. Like, there's always going to be a fight, stuff
Gotta
like
do it,
that.
bro. Come on.
And I remember coming out of that being like, the story of the third region
It's actually this.
it's based. It's better than the entire story of the rest of the game. Like I ended up enjoying the characters of that and the actual general logistics alone there so much.
If only that was the whole game.
Literally, if only literally. I mean, because by the end you just like fucking storm the castle and just like win. But then there's that whole classic shit. Like I don't know, maybe bad people will rise again. Maybe the revolutionaries had bad people in it. Like I think fucking Castillo is like dying of cancer anyway.
Right.
And he's trying to pass his shit on to his son. And his spoilers. He kills his son at the end. I think someone kills his son, or the son kills himself, or they kill each other. Everyone fucking dies, and that's just it.
That we're over. Done.
Literally, and then, but there's this weird random waffling where like the one guy who's been helping you the whole time is like, maybe you're actually not a freedom fighter, Danny. That's your character's name, Danny. Maybe you like the thrill of the kill, and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I do. And I'm like, well, when was this ever fucking a part of my character or anything?
Yeah, you've just kind of threw this on me.
They try and do the Far Cry 3 character arc, you know, like, you finish 3.
Yeah.
You know how, like, at the end you've essentially got, like, the, like, free your friends and, like, abandon the whole lifestyle, or you commit fully to the lifestyle.
Yeah.
They try and, like, play that whole, like, oh, I don't know, maybe you actually, like, being a fucking mad psycho killer.
Man, who are we killing then after
I was
this?
gonna say, bro, we were just doing a revolution, and you guys made it fun the whole time, and at the last minute, you're like, oh, I don't know.
Shooting people, bad.
And then the game
no matter who you shoot.
Catch and roll. And I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that? I was
See you in 7, mate.
See you in 7? Well, there's a fucking post-credits.
Oh.
Right? And this game's distinctly set after 3.
Yeah.
And the guy that you were helping shows up. Turns out he was being a bit of a dick anyway. And he did help. He wanted to help. But he also, like, smuggled some of the cancer drug out. He's like, I'll just make some money off this on the side. And he's fucking like, bro, here's the drug for you. I got it for you. We actually did it. And the fucking guy comes up, fucking smuggler. It's Vaz. I just feel like Michael Mando Vaz.
But, like, he's dead.
No, he's just back. He's alive.
But, like, we killed him.
See you in 7.
Oh, for fuck's sake. How did we know?
Well,
how did I not miss
say
that?
Like, there was a chance he survived because you were, like, drugged up. So maybe it was like a fucking fugue state.
Right, I suppose. You were, like, high on all sorts of balls.
I think you play the DLCs for 6 because the 3 DLCs were actually maybe some of the most interesting ones because it's you play as a villain from a past game.
Right.
Going through, like, shit in their psyche. And then just trying to, like, you just explain shit.
Man, the
like
Vaz one's
one. Yeah,
obviously
Vaz's
good.
one's like, I wanted to really fuck Citra.
Obviously.
Who is my sister.
Yep.
And then the Pagan Man one is like, I think he's just like, he's repressed fucking trauma about how, like, he actually did have a nice relationship with the player character of that game's mum, but there was like an affair, and the husband, like the player character's dad, was like a fucking psycho and like killed her or something, and he's fucked up about that. And then I don't know what the one for five is. I think he's like, just crazy because he's like, he's seen fucking religion and he's seen like God. And he's like, bro, there's gonna be a nuclear apocalypse, like fucking imminently.
Fuck. Get in the bunker.
Get in the bunker right now. Like the fucking the bombs are coming. I the gameplay was still fine and fun. I still think they should remove any of that fucking like gating shit. Like because there's still like a gating thing.
You
like,
can only do area 1 and then you can only do the next area.
Well, it's
you
kind
can't
of like
just
there's
pick
some
any.
stuff you could give a go, but it's just obnoxiously difficult. And sometimes there is just places where you're not allowed to go, and I'm like, this is stupid.
I don't like any of that level gating stuff. Like I noticed it really bad in God of War when if you like the overall level mattered more than your actual stat points. So if you were level 6, you couldn't hit this enemy and do any damage, but if you're level 7, you're now suddenly doing damage, even though your stats are worse.
I kind of don't. I fucking hate that a wee bit. When I was doing the Berserkers in Ragnarok, which is a good
awful time, man.
I was about to say which is a good segue, but alright, he's just gonna fucking throw Ragnarok in there.
No, but the fights were like
rough.
Right,
the Berserkers.
Aye, they were rough.
But it was also the annoyance of like I could find the Berserker at any point. And I'm sure if I was exceptionally good at the game, I could maybe get through it.
Maybe, yeah.
But the dichotomy between coming back there like one level below and then like one level above, it was insane.
Yeah, you're now suddenly actually damaging the guy.
It was like, what the fuck is the problem here?
Aye, yeah.
People were, I beat the fucking Berserker King like first try. It was like nothing to me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
But the gank 2 in 1 fights.
I was going to say the gank 2 in 1 fight.
Don't even start me.
Genuinely, that was like fucking. Why would you just delete this for the game?
Like, please, I know I need to play the fucking DLC at some point because it's canon to 3 probably when it happens.
Well, segue.
Ewan's played it.
The DLC I played was God of War Valhalla.
Yep.
Fuck, it was really good.
I imagine it because the combat is in itself, like if you just remove that for the game, is quite enjoyable.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I liked. Well, I've not done all of 1. I've done Muspelheim Climb once.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd done the Valkyrie, I believe. I might not have done the Valkyrie at the top, but I'd done Muspelheim in 2 because I'd done all of Ragnarok. And I liked that, even though it was just like do the same rune 3 times or whatever.
Yeah.
But so the combat in itself is quite enjoyable.
In the prep for a Ragnarok, I actually went back and replayed 1 and like 100%ed it, and then I 100%ed Ragnarok. I'm actually really happy to say that I like, I have a lot of things where I put down and say I actually am a bit of a gamer.
Yeah,
like you're
capital
a Dark Souls
G
guy,
gamer.
so you've always got claim to fame. I got all the beans in Okami, which isn't a necessarily fun or easy task.
Yeah,
I've completed Hotline Miami 1 and 2. That's not a huge feat, but those games are still like quite teethy. And 100% God of War 1 and God of War Ragnarok. But that includes like, I did all the Valkyries, all the Berserkers, like the Valkyrie Queen both times.
Fucking crows.
Like all the crows, the fucking Niflheim and Muspelheim and everything. I did all of it. I mean, there is still further I could push. Like I could do like New Game Plus and go even harder. But I'm just happy to have done the base accomplishment, which is if it's something that's recognised as hard.
Aye.
Like when I replayed Kingdom Hearts 2 recently, I beat Sephiroth for the first time in my entire life, and I felt so great. I was like, oh my god, like I'm a gamer now, except it's like Final Mix. So like, and this one, Sephiroth is the easy one. And actually, there are 17 million more bosses that will literally tear you fibre for fibre.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool.
Thanks for reminding me.
Thanks, guys. See, if this was the original Kingdom Hearts 2, I would have got the secret ending. Now you want me to jump through 17 other hoops for it? Fuck you, actually.
Fuck you.
So with Valhalla, it's just a lot more of the combat, which is great fun. It was free. That's the biggest thing that gets me.
Yeah.
But this to have been a free update.
That's crazy.
Mental.
Yeah.
It's huge fucking mungus. It's an endless runner type. It's
like a roguelike. Yeah.
It's a roguelike where there's like lore. That's the thing.
That's what I mean.
Thing.
Like
you said it might be wrestle.
It probably is. Well, maybe not essential, but it's like it'll help you understand what Theos is at.
I'd argue it was essential.
Okay.
Like the fucking. I mean, I could tell you if you want.
Fuck it, why not?
I mean, like the DLC is like he's been called to Valhalla.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember
he
saw
is
the trailer.
strong
Like,
warrior.
how relevant is this going to be? And then one of the trailers had a bit of like a Cyclops. You're like, that's a fucking Greek thing.
Yeah.
That we're doing a Greek thing. And the DLC is actually fucking 100 times more laden with it, and it's got like 10,000 times more references to the original games.
Yeah.
Like if you compare all the references to the original games and one in Ragnarok, it's actually mental. Like you essentially you go through Valhalla like it's like a challenge. You're trying to like grow. You're trying to become wise. I don't remember the exact emotional details, but Kratos just keeps experiencing his past. He goes through like references to Ragnarok, but then the second half he comes out and it's just fucking straight up like Olympus.
Right. Yeah.
And he like Mimir gets replaced by Helios.
Oh shit.
You know the one whose head you pull off. Is it Helios who's one you paid to pull off to light the way, or
Maybe.
Apollo?
I don't know.
Whoever's like head you pull off to like as a torch. Mimir gets fully replaced by him,
That's
and he's
wild.
like, "Oh, you're a big stinky dick, Kratos, because you fucking cut my head off to use the torch. You fucking arse."
That's insane.
And he just shouts abuse at you the whole time, and you're fighting like fucking snake ladies or whatever, and like fucking cyclops
Big
and shit for the
Medusas.
Olympus games.
Okay.
You get like the Blade Olympus. There's like a power up you can use.
That's
like,
based.
It's fun. It's fucking incredibly based. I can't even remember if there's like a full boss at the end. I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, you
Must
get
be
to
like an area boss or something you hit.
well, you get to the end. So you fight your way through this area. You have to like keep doing these like moments of I don't know if you're trying to sacrifice or save Mimir. Like Mimir like fake dies or something. There's
Right.
a bunch of emotional shit. Kratos just keeps getting like exposed to like the shit he did.
Right. Yeah.
To like really make him go fuck and face up with it. You get to like this bit where there's like a cradle. You always get an item at the cradle.
Right.
So you get like What do you get? I think you get
Like a power up kind of thing.
no, more just like an item from one of the old games.
Oh, right.
You have to go through it 3 times, I think, at least minimum, and then I think a 4th or a 5th time
Right.
to fully beat it.
Right.
And I know you need to go through at least 3 times because he gets 3 items. He gets his vow to Ares, like the thing that like I think it's from one of the old games, but it's the physical thing that is his vow to like become the god of war under Ares, or replace Ares, whatever. You get a reference to Pandora, like a direct reference where he's like, fuck Pandora, like, that was sucked. And I think it's maybe a reference to his daughter. You get.
Right. Okay.
I can't remember enough. I just remember it's a lot of emotional shit. They just keeps throwing. Like, remember God of War 3. Remember, like, God of War Ascension, because they don't hold back either.
Aye.
Like, Mimir's like, by the way, like, if you get any family, and Kratos is like, yeah, man, a brother. Remember the fucking Vita spin-off? Remember Deimos? Like, so they go through, like, everything.
No, Ascension's the PS3
No,
one.
Ascension's the PS3 one.
Like Gods of Olympus.
It's Chains of Olympus.
Chains of Olympus, that's it.
I think that's Deimos, and then there's Ghost of Sparta on the PSP. And you get to the end of it, and it's Tyr.
Man,
Like,
God of
the
War.
real one.
The actual God of War.
Actual real Tyr. Spoilers for Ragnarok, because the real one was there that, except until right at the end if you did the side quests.
True. Were you feeling that?
But it's the real Tyr. He's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling here. I'm just recovering because, you know, all the shit that happened in Ragnarok.
So I just went Valhalla in the fucking like longhouse drinking beer.
Well, it's not quite yet.
Okay.
Valhalla before the Longhouse is just fucking
Missed.
like a big fucking arena.
Aye.
And he's like, oh, bro, there's like, you need to go through that door there or some shit like
Big
that.
fight,
you
man.
just can't go through it yet.
Yeah, not
and
quite
you need
yet.
to fight me.
You're alive, so like,
We're just going to fight.
let's 1v1 real quick.
So you fight Tyr. Tyr's the
Yeah.
boss. And he keeps changing his moves. He keeps adding more weapons in. And they're like weapons for different cultures because Tyr was
Right.
like obviously going about. So he
He
has like a
travelled,
fucking
aye.
scimitar at one point and like
Oh,
shit
damn.
like that. And like a hoplite spear for Greece and stuff, I think it is.
Damn.
It's cool. I fucking loved it. And yeah, you keep going through it until I think after like I say like 5 or 6 times, you're like, cool, you done it, you proved yourself, you've had a bunch of emotional experiences.
Yeah.
I can't remember enough, which is good because I still want you to play it. And you get faced. You have to face like the ultimate trial now.
Right.
And the ultimate trial is young Kratos. It's like God of War 3 Kratos.
Oh, shit,
like
man.
fucking bald.
Let's
like,
go.
Fucking no beard. Like classic. Like Zeus. Like on his throne.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word, which is kind of fine because one, they couldn't get the original voice actor back, and Christopher
Right.
Judge was like, I'm not doing that. That was his Chris.
Aye.
I'm not stepping on that, which is unfathomable race.
Fair.
Very best. But also just makes it meaningful because it's essentially Kratos just fucking talking about how bullshit he was. It's like, you're a fucking angry bitch, and you did a bunch of horrible things, and like
Yeah.
you did things that were good, but like you should have fucking not been as horrible about it.
Right.
Like, you're a fucking cunt, you're a bitch. And you realise over the course of time that the whole purpose of you being here is that they want you to become the new God of War.
All right.
For,
For
I can't remember if it's for the Northlands or
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
for like some sort of like unified like sort of God of War thing.
Right.
They want him to become a God of War again, and he's like, fucking absolutely not.
I'm not
Like,
doing that.
do you remember God of War 1, 2, and 3?
Bro,
Like,
and then they're like, oh, that's why you must become God of War.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like he fights his way through it at the end of it. Because I think every time you beat
Deal.
Tyr, you maybe go through the door and you see young one. I need to. Anyway, the point is by the end you just have a full confrontation with yourself,
Right.
and it's just Christopher Judge acting for like 5 fucking minutes.
Oh my.
Just like in a room ranting about like fucking like you're so shit. He's like, but you know what? I can be better. We can be better.
We can be better, bro.
Like, eventually, the end of it is him being like, I'll fucking do it. He sits down
Oh,
there, he's
shit,
like, I'll
man.
take up, but I will not be like a god of. I'll be like a god of war, but I won't be like a god of like war. I'll be like
Aye.
a god of hope, a god of like fucking light or something like that.
Okay.
And he fucking fully accepts the battle. So he's like, I'm a god of war again, but I'm
Bro.
like a good guy god of war this time. Like
The
I will fight to
fuck?
I will fight to stop wars type thing. Yeah, that I mean, if that has to factor in, I think,
Man, when's this third game occurring?
bro. I don't know. They
Because, like,
fucking get better
obviously,
on it.
it's just a trace, really. That's who we're playing as.
Well, he definitely seems like a Trace just isn't in it at all. He has mentioned
Aye.
it a good few times,
but he's away in his journey now.
he's doing his own thing. He's out. He's at it.
Loki's out there, I'm saying.
Loki's out there.
So, like, I don't know. We'll just need to wait and see, I suppose.
I think there's a bunch of like references to individual characters. Like, I don't think it's Freya in it, or I think they all sort of get. Like, they address a lot. That was one of the things that amazed me about it while playing with Valhalla was like they just reference and address a lot.
A
But
lot
people
of
always,
shit.
I think people are always complaining that like they barely ever like fully acknowledge the Olympus Games, and then when they do, it's
Right.
such like a big deal moment. But like in fucking Valhalla, they're just chucking things out left and right. There's like eventually when you start doing runs, you'll start to find little like items at the start of a run, and you get like
Right.
part of a story. I think there's like 9 in total. One of them was like the boat master, you know, the boat guy who like you kill at the start of one to get his key, and he keeps coming
yeah.
back in the later games.
Yeah.
And Kratos is just like, every time he gets one of these like references,
so
he's just like,
sorry.
God, I was really fucking mean to that guy.
Yeah.
I was just an unnecessarily huge cunt to that
Just
guy
stop
for no
that
reason.
guy out for no reason, I literally fed him like a
It's fucking-
basilisk or something.
Literally, and it's so good for it. It's so good for it. No, I really liked it. I really liked it. It was free. It wasn't too long. I always say it was big, but I have an issue with games like that take too long. Like, I'm gonna get that shit for this.
Hades.
I kind of am annoyed with Hades because how much they want me to do it. Apparently, you need at least 30 wins. You need to beat Hades 30 times to get the true ending of that game. What the fuck? I beat him like 3 times, and now I just can't be bothered. Like, nothing's changed enough about the game. I'm changing my weapons, but it's all just the same game a wee bit.
Aye, that is like.
Plus, you need to make it harder to start getting rewards to level yourself up again. And I'm like, I'm just artificially making the same thing difficult. I'm sure people less enjoy it, but God of War, Valhalla, like, I mean, you can change things about it and challenge yourself, but nothing was so obnoxiously egregious. And as I say, I think it takes like 5 or 6 runs to fully do it.
Right.
And there's just cool unlockables otherwise. Like, there were a couple of extra things. I was going for the trophies. There's like extra bits you can find on the run to make it like to get more rewards and shit. There's skins.
Right.
You can like the armor doesn't do anything in Valhalla. There's no armor.
Yeah.
But you can wear the armor
stuff.
from the game as like a cosmetic.
Okay.
But I think if you beat it, you get the young Kratos appearance.
That's crazy.
As like a appearance you just be running through like fucking.
It'd be cool if you could like use that in Ragnarok.
It would be cool. I guess that's the one thing where it's like you can't backdate it all.
Yeah.
But it's cool enough that they went that far. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I'd recommend it to you, obviously, if you get interested in it. And
One
the
day,
combat's
I
just
will
as
need
good.
to get Ragnarok again to play it though, which
God,
like I'll
hate
never wait for that.
Ragnarok.
I don't hate Ragnarok. It was just not.
We've had famous arguments in the past.
It just wasn't a 10 like the first one may or may not have been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of people around Graeme, including me, are like really, really passionate about Ragnarok, and he
They
didn't
actually
like
hate
that
me, yeah.
as much. So we were like, oh, we should kill that guy.
That's literally how it felt. Yeah, like
He hated Jesus because he told them the truth.
facts, bro. Go on.
So next I've got Mario RPG remake. Not did I play games this year. I played a Nintendo Switch game.
That's crazy.
That's
man.
fucking mental, innit?
That game is like a fun game that I would like enjoy to play.
Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars remade for the Nintendo Switch was excellent.
Of course it was.
It was very good.
Damn
I was playing it and I'm like, I can't believe games like this were made back then, and like I'm playing a game like this now. It's just so earnest and straight up. Literally just fucking walk about, music's playing in your ears, like everything's like, yep, you got into a fight, fucking turn-based combat, bop, 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 beat the enemy, like get the 7 stars, win the game.
W.
I
Beat
loved
Bowser.
it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the aesthetic upgrades were amazing. I think it's got a fun new like sort of. It's almost like toys. It's not like when they transitioned the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah. We
The
chibi boys.
music is insane, and the remixes are all equally as insane.
They were
But
spitting bars.
if you want, you could just turn on the original SNES music as well.
Nice. It's always a solid option.
I thought it was incredible. I love it.
I bet it's like 15 hours max.
Yeah, that too. I would say I 100% did it as well. I beat the super boss, and then for the remake they added in super boss rematches against a lot of the regular bosses, and then a rematch against the super boss, which is a fucking elite tier. And I beat all that. I felt accomplished. I felt good.
Yeah.
There were some guides that kind of told you roughly like, here's maybe what you should look at doing.
Right.
But I didn't actually feel like the guides can. But I just felt like the guides gave me the information to do it myself. Kind of like
good direction.
Kind of like how it was back in the day as well.
Yeah.
We were reading like a fucking Prima Games guide. And it's like, right, well, here's what you should do, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just do that.
I'll try to do that then, bro.
I mean, it probably took longer for me than others because of the way I play games.
Yeah, you're like looking around every
I walk
corner.
onto every pixel. I read every line of dialogue.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt like it didn't like say its welcome. When I was done, I was like, mission accomplished. What a good game.
Like, I could probably play that a bit longer if I had to.
Yeah, literally, if you gave me more, I could probably sit and play more. But at the same time, you just gave me enough.
Yeah, you didn't like bore me with it.
Pretty much. That's a great way. You didn't bore me with it. Nothing bored me in that game.
Yeah.
There's things I could go back and do if I really wanted to grind. And those would be 6 half a dozen. There's a couple of things that I didn't get, like all of the titles on all the enemies, which is like one of the characters can appear and read the enemy's minds for like either a reference to their weakness or a joke. But like I didn't do it on every single enemy because literally every single enemy, even like add-ons, like the fucking super bosses get 4 crystals with them, and they've all got their own individual title, for example. But you can either like go back and get them if you can, or if you're not able to because it was like a one-off boss, you can like pay a guy to get it, but you get frog coins and I get guys for frog coins. So it's like there is stuff that could maybe bore me if I wanted, but it's so minimal.
There's no need for it.
Yeah, I just don't need to do it.
There's no adding it in for me.
Literally, I mean, if there's a platinum trophy, maybe, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm obsessed with the game being like that. They just don't make it like the Instagram.
It's facts, man. It is so true. Nintendo, stay winning in their
need
own wee world.
I have the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake as well, and I
that's the
play
next
that.
one.
That is probably going to be the next one on my Switch because I'm very excited for that.
Damn.
I also have Mario and Luigi Brothership.
He does.
It's not a remake, but I'm a big fan of the Mario and Luigi RPGs. So.
Man, I've not heard great things, Ewan.
Well, okay, I'm in a weird spot because I've not heard great things from people who don't like the other games.
Right, okay.
So I go to like the subreddit and it's like, hi, I actually liked Mario and Luigi like Bowser's Inside Story. I think Brothership's great.
Well then, listen to them.
I was gonna say it seems like a game where I'm very much of that. God, I should really actually just form my own opinion for this one, and that's not a dig. That's like it's so in and out.
Aye.
So we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Well, they're like a subgenre of Mario games that not everyone enjoys anyway, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's I mean, it's an
And
RPG,
they were
you
only
have to pick your
on
battles.
the SNES. It was SNES or the NES for the RPG.
Legend of Seven Stars was SNES.
SNES, and then you had like Game Boy DS,
Pretty much, yeah. Game Boy DS,
3DS.
3DS.
Yeah, but it's relegated to handheld systems till now, I guess,
Pretty
and
much,
the
aye.
SNES.
I know, I never really thought about that. I guess it is kind of... It's interesting because it's comparable to the early Paper Marios.
Right.
The original Paper Mario on the N64 and Thousand Year Door on the GameCube were turn-based as well. They're a bit more RPG-like, a bit more like... A bit more Metroidvania in ways of... Not Metroidvania is not the best way to describe it.
Nah.
Well...
Zelda-esque.
Zelda-esque, yeah, because I have this bad thing when I say anything's a Metroidvania if it involves getting items and going back to other locations to use the items and power-ups to get items.
Bro.
Which is kind of Metroidvania, but...
But are you going back to the same area?
Yeah, it's open world.
Okay, right.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's more
those
Metroidvania, I
games
guess.
First off, those games are 2D.
They're
so
very
I feel like
close.
it's hard to call something a Metroidvania if it's 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda-esque as well. There's got to be a better name for that.
Unfortunately, like this is the problem. We don't have like a sort of dictionary we can use
I was
for
going to say,
gaming
we're
terms.
still working out a gaming dictionary, gaming lexicon. You know, they're not doing gaming Oscars yet. The Game Awards
Not
are
yet.
like chuff nonsense.
Oh, damn, man.
But I know I'm excited to play them all. I like those genre games. I mean, if Brothership's like rough, I don't know. Like, I can live. But I don't think it's going to be anywhere as bad as like the bad Mario games. I've not heard it get as bad reviews as like fucking like the newer Paper Mario games, which are like,
Right.
hey, these games literally stomped on my fucking lungs.
Damn.
They
I hate
killed my
them.
fucking wife. Like,
They suck.
fucking
Don't play
Paper
them.
Mario Color Splash. To be fair, apparently Sticker Star is like absolute dire dog shit. That's for the 3DS.
Damn, man.
But I'm just keen. RPG remake, show me that. It's like, oh god, even if it's a remake, because it's also a good remake. That's, I suppose, the thing I should really also look at as well. It's obviously an old game, but they've
Remade well.
they've just preserved everything they need to preserve.
Right. Aye.
Updated the graphics, updated the music, added a couple of little features to make things easier / more engaging for modern audiences. But it's like, god, the game just used to be like that. It used to be that good, and Nintendo are putting out like a high quality here. Like, runs really well.
Yeah.
Like, looks great. Like, all that shit's there. And I'm gonna give Nintendo props for that. I mean, sometimes they're a bit rough at making new games. Apparently, RPG and Thousand Year Door remake also amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm not there yet, but excellent.
I'm
There
ready.
you go, Nintendo. Stop making new games. Just keep remaking old ones very well.
I think Nintendo could do that for like 5 years and they wouldn't have an issue
Definitely.
because they have such a deep catalogue of like bangers.
Pretty much. Although
they
maybe this
could
is
just
the
remake.
ultimate end game of them not ever making their games re-available. Like fucking destroying emulators is about like, well, when we do finally remake fucking F-Zero GX,
It will be fire.
It will be amazing, and you'll give us $100 million for it.
Do you know what? Like, actually genius business plan.
Did you play? You played the Prime remaster, didn't you?
Like half an hour of it, yes.
Although that's more of a remaster than a remake.
And that I hadn't even played the original of, so I couldn't really speak
well, then
to
I've
it.
never really played I've not played the original of either of these games actually.
Right.
Thousand Year Door especially is like impossibly hard by the time I get into that. It was like £300 a copy.
Yeah, aye.
So
It's outrageously expensive.
Fucking mentally expensive. Christ. Me and Graeme used to work at a CEX, and I tell you, Thousand Year Door would come through, you'd be like, whoa.
Oh, bro,
Thousand Year Door
paid
and
for that.
XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, like you're getting money, bro.
Like, holy shit, man.
Well
This is
done.
going in the fucking case.
Yeah.
Like, we're not putting this on the floor, we're putting this
no.
in the fucking case.
You've brought us the spice today.
Right, and then rattling through it, two left for me.
Ooh.
Next game I completely fully after that, the fucking the fucking absolute goat, the fucking most peaked out game.
How the fuck did he do it?
Astrobot. This game is fucking incredible.
It's cinema, man.
You don't get it at all
I
because
don't.
you've not played it.
I've played
which is fine.
I've been in his wee playroom fucking about.
I think you should play it. It's just good fun. If I'm talking about her RPG remake, it's like great because it's like they don't make games like this anymore. Then Astro comes out, you're like, oh fuck, hang on, they can actually make games like they used to.
Yeah, they just don't.
They just choose not to. Like they just don't make games like they used to. They quite literally they don't.
Yeah,
they could,
but they do not.
Astrobot's fucking amazing. It's a fucking gorgeous, beautiful game. It's decently long. I mean, you can argue about the price. I mean, the problem is games just cost more nowadays anyway, but like, I think I got it for like 50, 60 quid, but like, it was a solid amount of time. Fuck ton. It's like a good platformer. Just big up levels, bunch of collectibles in it, bunch of shit to do.
Yeah.
It's full of like this love and joy for the craft because it's full of references. Like all the collectibles are references to other games.
Yeah.
They added fucking an entire free level for Christmas with a bunch of extra shit and a bunch of fucking timeline runs. So we love that shit. We love free DLC. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a joyous experience. I was really happy. It wasn't. I mean, I'm not saying all games are done now, but there was no emotionally challenging shit except one point where Astro gets like put at risk, and I'm like, oh no, I hope Astro's okay. But like, I just had a great time. Every time levels would start, the music is firing off at a fucking 10 out of 10, and like I'm running through, and they're like, this level, you're going to turn into a little metal ball, and you're going to roll through spikes, and I'm like, oh, well, that's funny. And it's like, this level, you're at a Japanese bathhouse, and you're going to be a big sponge man, and you're going to run through boxes and shoot water at you because you're a sponge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, excellent variety,
Man,
10 out of 10.
That's what we're here for. I do think this would be like a chill game to play. Like, I think when I play this game, I don't think I will like sit down and mac the game. I think I'll be like, ending the night. Crack a level or two. That's probably how I'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I can recommend that. I mean, if we're talking about chill games, this is maybe one of the ones where I could just like, what's my favourite level of Astrobot? I'll go back and replay them.
That, yeah.
I'll jump back and I'll replay like the mouse level and like the sponge level. Like, it was just, and to be so well and lovingly crafted again in the modern gaming economy.
Yeah.
To be given this gift of like
where everything's a live service, nothing's released full, completed, done.
And it's also not like, too much. That. And I'm not trying to throw other games that we like under the bus. Like, again, I'm not saying it's better than, but like compared to Elden Ring, like Elden Ring's just so much and it's good, but like Astrobot is just just fucking push to the front, walk forward, jump, hit enemies. Yeah,
there's something to be said for simplicity. Like, in the world where every other game is an open world, like, fucking mindfuck of a game that's got 1,000 different landmarks for you to check out, it's got 100 different objectives for you to do, it's got 3,000 collectibles for 5 trophies. Literally. Like, all of that.
That's fucking so real, by the way.
Like,
3,000 collectibles for 5 trophies, that's right, actually.
And it's a bronze and like a gold in it.
Literally.
Like, it's something to be said for a game that is literally to the point. Like, yes, it's a platformer, but you know what parameters you're working in that genre.
Yeah.
You know it's just going to be like, jump to this platform. If you miss the platform, fuck bro, you've dead, you failed the platformer.
Literally.
Like, something that simple, there's something to be said for it, and obviously I got the accolades because maybe it is a return to like a bygone era.
It just reminds you that games can just be made like that now, and in the face of so much things that are really good games, don't get me wrong, but in the face of that, you can stand out by just doing one really normal, easy concept really well.
Yeah.
My biggest knock against it that put a later grade down is some of the hard challenge levels. There is like challenge levels. Including the last thing. Once you do every other thing, you unlock like the final challenge, and like just delete that for the game. Just delete that later for the game. Don't need it,
bro. We need something for the psycho speedrunners though. Like,
well, but like just delete it for the game.
I don't want
anyway. I don't want to do it either. To be honest, although that level literally caused me to pull my hair out, but there's a one before it that caused me to actual literal contemplate like fucking like. Like, fucking just releasing myself from a fucking mortal
Was it
prison.
like Crash Bandicoot levels of stress?
It was Crash Bandicoot levels of stress. You fucking kidding me? It was the bridge level of Crash Bandicoot levels of stress.
No, man.
I was a bit like, bro, I think I could just become Doctor Strange, take up fucking astral projections, and then go to like fucking France or wherever, and be like, Team Zombie, bro, like, I'm haunting you. Like, I'm fucking becoming
like,
a ghoul.
I'm no leaving. That's
like,
it.
And it's the water challenge level. If you play Astrobot, you know what it is. It's the fucking the challenge level with the fucking ducks. It's just it's like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Damn, man.
Like, stop this, delete this, get this in the game.
When I played it, like, that's the one I just ace first time.
Oh, definitely. Like, you don't even notice. You're the one was the hard level.
That's what happened.
But even then, like, even though I was literally screaming and fucking crying and like fucking actual tearing my fucking balls off.
Yes.
Like, it was different than like my other ones because 90% of the time, I actually was like, oh, it's me, I did that. Well, I can just get better. I can just do it again and get better. The water duck one was like, no, fuck you. I'm doing everything perfectly
The
here.
game's fucking me here.
Literally, every time I would die, I'd be like, please. Like, oh God, why?
One time.
But no, when you feel like, okay, no, this was just my problem. I could just be better at this and it would go differently.
Yeah.
I love a game like that. Like, that's a game where I can get angry at it and then just still feel fine and enjoy it. So, like, yeah, I would genuinely... I'd have to stick to my guns and say that I brought it a letter grade down for the fucking challenge levels.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could make an argument it's a 10 out of 10.
Right,
I
yeah.
guess maybe I wish it was longer. And this is gonna be a weird complaint, but some of the choice of PlayStation characters is a bit odd.
Man, could that be strategic though?
Well,
Like, we didn't want you to have them because if we had them, people would start asking questions.
well, there's debates about licensing and also maybe, I don't know, sequelizing.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy's not in this at all. But then it's a bit...
That is kind of weird, especially now that Sony seem to have, a much better relationship with them, and they seem to be pushing for them to be more
well,
kind of the front runners.
you would think that, but actually, Square Enix recently were like the opposite of that.
Well,
they were saying like, oh man, we need to like actually stop being exclusive.
Yeah, well, I think they do, because it obviously hurts sales
Yeah.
being exclusive, to an
You want
extent
Final
anyway.
Fantasy to get as much sales as possible.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the launch of 15 hurt because it didn't actually bang as much as they thought, and that was cross-platform, and that was the first one, if memory serves right.
that was
they'd
like
done-
full exclusive, or
That was fully cross-platform. 15,
what do you mean cross-platform?
like that was on Xbox as well.
15 was on Xbox.
Yeah,
But I thought you said it hurt sales.
yeah, because it hurt. Say maybe the global recognition of the brand because it didn't it's not like a 10 out of 10.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Do you know what was the problem? I actually.
You think a different game?
I think it's 16.
Yeah, the one with the car.
Yeah. The one with the car. The one with fucking Noctis
Noctis.
Lucius Caleb.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, that one was like.
Aye.
Yeah.
So-
that was like a dodgy game as well. Like,
It's a different timeline if that makes like 3 billion and sells like 100 million copies, because then we probably have 7 remakes on Xbox probably.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They were probably like, 15 didn't go as well. Like, we could probably just let PlayStation get a lot more involved.
Yeah.
They're just going to give us money and like.
And I think 7, I don't know how it fully came to be that remake was exclusive to the PlayStation, but it's probably because it launched there
Yeah.
and
yeah.
like the Xbox didn't exist at that point.
Yeah.
That's probably like some sort of.
A lot more brand synergy and recognition there, and then they've
Exactly.
also got that relationship with Sony at the time.
But then again, 16's exclusive. That's not on. That's only on PC now. So
yeah.
I don't know what stopped Xbox getting that, but Xbox got all the retro stuff on Game Pass for
Also true.
free.
And like they keep going in and out. Kingdom Hearts, obviously.
That
just
was on
one
it.
day was like, by the way, the
Yeah.
whole Kingdom Hearts is just no longer PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Even the old ones, like, get fucking 2.5 HD.
And you need to remember that Square Enix isn't just Final Fantasy. There's like so many other games under that umbrella.
But this is where it becomes interesting. One of the joys of Astrobot is the characters, like getting these little references. So I don't want to spoil any big ones, but so there's essentially no Square Enix rep at all. So it's not just Final Fantasy. There's not a single Square Enix character until the Christmas level. The
Right.
Christmas level was like similar to the last thing they did for Christmas. Like, here's a free level. There's a fuck ton of like, we're gonna give you a bunch of skins for like your character and your racer, and just a bunch of extras and a bunch of new special bots, and they're gonna be very specific, pointed references.
Right.
And Gex is one of them. Spoilers for that.
The fucking Secret Agent man.
Secret Agent Gex, who is a Square Enix character technically.
Okay. Right.
I believe there is a bit of
Yeah. Fuckery about
a
that.
bit of licensing there. I think they may
Yeah.
have sold Gex at
Right.
one point, but it was one of those like definitive, like, well, Gex is the first Square Enix character in
And
Astrobot.
it's the last level we get.
Literally one of the last ones. So it's a bit like there must have been some kind of licensing thing there.
It could have been. I
But
don't
then
know.
there's a lot of ones that show up in this that are like mental.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of like there's a couple of Capcom stuff. There's definitely one big Capcom one that made me jump out my fucking seat.
Right.
Bunch of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Again, another wee throwaway spoiler. I'll drop one or two. Like Fall Guys.
Man, the base
There
Fall
were
Guys.
beefy Fall Guys in this.
Okay.
I'm like, alright.
Sure. Pop off.
I think there's also a couple more where I was just looking at, like, oh, you're in this. Like, you did here.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's kind of fascinating to think about, because that then also relates to. So there's like big characters.
Yeah, you've got the
Which
temples, like Kratos, stuff like that.
Kratos, Aloy. So it's Horizon, God
Yeah.
of War,
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Nathan Drake,
The Uncharted one's great as well. Fucking the Nathan Drake.
the Hunter.
No, you don't play as him, I'm afraid. There is no blood. Oh, no, I mean, like, these are the ones you play as.
Oh, you
Basically,
play as them,
there's
right,
like
okay.
5 worlds. You do a world, then
Yeah.
you do the boss, and then you unlock, like, a special bot that you then do a level as.
Okay.
So there's Kratos, is it? Ape
Man,
Escape.
Joel.
I can't imagine.
Ellie.
Joel and Ellie are just sort of in it, and I was a bit like, oh, God, I was going to say, should they get level?
Man, that would be a fucking
It's,
weird level.
Ape Escape,
Right.
God of War,
Okay. Ratchet.
Uncharted,
Okay.
Loco Roco,
Loco Roco.
and
The rhythm game.
Horizon.
Is that a rhythm game?
I can't really describe it. It's the one where you have a little ball. And
Right.
you do sort of bump into things and it makes music. It was on the PSP or the PS Vita, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I vaguely remember it.
Loco Roco was a bit like that, popped up, and I'm like,
Excuse me? As the Sony player character we're using here?
okay,
Alright.
where's Spider-Man?
Man, he's not here, Ewan. Sucker Punch have killed that man.
Well, here's the thing. See in the base game,
Yeah.
he's just not in it at all.
Man, it's just not there, bro. That's it. They were too busy.
Like, I was so confused. I was like, no. But then I'm like, is there maybe some...
Where's the Luden?
But then I was like, how can there be a rights issue on this one? Because Sony
They
like
own
owns
Sucker Punch.
everything about Spider-Man as
Yeah,
well.
aye.
Insomniac or Spider-Man.
Sorry. It's on there.
They own like everything about Spider-Man. I'm like, maybe they don't own the game rights. They do own the game rights because over there is the Sony
Aye.
Spider-Man
Just,
video games.
like, phone them, like,
Get them a blower.
right now.
And it is acknowledged later, but not in a playable sense. And I'm like, I always thought, they just did it for another game. Like,
guess,
surely,
aye.
like, having a fucking web spinning astrobot would have been like great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to like, lean too heavily on the obvious.
I guess.
I will say, like, the Uncharted one is just run about shooting a gun, and the Horizon one's run about shooting a bow and arrow.
Right.
Like, one of those could get dropped for another one.
Okay.
Although, again, maybe they're having to fight between, like, also what's distinctly PlayStation game focused represented.
Well-
Maybe the thing is, if we put Spider-Man up there,
Aye.
Spider-Man's a character
Aye.
from another thing.
Are you? Because you could look at that like, is that Spider-Man as Astrobot or is that Astrobot as Spider-Man? That
Pretty
could throw
much,
you.
yeah.
But like,
And then you have to add the whole
Horizons.
Marvel licensing team involved.
Right. Yeah, and they could have like,
Like,
issues,
that's web
maybe.
swinging from, like, fucking Marvel Comics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that might sound a bit weird, but
But somebody would be like, can I use that way? Whatever.
pretty
something like
much there's all the possibilities in that
that. Yeah,
regard.
there's some red tape involved in that.
Whereas the rest of them are just games. Like
Aye,
Ape Escape
which
and
they
Loco
made.
Roco are fucking classic, very poorly represented, like PlayStation OGs. So it was actually kind of like lovely, like, oh,
Yeah.
Ape Escape, big Ape Escape.
Mm-hmm.
And then it added a gameplay style, you know, run about catching monkeys with a net.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's fair. And then,
I
like,
think like you've got, these are obviously franchises they're trying to push. Like Horizon's like the big one.
Horizon's the big thing.
Like,
They're God
they've
of
got a
War.
movie. They're trying to make it like really pop. They just keep releasing it against like the biggest game of the year for some reason.
Gonna say they
somehow.
really wanted to pop, but they also haven't built up enough to give it the strength that they think it's going to deliver on.
Yes. Uncharted's
seems
like
to do well, at
had
least.
its time in the sun, I would say.
Yeah.
It had the movie, its franchise is basically done unless they somehow make another one. But I
know,
don't
yeah,
think they're going to do
Uncharted's
that.
Such a weird one. Last of Us, you would think more and more, but then I guess
Yeah.
a Last of Us Astro level would have been just morose and upsetting.
Weird, yes.
Like,
We've
even-
obviously got fucking whatever it is, Intergalactic,
Oh, fucking Heretic.
which they announced as a franchise, which was like bold statement.
I
Okay,
was gonna
so
say, all right.
maybe we'll see.
You done making Last of Us games? Is
Yeah.
that it? Like, I thought Last
Well,
of Us 3 was on
probably.
the cards. Like,
We'll see.
just let that be like, that's just TV and movie now. Like,
Yeah, but
fuck
that's
it.
obviously too late to get that in the Astrobot, that game.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like,
Although, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that one's, there's not a game out yet, but the
Mm-hmm.
speedrun levels have a couple of good references, like Stellar Blade and Helldivers.
okay. Oh, that's based.
So they were getting quite close.
The Helldivers.
But then those were still games that were out.
True.
This is just like a fucking concept trailer for a game that's coming out in fucking 2030.
Yeah. But my point is that, like, the ones that they chose to be playable were franchises that, like, they want to push. Because Uncharted, though it's done, it still has, like, a big sales,
Yeah.
like, presence, I'd imagine, for PlayStation.
Well, yeah, it's still unabashedly PlayStation. It's still good quality games that you can still quite get. You know, they've done all these fucking ports, which
Yeah.
people might be joking about them, but then if you think about it in the long run now, you can still just go back to it easily. So I'm like, oh, okay. There's always like options, I guess. So yeah, I think I was confused at first, and now I'm a bit more fine on it. I mean, I just wanted to do more. Please do another one.
You want Astrobot 2 now.
Literally. Although I don't know if they would keep doing the references because they referenced a fucking lot.
Well, like you said, they missed out quite a bit, so...
Well, they missed out a good few, or like they could maybe swap them around, like have like a playable Spider-Man one. But like, there's like some of these bots are like shit that it's like, all right, you've referenced that to make sure that you can't reference that again because it was so specific.
Well, I suppose this kind of game, which, you know, we're saying is like a throwback, they're maybe thinking we're not getting another of this.
Possible.
So let's just go
all in
for
on this
all the
one.
deep cuts that we can think of.
Like if we do another Astrobot game, maybe it's like a different type of game, or maybe they're like, fuck it, we're confident enough to just have it be a fun game in its own right. We showed you that we could do a really good game, and we pandered to you a wee bit. Like here's now another one. It's not got all the PlayStation kitsch in it, but like you know that we make a good game. I would be like that. I'd be like, oh well, okay. It's not gonna have all the rest of it, but it's a fucking amazing game. Like let's see what it looks like otherwise, or they do a different style.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, because like Astro's Playroom was kind of like this, but like the
This
other
was just
Astrobot
more
games
of
before
that.
this were different.
Right.
Like
Well,
the VR one.
next, we could do what everyone done in like the early 2000s, just make them a racing game.
Oh, let's go. Also,
I'm
I
ready.
want Astrobot proliferation. Like you lost Sackboy, let my
Well,
planet dead in the water.
yeah.
I want to see Astrobot in every fucking PlayStation franchise.
I think it could easily happen. He's a lovable wee guy,
He's like absolutely lovable wee guy.
Get him in all your
Put a
trailers.
costume- Speaking of Sackboy, they put my costume in Sackboy A Big Adventure. Remember, there he is. PlayStation also has Battle
hero.
Royale 2.
Come on.
We'll play it this time,
Come
I promise.
on. Please, I swear, Sony.
I swear, I promise we'll play it. Maybe they just go full in on the brand as well. Maybe
think
we
so.
get Astrobot, we get Astrobot spin-off that's like fucking Square Enix Astrobot, and then it's just all
Oh, it's just
fucking
them.
like Final Fantasy,
That's-
Kingdom Hearts,
That's what the Marvel one is.
fucking what was that? You got Marvel's Astrobot, like. Bro, the Square Enix one would be mental because like they'd have to do Kingdom Hearts, but then you get to the same wall that Tetsuya, no, not Mura, fucking the Smash Bros guy, Sakurai, Masahiro Sakurai got to when it was like,
Who can
like-
I not have in the game?
well, it was more like, oh god, Kingdom Hearts, that's Disney though.
Yeah, like I can't
Although-
have Goofy.
Famously, Sakurai went on record to say, actually, I was the one making problems there, not Disney.
Wow.
Disney were surprisingly up for it.
Wow.
It
And I was like,
me
no.
who was like, oh, I need to like, no, sorry, it was Nomura.
Yeah.
It was Nomura. So Sakurai's like, hey, we want to put Sora and Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And Disney are like, cool,
And Nomura's like,
fucking
fucking
synergy. And Nomura's
pause.
like, hang on, that's my child.
Yeah, wait, what do
That's
you
my
mean?
son. So maybe it was Nomura.
I'll give you lightning, but I'm not giving you Sora.
I'll give you Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yeah. What more do you want?
Okay, then I've got my last one.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Speaking
go.
of Smash Bros.
Oh my.
Speaking of peak.
Cinema.
Get ready, look at the time, nearly an hour recording. It's Sonic X Shadow Generation.
It's Sonic O'Clock, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sonic O'Clock. Oh, brother. Oh.
Oh my.
It was also very good. I played a lot of good games this year.
Good games, man.
This one was just, first and foremost, it was just a base port of Generations, which I've
Which
always
is
wanted.
like the best one.
Generations is renowned to be one of the best ones. It's just a very well polished version of the boost gameplay from Unleashed and just classic fucking 2D style Sonic. And I love that game a lot. Story's not really the best, but Sonic games flip between the most convoluted, interesting stories ever, and like, we have to stop Dr. Eggman.
Ooh.
This one's more, we have to stop Dr. Eggman.
And that's fine.
And that's fine, because it was an anniversary game at the time. It was just a bunch of levels based on old games. And you're like, oh, remember fucking Greenhouse Zone from Sonic 1, remember Speed Highway for Adventure. And I've been just desperate to play it. Again, I've always been like, I need a port of this, because I can't be bothered to get my PS3 out. I
Right.
need a port of this. And then
Yeah.
they ported it. I'm like, yay. And they're like, by the way, on top of the port, would you like a entirely brand new, newly created shadow version of that? And I'm like,
Aye.
oh boy, would I?
You
Shadow
know I
the
would.
Hedgehog, he's so cool.
Let's go.
So I mean, I don't even need to talk more about Generations base level. Like, it's still just as great as it ever was. They made like a couple of changes to the story. I don't care. It
Right.
was a shit story to begin with. The gameplay's still just as good, but then you play Shadow Generations, and then you're
Listen.
like, this is unironically fantastic.
Damn. You just you couldn't remember that like Team Sonic were like cooking a wee bit.
You kind of like sometimes. I mean, Sonic Forces was shit. Frontiers was divisive. Like you
Right.
kind of like they go in and out, and then they just crack this out, and you're like, this is the best the games have ever been.
It's the people who made this one or the people they hired for like the fan games. Like this is
You
it.
could tell me that if these are the fucking Mania guys.
I'm just saying, man.
Like, even for the beginning, you just get thrust right into a level at the start of Shadow Generations, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, because I did Generations first, I 100% did Generations
Yeah.
first, which,
It was like a delayed launch for the Shadow stuff, no?
no, we're all at the
Right,
same
that
time.
was all there.
I just was like, I'm going to play Generations first, because that's the old stuff, it's going to be
Aye.
the less polished stuff, it's the stuff that had the least changes. I was going back and play that, and then I get to Shadow Generations, I'm like, this feels instantly better.
Damn.
The controls are snappier.
Just new.
Better button mapping, like 60 frames per second animation glory, looks beautiful, spectacular.
Okay.
The score for Generations is a contender for one of the best scores of the entire franchise, and
Damn.
even when I Sonic game's bad, its score is a 10 out of 10.
Fair.
Like Forces has got an incredible score, terrible game, incredible score. The score for Generations is a contender for one of the best.
Right.
Shadow Generations is just like, here's just another 5 or 6 10 out of 10 perfect songs.
Wow.
Literally, like, there's 2 songs of that I always see that, like, probably top 3 Sonic songs. One of the songs I'm like debating is one of my top 5 songs in a video game.
Damn.
And already a song from Sonic Generations is in my top 5 songs from a video game.
Jesus Christ.
So like that.
So that's like awakened you.
Oh, definitely. Fucking get my neurons firing.
Damn.
I can talk about game music forever. Like, I know we talk about Sonic. Game music's like my mastermind subject. I can talk about that for fucking ever.
Yeah. Ewan's like actually into music. Like, it's weird.
Well, like game music.
Aye, but like movie music too.
Oh, I do like my
Like,
OSTs,
I don't really
yeah.
like notice that, and you're like, just bro, like,
I'm actually
banging.
very keyed in at the OSTs, aren't I?
Bro is locked in, yeah.
I think it's the autism. I think I just like
It could
it's
the
a
audio visual.
stem. I'm just hearing like fucking Nosferatu, like,
like,
and I'm like, oh, I'm getting like feelings in my body because of like that noise. Like, that's probably a stem, genuinely.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, it explains why Sega Sound Team are my top rated fucking artists on Spotify.
I'm just saying, man. One of us has to be.
Someone's out here, bro. If no one got me, I know Sega Sound Team got me.
They got me, man.
Yeah, it was just great. It was a series of very, very, very good levels. They added a bunch of extra shit now. Shadow's got like powers, so it's like gameplay. Like, now he can like fly a little bit. Now he can like shoot fucking spears, so he can like try and shoot enemies on the fly and activate things to give you extra paths, and because it's all just in the facilitation of like expanding your ability to move through a level.
Yeah.
And sometimes like it's kind of artificial. Like, you get the surf, and then they just have a bunch of levels with water in it.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, the levels before didn't have water in it.
Yeah, so like, I can't really do that.
But the surf's still fun, and it's just a different sort of like level to it, you know. One of them you kind of have to do it right after you get surf, but then one of them's a bit like you probably could avoid the surf if you wanted, but like there's just another way through it. And I'm like, cool, interesting, excellent. There's like a whole open world area, so they got inspired by Frontiers by having like the hub world is not just like a straight line between levels. There's like an entire fucking zone with a fuck ton of collectibles in it.
Aye.
It's fun to maneuver around because you're just sort of doing that like 3D speed thing that you're kind of doing in the levels. The story's not particularly groundbreaking either, but it is just more like a Shadow also got put into the Generations plot, and he had his own thing going on.
He was like, just around fucking shit up.
And it's kind of another reference thing. It's like here's like a level from it's new levels, like, so it's the same thing where it's old levels from old games, and then there's like how do they relate to Shadow, bosses that relate to Shadow. A bit of timeline shit because like there's a level from Forces and a level from Frontiers, which technically happened after the events of Generations. And it's even a bit like, I think Shadow and Forces, the level is like, what the fuck is this place? And then they're like, oh, the timeline shit means that maybe you're seeing stuff from the future. And it's like, okay, well that kind of makes sense. I mean, Shadow does have a level like this in Forces. Why does he go to Frontiers? He's got nothing to fucking do with Frontiers. But I think just Sega were like, Frontiers was a game that came out since Generations. So
I'd like you to go play it.
we'll chuck a reference into that. And to be fair, Chaos Island is one of my favourite levels of the game, so, you know.
Okay.
You know, it was just great and interesting. Shadow just, like, it just gets, again, it's kind of like a fucking Valhalla. Shadow gets just exposed to all the shit of his past. It's just to reconcile with it.
Bro.
He sees Maria and Gerald, and he's like, fuck. Like,
Maria.
Maybe I could save them because this is timeline displacement.
Nah,
Gerald's
bro.
like, you literally can't. Like, if you try and do that, you fucking
over.
blow up the timeline. Like, you just need to let us go back, and whatever happens will happen.
She has to die.
So he has to just accept that, right, I'm going to let Maria go again, and I didn't say
rip.
goodbye this time, but I know she's going to have to die. And
That's fucked, man.
literally ends with like Shadow who fucking shedding a single tear. And you're like, okay,
man.
Shadow's got fucking heart and soul.
My God.
And then it plays the most ludicrous, fucking amazing like vocal song ever called Without You. And it's just like a fucking ballad this woman fucking belting out. And it's like, I fucking miss you, bro. I'm fucking sad that you're dead. And you're like, fucking, I'm screaming, I'm fucking sorry. I'm like, oh my God.
Shadow.
It was exceptionally good, and it needs to form the basis of how they'll move forward doing Sonic games.
Right.
Because the levels were just so fundamentally well designed.
Right.
They just, multiple paths, they each have their own levels of validity, easy and distinct collectibles. I suppose in the hub world there's a bit of an issue because some of the collectibles are just very small and very hard to find and they're not on the map, so that was annoying.
Get the guides out.
But like if I'm playing like fucking Real Canyon Act 1 and I'm like, right, cool, I could use this power to go that path or I could go this way, this might get me extra time. I know there's a collectible up there. It felt good to move through.
Yeah.
The controls never felt sluggish or weird.
That's the key to Sonic. Huh?
Literally, it's tight, snappy controls to match the speed. You're not going at, like, you can go really fast, but the level doesn't ever feel like if you're going at a ludicrous speed, you'll just fuck up and fail anyway.
Right.
Or like you need to have fucking such ludicrous reaction timings.
Yeah.
This one was like,
Or you just got to know it.
pretty much. This one was like, even when you're going fast, the game is like clear.
Aye.
So I'm like, I'm having times when I'm belting through a level.
Turn motion blur off.
Well, pretty much, because I'm like belting through a level and I'm like, but I can still recognize what's going on. I see an enemy there, so if that's when my actual snap reaction time is jumping, and I'm like, oh okay, I can jump
Back
there and
bench.
homing attack and I'll get an extra path.
Aye.
I'm playing like Sonic Unleashed is great, but I'm playing Unleashed and it's like I am going so fast that the fucking motion blur is zooming and I'm hitting walls and shit because I'm just pelting it back 10 down a fucking very thin road. You know, even Generations is a bit like that. There's little things like the fucking drift in Generations compared to the drift in Shadow Generations.
Right.
I guess it's weird because they're so fundamentally. Look, Shadow is so better at controlling that you're like, I just played a port of a really good game and I immediately like don't ever want to play that again because there's a better one to play.
I'm just playing the Shadow levels now.
And that's also another a game I think I could play. I haven't uninstalled it yet because I'm like, I feel like I could just
go back in and do a level.
Like, what's something fun? Jump in and just run Space Colony Arc Act 1. Like I'll even jump on the online mode and do like time trials. I'm not actually trying to get a good time, but at least I feel like I'm
doing something
not
that
just
way.
repeating the same thing over and over. That's just how fast can I think I could do it. Like, or just play it for the fun of it. Chaos Island Act 1. Like all the bosses. It's great and it's really great to see a Sonic game of this caliber.
Man, so you're in like the next Sonic game, like you're there
I'm
day one.
possibly there, yeah, depending on how it ends up running, alongside. I kind of fell out for a while just because
you've not played Frontiers.
I didn't play Frontiers, no.
And I don't know if that's. I don't think we're getting another open world Sonic game as next one.
I'm not sure. Even
I
that
doubt
one
it would
was
be.
so out there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, it's interesting to think about. And some people really loved it, some people really didn't like it. So it's a bit like, where do they go for that? Do they go back to it? It's so divisive. And they had issues with that game kind of also not being finished. Like, they had to go DLC in like a bunch of fucking necessary shit, including like an entire new ending of the game. So
Right. Well, that's not good.
that's not good. But this one, perfect.
Pick cinema.
Right. Well, that's like my list done then. So that's I
Okay.
can finally step the fuck back. I'll still talk, obviously. 'cause
I hope so.
love fucking talking. But now I can pass it thoroughly to you, Graeme.
It's passing it to me, and do you know what? I'll rattle off the 4 games I played.
I was going to say
Do you know what I mean?
this one's. We've got one thing we'll talk about, but this one's literally do.
Yes. So first one, I mentioned it when you were talking Far Cry 3.
Yeah, you played Far
Man,
Cry 3.
I done it. I finally knocked it out of the park.
You finally knocked it out.
And as you may have guessed from what I said earlier, just a heap of shit in it. Like,
Didn't like it.
didn't like it
Did
at
not
all.
age well.
No, it didn't.
I think that's the most controversial thing that might have been said on this entire podcast.
It might be,
They'll come
but
for you more than that than they'll do for the Barbie episode.
well, if they do come for me, I urge them to look at the game without the nostalgia glasses
Please
on.
play the game.
Yeah, like the map design, all that open world stuff is like fine. I think it's a bit overwhelming, but that could be just open world like fatigue.
Well, I was going to say, what
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a Ubisoft game. You've always told me you don't like them anyway.
Well, I'm getting on fine with Assassin's Creed, but the problem I have with
a good professional relationship
Yeah.
with Assassin's Creed.
and first name basis, like
First name
me and
basis.
Ezio. It is like fine generally. This one gets me, and I think Far Cry 5 will probably get me, is because it just throws you in and like you're just in the world. It's kind of like Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Okay.
where it's just in, and there's like a rough place to go. So when you're on like the first island, you can just go anywhere. There's not really anything stopping you,
Yeah.
and that like hits me with the anxiety because I'm like, where the fuck do I go then?
Where
Like,
the fuck do I go
give me a direction, please. And I get like I could just do the main quest, but I'm like, they want you to do that and they don't want you to do that because
Well, there's so much to offer. They obviously want you to
exactly
engage with the landscape there.
you want to see all the systems. They want you to hunt the animals so you can get the new pouches, and you want to do that because you can't carry anything unless you have the pouches. Like, you won't have any money, you won't have any ammo. It's over.
It's over, bro.
So,
You've got to get the pouches,
You
bro.
do have to do that. My main issue is actually,
90s comics books be like,
bro, get the pouches.
fucking like Cable be like,
Cable needs all the pouches. He's got shit in the pouches. I'm telling you. Yeah, my main issue is generally the gameplay. Like, when I'm aiming down sights, it feels like I'm in sludge. It's so fucking slow. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I don't need it to be like the same as my walking pace. And running's like an issue. You turn like a truck as well.
okay.
It just feels so slow and outdated. That's my main issue with it. The story, like you mentioned earlier, for 6, is just sort of paint by numbers. Basic bad guy doing basic bad guy shit. Then halfway through the game it twists, and it's like, oh, the bad guy's boss that was the first bad guy is now the bad guy. and then you need to deal with that.
See, that's the thing that everyone always hates about that game. Like, everyone's like, the thing about the story is no matter what, like, at least Vass is cool.
Vass is cool.
And interesting.
Sure.
And then they're like, by the way, he's gone now, you need to deal with, like, a man who's the colour grey.
Yeah, like fucking John, businessman.
Literally.
Who, like, will kill you.
Oh, Boyd Hoytbrook.
Yeah.
And not saying Boyd Holbrook's bad, just, like, he has a fucking fuck-ass name, like Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah.
Fucking Hoyt, who's just a guy.
Just a guy who, like, is running the drugs and the fucking kidnapping and whatever.
Like, bro, we were on a fucking drug trip through a forest and now we're just fighting fucking drugs.
That's it.
We're just fighting fucking the operation.
And I will say, like, the whole second island is just do, like, 2 quests that generally feel pointless just so you can go to the base and then kill him. Like, I think you could just kill him and that would be fine.
That could just be last level.
Yeah, but we've got to do, like, we need to go and get the fucking helicopter, we need to blow up the fucking... the like power plant thing. I don't know. There's like 3 things. You go with this like American guy who's like an undercover fucking agent or something.
Willis, he's a cunt. I mean, I don't know if he's a cunt in the third one. He's a cunt in the other games.
And you just like blow some shit up, and it's like, oh, we're just doing this because I made you do it, so we can't do it before we go get to Hoyt.
He's literally that in every game. He pops up in 4 and 5, and both times he's just like, bro, you're gonna do some shit for me, I guess.
That's basically
the bare minimum to progress the game. Also, I'm a fucking dick because I'm the CIA, and I'm like, well, you know, it's like, yeah. But
I suppose, yeah. But it's just sort of fine. I guess play it if you're morbidly curious, but if you generally want to enjoy the game you're playing, I wouldn't play it.
I would say if you wanted to play a Far Cry game in this economy, go play 5.
Yeah, I think 5's the most well received.
And it's like,
that's why
it's also just the smoothest. Like, it does drop you in a wee bit, but at least that one's just a lot smoother of a gameplay transition. Like, you could probably take the starting gun and do 90% of anything in that game.
Aye.
But like, obviously, as you gear up, level up, you get more things. You start to enjoy the fun of it more.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I've got a silence fucking rifle, and now I've got a wacky gun that shoots
I can
like
actually
lasers or
sneak
something.
about.
Like,
insane.
so yeah, I'd recommend 5. I don't harshly because I've never played it all the way through. But then I said on the earlier I played 4, and 4 was like 3. But then I really liked 4. But then I played 4 when 4 came out.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, nowadays games move so fast and they're so fluid. Every other shooter is better than this game control wise.
Pretty much,
like,
yeah. We get so many.
Yeah, anything that's come out after that is just simply better because they're iterating on it.
If I was to go back and play 4 again, I would probably hate it.
Yeah, like, honestly, the movement, it drove me insane. Honestly. And the driving also sucked as well.
But that's just empirically true.
And
that's never been fixed in Far Cry.
Yeah. I suppose you could argue, like, fucking, what's his name, your main character guy?
Jason Brody.
Jason fucking Brody obviously hasn't shot a gun before this moment in time.
Well, that's true.
So I guess you could argue that.
He flies like paper, get highs like planes.
Yeah. Like some sort of ludonarrative dissonance if you can control like a fucking army man, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I'd rather it just play well, thanks. Bye.
I think the thing is, because like even by the end, did you feel like it was majorly improved? Because even though you spend the whole game improving and getting better and learning and getting your tattoos, like
no, the basic control always just the issue.
He never just gets better at fucking doing the thing.
Like, sure, I've got more health, I've got armor now, I can sneak kill from underwater.
Oh damn!
But that's like it.
Guy's like a Navy SEAL, but he does just walk through mud every time.
I can like jump onto you and stab you in the neck, but I can't like move sideways faster.
Common fucking issue there.
Citra's cool, but she didn't give me that ability.
Plaguing her as who would you pick at the end?
I went to just with my mates, bro. Like, fuck Citra, you know?
She's like, you could just stay here and fuck me.
Like, all day.
And that's it.
Yeah, and that'd be cool, I guess.
You know that ending? She just kills you.
Oh, it's fucked, man.
You just get her pregnant. She's like, I just have to kill you now because her baby's actually going to become like the fucking best.
Shit, man.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Why does she get to live?
Why does she get to live?
Sick Citra, man.
She's like the main villain. She like fucks over everybody. She's the one who survives both endings.
That's so weird, man.
I think no, she doesn't survive both endings. That's
Tripsy
literally true. She literally dies in the ending you picked.
I can't remember, bro. I've blocked it from my memory, to be honest.
She's not like following a knife, and then the other guy that's there is like, why would you do this? Oh, why would you do this?
Oh, the like, what's his name, man? The black guy that's like your handler the whole game.
The glasses,
Aye, I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Even,
he seemed chill though.
To be fair,
until that moment, probably.
I think if you really push nails at my head, I can't remember any of the characters in 6. El Tigre was the old guard guy. He was really cool.
That's a nice name.
He's literally like El Jefe. He's literally like fucking...
El Jefe.
Like, supposed to be... honestly, I feel like he's a fucking Che Guevara.
Did we get... Is like Danny Trejo in the game? Like, we should have done that.
So Danny Trejo was in the game.
Right.
But his DLC get delisted.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. So
we
can't get him anymore. They done these weird free updates.
Yeah, with the pets and that.
No, it was like rather than a DLC, there's a free update where you can just meet Danny Trejo, do a mission with Danny Trejo.
Okay.
You can meet a guy who really
Weird.
likes Ramble and then do a mission themed around
Based?
Ramble, and it plays like music for the Ramble games. And then there's a mission where you just go to the Upside Down for Stranger Things and just fight like Demogorgon for Stranger Things.
Excuse me?
Unironically. I wish I was fucking joking. This isn't even a pause moment,
That
bro.
should be in
The
3.
tape's still rolling.
Because we're tripping balls.
Like, we're fucking definitely, like, you just go to, basically, by the way, there's a Russian base, there's like a fucking, there's an 11 in there.
Aye.
There's a fair Russian lass who, like, just takes you the Upside Down. You
It's
fight
fucking
fucking mind
weird.
flares in the sky and you're fighting the Demogorgon.
That's like an issue.
Like, why?
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
What armor do I get? What gun do I get for that? Like, anything?
You just get, like, upside down, like, fucking fungus guns.
Okay, well I guess that's a bit
I don't
fun.
think they were worth it.
Probably not.
I've not watched Stranger Things, so I'm just in the upside down, like, I'm just no attached
That's
to this.
crazy, man.
What are we doing here?
That's like a cultural thing you just are not involved in.
I know,
Like,
that was really fucking weird. And then, like I say, for some reason, specifically the Danny Trejo one, something went wrong and they had to like fucking remove it for the
that
game.
trio was unhappy with the
And like
performance.
you didn't unlock it during the time that it was there, so now it's permanently gone forever.
Oh man, this is the problem with like online marketplaces.
Yes, correct.
Should have been on the disc.
Should have been on the fucking disc, bro. Unironically,
Just saying.
Arrival should have been on the fucking disc for fucking Mass Effect 1. No, that's wrong. It was
2?
Mass Effect 3, and it was the DLC, the Javik, you know, the fucking the companion, the DLC companion that was
Bro.
like fucking day one DLC. That's
I
when
do
all
not.
that shit started.
Fucking God's sake, BioWare
Fucking BioWare ruined
ruining
the
games. How could they?
Javik ruined the games.
Fuck man.
I should really replay Mass Effect.
I'll get to it one day, but I had to get to this one first. It was Trek to Yomi, Ewan.
Yeah, Trek to Yomi. I really want to play Trek to Yomi.
Yep, it was a free game for a month at some point, and I installed it, and I decided, you know what, now's the time. Let's crack that one.
Fucking
And it
whacked
was a good wee time, man. It was a good wee jaunt through feudal Japan.
Love it.
A wee revenge tale. It got a bit weird and supernatural halfway through.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
But,
it was very straight up. But
It was still quite good. I went for the platinum, which had its own trials and tribulations.
yeah, you told me you had to play like fucking hard mode and shit. Like,
Yeah, so the first playthrough I done was on the hard mode, which was fine,
right.
you know. But then the second playthrough I had to do was on the you get hit once you die mode,
Oh,
which was less fine. But it was offset by the fact that the enemies do die in one hit,
oh, okay.
except the bosses. So you know,
Oh, okay.
and there was trophies for defeating the bosses flawlessly.
Fucking
Which
Christ.
obviously you have to do on the you get hit once you die mode.
Yeah.
But I did manage to do a couple on hard as well, just reloading. And then I was like halfway through reloading, I was like, why am I doing this? I need to do it in the next run anyway. Like, why am I putting myself through this torture now?
I'm just gonna have to do it later anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, do you know what? That's completely rational.
Absolutely. But it was quite good, man. The visuals were quite good. It was quite striking. It was obviously all black and white. I played it with the dub, which, thinking on it now, is probably a bad move because the dub was pretty bad. I would play it in the sub if you can.
Yeah, do you know the funny thing is, I'm not even trying to insult anyone for this. And there are good dubs out there, but I mean, 99% of the time, if you can just do it with subs.
Aye, absolutely.
Like, that's just how
100%.
I guess it should be the only one, unless it's been fully produced that way. Like Ghost of Tsushima was fine in the dub because it just felt like it was actually made that way.
Aye.
And then sometimes you maybe get a good dub or two, like the Attack on Titan dub gets quite good towards the end compared to the sub as well in some places. But even then, it's a bit like sometimes this line sounds better or that scream sounds
You'd
better.
say, on the whole, just sub is more consistently better.
Yeah.
Aye, definitely for
What's
that.
can I just say, what is the gameplay like? I thought, is it 2D or I can't remember seeing a
Yep,
trailer. I
so-
saw a trailer, but I can't remember it.
All combat screens are 2D, just because that's how the combat kind of works, I guess. But all like the rest of the game, there's like explorable like mini chunks,
Okay.
and that's where the collectibles and shit are.
What would you compare it to?
If I've had to compare it to a game,
Even just raw gameplay style.
raw gameplay. Oh, I don't
Like
know,
I'm looking
yeah.
at this 2D and I'm like,
Yeah.
is that like the new Prince of Persia type 2D? Like,
It's certainly closer to that. It gave me kind of Dead Cells, but like more Dark Souls.
okay,
So, well, the combat's like very Dark Souls.
right.
Like this is block, this is parry, this is like dodge, or that.
You
There's
take
like
that
some
quite well,
combos
yeah.
you can do. There's one like fully cracked one that you get like halfway through the game. So lean on that.
You've received the crutch.
Basically, yes. There's like other weapons you get. So you get like a bow and arrow, you get kunai, and you get this fucking like cannon thing.
A cannon?
Yeah, you get like a fucking
gun?
not a full cannon, bro. Like fully
like
a cannon.
fucking broadside,
Yeah,
like a
like
fucking
fully.
pirate ship.
And enemies with them start appearing, so you need to like fucking rush them down, or they're gonna fucking shit on
Or
your
they're
day.
just going to shoot you with a cannon. Like that
Absolutely.
would fuck your day up a wee bit, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I'd probably say like closer to Dead Cells and Dark Souls. It's easy to say that though, isn't it? Like, obviously.
No, I suppose. I mean, Dark Souls. But you've said it in a previous episode that Dark Souls so fundamentally revolutionised the way
gaming.
we look at gaming that. So
Aye.
like, I think now that we compare things to Dark Souls a lot, just shows what Dark Souls fundamentally did to the medium.
True.
Even if it's not a Dark Souls game, it's just like it's just an apt comparison.
Yeah, and I mean that's aping on Ocarina of Time, but we can talk about that another
Well,
day.
maybe.
No, I'm saying.
Is Ocarina of Time the Dark Souls of Zelda games, or is Dark Souls the Ocarina of Time of FromSoft games?
Both are equally true. Okay, next up, Ewan. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Fortnite. I can see that on your
Well,
fucking list.
I did also play Fortnite.
You played Miles Morales. This is interesting. We wait to talk about this. No, we're
Like,
not. We've talked about it.
We have talked about it, and to be honest,
So, no, I think.
Go on.
What do you think
Hit me.
of? So you first off, huge Spider-Man fan.
of course, yes.
This is known.
Big love.
You've played the first one.
I've played the first one.
What did you think of the first one?
Great time.
Great
Cinema.
time.
Peak. Cries at the end.
You hate the gameplay.
It's fine. It's not as good as Arkham, and if it's not as good as Arkham, you probably shouldn't do it.
That's a very good point. I disagree on the first one, but I think it just continues to
Right.
get worse.
Right. Well, it just didn't feel as. I felt there was like some delay, or like when I was doing something, it wasn't quite doing what I was doing.
What am I talking about? I was literally screaming and bashing my head against the one playing the DLC for one. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, never mind. Yeah,
Aye.
no, you're right. I fucking hated
Well,
that one. That was the DLC.
There's certain enemy types that are just ass.
Did
You
you play
just
the
can't
DLC?
fight them. Yes, I beat all the DLC.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's so many things that like fucking delete this for not even just for
Yeah.
the game, delete it from game development.
Facts. And Miles has like more of them, I think, or
Yeah.
because it's so condensed in experience, it feels like there's more of them.
Yeah. They
Whereas
sort of throw a lot
one's
more
a bit
at you.
more spread out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the DLCs, they have more gank fucking enemies in them than they do in the main
Just
game, I
imagine
think.
just like here's the fucking jetpack guy. Here's the guy with the minigun that is
Aye.
just like fucking immediately eviscerates you when he looks at you.
You
Like,
just need a finisher banked for that guy. Or
Literally.
you can't fight.
that's
it.
it. It's fucking that's my box. Especially when you're trying to do
Literally
some of the challenge ones and that, like the
Yes.
fucking the bases.
Fucking screwball, man. So, Miles Morales. Yeah, well, I like the first one. Love it. The combat is like issues for me. This one, the combat's generally the same.
Yeah.
The Venom abilities are pretty cool. I quite like them. Messing about with them's fun. But the enemy design is just the same, reskinned.
Yep.
We do have the fucking... What's the energy that we're trying to fight again?
New
form.
New form. Yeah.
The new form. There's like new form shield guys that are BAMs. There's like new form like put 3 tracks down and like a fucking finger like formation in front of you.
I don't remember
There's
that.
like
at
a
all.
wee wall. There's like 3 lines come out.
I don't remember.
Oh man, they're fucking arseholes, right? Let me tell you.
I mean, I the problem is Miles went so fast that I barely remember any of the moment gameplay. I can tell you the base of the story, but
Well, yes. So I'm doing the kind of clean up stuff now.
Yeah.
But I basically just macked the game, like just the story, just to see what it was, and I thought it was just fine. You know, that's
fine,
kind of what we are. I wasn't like blown away. I was meh.
and there was no
And that's
surprises. It was just so quick. Everything just goes from A, B to C, rapid
Yeah.
enough. And I was like, this is like cool. Like Miles' character in these games is cool, but like
Yeah.
everything is just introduced and resolved in the same fucking
Yes.
the same instances.
There's like some light characterization. Obviously, Fee is a Fee, isn't it? That's his
Finn.
pal, Finn. Finn coming through, giving Miles like a love interest, and then like some sort of. It's almost like it's trying to be an Uncle Ben moment, I think.
Yeah,
And that like, oh, I've caused this to happen. I should be more responsible with my powers, kind of thing.
yeah.
That's what it's given, anyway.
Some sort of like sacrificing moment of like sort of character development that makes him reflect on himself. Yeah.
Because obviously, when his father dies in the first game, he has no powers. He can't stop it.
Yeah.
So this is trying to be that, I guess.
Like now he's got the powers just to aye. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I didn't hate it either. It just was very predictable and didn't
Yeah.
do anything unique or interesting.
Nothing shocked me about the plot. It was just sort of like standard evil corp doing evil things. This person trying to do good, maybe with like some sus techniques and ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And you as Spider-Man are like, yo, can't have that. Even
though
though you're my bestie, I can't have that. No. And the conflict was kind of interesting. It's like the flashback stuff I quite liked at the end.
Yeah, I
but-
was gonna say probably the best part of the whole game is that flashback.
Yeah. And
Especially because it's got fucking Peter and Doc Ock in it, and I'm like, oh, good,
Yeah.
these are the ones from the last game, and I really liked you in that game.
Oh my god, you guys.
I
That
did
was
like,
cool.
I like the base growth of Miles. To be fair, I did like the fucking, like kind of starting off as like a baby
Literally,
Spider-Man, and then
literally
kind of
baby Spider-Man.
finding his own. You know that scene where like fucking Ned's like, bro, you're like the guy.
You're him,
like,
bro.
Fucking make a costume and get out there, and you're like, fucking yeah, I gotta go out there, I gotta fucking get that shit done.
do it,
Because
man.
it's an easy conflict for Miles to go through. It's very easy to just do the, like, how do I compare to Peter?
Well, that's
Like,
kind of what
how much of a Spider-Man am I?
yeah,
Shit.
that's probably what he's doing the whole time. That's really what the Spider-Verse movies were doing for the first movie.
Yeah.
Is he's just comparing himself to the other Spider-Man. And he has to realise he has to be his own Spider-Man.
He has to be his own, and then the second one, the second Spider-Verse movie is a bit like, right, okay, well, what does that, do? How does that bump up against his, now he has his own Spider-Man, but like, what does that mean for the world around him? And, he's going to come into conflict with people because he has to believe in his own way of being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which
and
I think is the way you could go further with Miles in the future of the games.
Yeah, and I think that's probably, when I get to 2, you obviously know more than me, that's probably going to be a conflict between the Spider-Men, is that Peter's obviously going down a darker path with the symbiote and whatnot, and Miles has to be like his anchor to like the good that Spider-Man is, probably.
Oh, yes and no.
Man, so like I've wrote a better Spider-Man 2 than the guys already,
Well, you've definitely wrote a better Miles, because I don't fucking recall what happens to Miles in 2 a bit more. Miles has got some. He actually has his own sort of darker turns. That's
right.
The best I'll say about it.
That's interesting.
He has his own sort of darker turns. He's kind of forced to bump heads with some characters, and sort of like he kind of gets a bit
His
more
uncle, the Prowler.
Oh god, is the Prowler in the second?
I'd expect him to be in it. Maybe breaks it or something. Because we put him away, put his ass in jail in this one.
Did you do his beats? Are you doing his funky beats?
I hated that. Absolutely hated that question.
People fucking hate that question.
Bro, I hate it too.
I didn't hate it, but it was a bit like, okay.
I'm glad there was only 8. I'll put it that way.
Much worse. Oh god, what does he do too? He ends up being the more moral core by the end. That is true. I'm pretty sure they
could
do
see
lean on that
then.
more. But he has his own darker turns. I really need to replay 2. And I did really like 2. I feel like every time I talk about 2, it's to say something negative. I actually did like it a lot. I think I definitely liked it more than Miles.
Right. Okay. Well, I could see that.
It's
There's more of it.
Being a longer game with more things to do and more characters and more villains. And so, I mean, it's kind of hard. But
well, I'll say that I like playing as Miles right now more than I liked Peter in 1. But I don't think that's going to carry through.
I was going to say, I've long threatened Graeme with, like, you're not going to enjoy the fighting in 2.
Yeah.
Because it's just the same as it has been, but they added a parry.
Which I don't understand. Why did we need to have a parry?
Literally, like now there's the blue ones, Graeme. You had the red ones, the yellow ones, now there's the blue ones.
Fucking hell, right. So I'll get to that and I'll see you in 2025 recap.
You
when
think
we get
you're going to get that done this year?
I think I'll beat that this year.
You did get it. You did get it for Christmas, didn't you?
If there's one game I beat this year, it's that. If there's more than that, we're starting the Final Fantasy journey. Do you know what I'm saying?
God,
I'm threatened with the Metal Gear Collection 1 as well.
Oh, don't. Me too.
I'm threatened with
Actually, I keep like that. It's like fucking the
It's
Green Goblin
there.
mask. It's like
staring at me.
Like
being
coward.
Like, today's the day. Just fight Psycho Mantis or whatever. Just
bro,
go on.
just go and do the thing where you like literally let the end, you set your console on and let the end die old age.
Just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Hungry for words.
Next up, Ewan, we've got some ones we could speak on together.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long you want to go for it, but it is the game that released this December, Marvel Rivals.
So we had to address Marvel Rivals.
We do have to speak on, these people.
So I think
these developers.
So I think me and Graeme don't have the same relationship to hero shooters.
No, my experience with a hero shooter is I've played Overwatch once at EGX, I think, on the Switch when it was coming out on the Switch.
Okay, yeah.
I played Reaper, clean shit up.
Clean shit up.
Then I played Then I played as Hanzo and was less clean and shut up. Then I've played Apex, which I would say is a hero shooter in the battle royale genre.
Yeah, I think that's Apex an intersection between Fortnite and
definitely.
Hero shooter. Although I would argue it leans more Fortnite than Overwatch.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. And I've played, what else hero shooter wise? Siege, probably. But that's like...
Well, Siege a lot more tactical and grounded, so it's like true, I think you're in the right vein.
Yeah,
but it's
I've been through
different from what we're talking about.
I've looked through the prism of hero shooter and went to 3 sections there. And I've only played the true hero shooter one time, really.
The true hero... No, you didn't play the true hero shooter at all, because the true hero shooter
is TF2.
Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, that's true. I might have played that as a young boy.
I remember I used to play all the
not
time.
Sure.
So I'm the opposite.
Yeah, Ewan's in.
I'm a hero shooter fiend. When TF2 went free to play in 2011, I always wanted to play it, but I could never justify. I was young enough that I couldn't get a PC proper set
up. Was it
up
orange box it was on in the console?
Well, so I had the orange box, but the console versions are fucking diabolically bad compared.
Shit.
They just released it with like a handful of maps, a handful of game modes, no cosmetics, no alternate weapons, just let you go wild.
Well, yeah, that they probably couldn't have like the marketplace on the console, could they?
Pretty much, aye.
Yeah, so the PC is a much better
I
version
need to
of
look
play.
at this. This might be a Mandela effect or like some fucking dream I had when I was a child, but I think the Xbox, I swear to God, the Xbox version had slightly more.
Right.
Like, for some reason, my brain was convinced that had like hats and they added extra maps to that, but that might be a lie. That might be just something I fucking made up in psychosis.
They could have though.
I had the PS3 version, and as we know, if it was a PS3 version of a
It
game,
didn't work.
it did not work, and it was bad, and everyone hated it because people were like, "Oh, I can't make games for the PS3; it's stinky," which may or may not be true. See my relationship to Skyrim for a fucking example of that. I really hope you're enjoying your DLCs for Skyrim. I was fucking waiting. They were all out by the time I get Dawnguard, I think.
Damn.
Anyway, so I played the Orange Box. I still enjoyed it, and I was watching a lot of videos. T-Fortress was huge on YouTube. I'm a German, and I'm a
loads
star,
of skits, all that kind of stuff.
literally, German star, German versus star. Everyone wants to see this happen. Like, I'm fucking sitting there, the fucking third or fourth year or something. I can't remember what we're in.
Man's been German since day
Oh,
one.
I've been German since day one. Are you kidding me?
That's
I
insane.
remember my best friend at the time being like, "You should watch this guy. This is this fucking guy called Star, and he's playing T-Fortress 2." And I was like, "Bro, Star's like a dick, but who's this other guy?
Yeah.
Who's this other guy who's like doing like funny voices?" I remember one of the earliest
Who's
videos I
this
ever
psycho?
watched, fucking Big Thunder Mountain, and he was just running about. He's like, "We're on the main Thunder, we're on the striking Thunder, Thunderman." He was full Boston at this point, so he had the thick accent. And I'm like, "This guy's fucking funny. I gotta watch this. This guy's gonna go in places."
Yes.
So I was big on it, and then I couldn't play it because I don't have a good PC, and I never had I didn't want to buy the game at the time. So they went free to play,
Aye.
and but then it was like you get limited access to certain things, but if you buy a single item from
You're
the
in.
shop, you just get access to everything.
Right.
So it's essentially best you had to pay. I paid like I bought one key for a crate, so I was like what, £2 or £3 back in the day.
Right.
Fucking there you go. Now you can find items, find hats, go on all the servers, do everything. You're a fucking full player now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in it for the long fucking term. I think Team Fortress 2 might still be the game I have the most hours in.
Right.
I think we're talking about 3,000.
Okay.
3,000 seems a lot. Let
That's
me
a lot
check.
of
I'm
hours.
curious.
FIFA's mine, obviously.
Definitely. Although,
But,
do we have a specific FIFA, or are we just talking the FIFA franchise?
Well, I think I had like a good few hundred on 18 or 19, and then 2021 might be like slightly less, but as silly amounts of hours.
Silly amounts of hours. Okay, I thought I had a lot more than that, but I think it's still one of my top seeds. 1,381 and a half hours.
Damn, brother. That is some time spent in a game right there.
Literally, and I mean, 1,000 of those hours were standing about on trade servers doing the conga. I fucking loved it. I loved the emote. I loved hats.
It's been a great time.
I loved Man vs. Machine. I loved it. And then Overwatch came out, and everyone was like, "This is the big cock.
This is the tits.
This is the omega cock." And I played that, and I thought, "Damn, this game's fucking amazing. This is so much fun. This is the omega cock." And I played that for a while, and then Team Fortress 2 sort of phased out, and I stopped being friends with that guy because he was like my big Team Fortress 2 guy, and just in general I was like, okay, I'm off my PC a bit more, although I jump on for Overwatch, and then Overwatch I get fed up of.
Yeah.
Because they also started slowing down and doing any meaningful releases, and they started patching it according to like competitive people, and not the regular normal people playing the game. And
it's a difficult line to walk.
well, I also started playing competitive Overwatch anyway.
Oh man, psycho
It's
behaviour.
probably one of the things that it's done irreparable damage to my soul.
Yeah.
Like when
would
I'm
agree.
going to the field of needs and they're weighing my heart,
Yeah.
like competitive Overwatch player will cause it to sink on the one side a wee bit.
That's insane.
It's blackened my heart a wee bit. And I
yeah.
gave up for a while. I was like, I can't do this anymore. These games they're not doing them good anymore, and I'm not enjoying them anymore.
Well, when we started playing Marvel Rivals, there was obviously like some videos that would appear in my recommended, and most of them were about the state of hero shooters.
Yeah.
And the consensus from these people seemed to be that TF2's balance was literally the best, and we simply got worse from
the
there.
funniest thing is T4 just doing never. It was great the whole time until the competitive update.
Right.
But the biggest issue wasn't really the balancing. It was that they introduced 100 million zillion unnamed bot accounts.
Right.
And then Valve were just like, we're not going to do anything about that.
Sorry.
And it was the longest time before they were like, we should probably ban the a million aimbotting fake accounts that are just in this game like a virus.
Cheaters, yeah.
And then they just came back. So it was weird like that. But yeah, Team Fortress 2 unironically was.
Yeah.
I mean, I had issues. Like, I fucking hated snipers and spies in that game. But, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I have to get over certain things. I hate snipers in any game because I just don't like an idea of someone being able to one-shot me. But that's just literally a skill issue.
They're
literally a
just...
skill issue.
They're goated and that's how they do it.
But, like, other than that, Team Fortress 2 did feel a bit like everyone has their fucking balances and their counterbalances and their reasons to be there. Like even Overwatch from the start had like inherent like you're the right choice and you are fundamentally not worth playing at this point.
If you didn't have Mercy in your team,
like Mercy
Game
could just
over.
mass res everybody. Like why even bother playing any other support?
Yeah, literally.
Like Reinhardt was just obliquely the best tank. Like I know you could get skin wipes as Diva, but like Reinhardt just is the best tank.
Aye.
Yeah, it really just got worse from there, as you say. And as I say, in general, people were fed up at it.
Right.
Like there was a proliferation. Overwatch got really popular, and there was a proliferation of hero shooters, and it was just a bunch of really bad ones that nobody ever played. Remember Battleborn?
Battleborn, yeah, I was about to say.
Fucking hell.
Remember Battleborn?
Remember Concord?
Oh.
We're still getting these. We're still getting hero shooters.
Listen, Bungie, this year, we're coming. Marathon
is coming. It could be good.
It could be good.
The problem is, like, the interest had died because everyone was, like, making really piss poor games and then also charging money for them.
Yeah. Like Battleborn was a game that you had to buy.
Concord was a game you had to buy. Now, we knew about Marvel Rivals around the time of Concord, and I think there was already a bit of zhuzh because it was like, it's Marvel.
Like, they can't let it be shit, surely.
Like, there has to be something in it because it's literally the capital S Spider-Man and the capital fucking, like, M mutants. Here's the X-Men, like Fantastic Four. Yeah. Well, they were the season 1, but... And then it was like, they seemed to just watch everyone else fail and then be like, well, we're not going to charge you at all.
Yeah, you'll have all the characters whenever they come out, all the time.
Yeah, for free.
That's
and
you.
I was like, oh.
Pog.
Hang on a minute.
Even Apex doesn't do that.
Even Apex doesn't do that. Like, well, okay, hang on. This is the same time you've got Overwatch getting the scandals because they've went free to play on Overwatch 2, but deleted the story mode, which was the only reason people wanted us at Overwatch 2, and they were gatekeeping characters behind battle passes.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is awful. This is awful. So Marvel, especially after Overwatch 1, was every update with heroes for free.
Right, yeah.
So Marvel Rivals was like, no, we're just going to be like good. And I was like, okay, I can dare to dream now.
Of course, this is it.
I've missed hero shooters. There's a bit of a hole in my heart.
I could get into one now.
I could get into one, and they're going to just release a free one with Spider-Man in it.
Like the Marvel IP.
Fucking, like,
yes.
Winter Soldier's in this. Squirrel Girl's in this. Like, Doctor Strange in this. I'm like, excellent.
Could we be more up?
It was made by NetEase
Games,
who are definitely like a fucking full, like, fucking phone shovelware, like, gacha game company.
Yes, they are.
I think that they do like Future Fight and like some of your mobile ones.
They might do. They're doing the Destiny mobile game.
I've seen that their name a couple of times in some of the games I've played as well. That's not inherently a bad thing, but obviously it kind of sets the tone for like what the game might be like,
I suppose.
But I will say it then wasn't quite like that, or at least
it's remarkably well polished for, as you say, a Chinese shovelware phone game company most of the time.
Like, we're just here to make money.
Aye.
Like, we're here to fucking gacha game, you're here to get fucking loot boxes and that done. But this game, it comes out of the gate, it's completely free, it's beautiful, gorgeous aesthetic.
Art direction's great.
Gorgeous, like, character design, UIs. Some of the fattest asses in gaming I've ever seen. Like, they
definitely have, like, a thing they're doing.
Well, here's the thing. Overwatch obviously became famous for porn. Everyone was like, this is a good game. I also want to fuck every character.
Rule 34 right now.
And Overwatch was about like, no, don't have sex with the characters.
Meanwhile, Blizzard Company was,
Well, yes, please don't have sex with the characters. Meanwhile, Blizzard are convicted for like stealing breast milk or some of those wild fucking stories that are coming out. NetEase, meanwhile, are more like, please make porn of our characters.
They're a bit kind of like that, yes.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah, the models are free. You can go get the models for free. And
we found the models. We've discovered that the models, there's bare models underneath the clothing, so you can functionally just take their clothes off.
I don't know why China, I guess. I don't know.
Because they know it's going to make the money, and it's been a non-stop success. I mean, you're getting half the people on this team are just like, these are really hot characters.
Yeah.
Invisible Woman gets revealed, and the biggest thing is like, she has got a humongous ass.
She's got a Disney mum ass.
That is insane that they put that in a character in a video game. And it's working. I don't even disrespect them for it.
Do you know what? They've went for the market. The market seems to be working.
Yep.
The Gunners have come through in full force.
So, like, good on them. They're getting in. And so me and Graeme, let's get in. We want to play a game. It's a free game. We're looking for something to spice up the marriage.
Exactly.
And I think I hate it.
I hate it too. I think, Ewan.
And I'm going to play it tonight, probably.
I might.
I was going to say, we might go on tonight. It's... God, what even is wrong with Marvel Rivals? Okay.
Well, let's address the first one. I don't actually think it needs roll queue.
You don't think it needs roll queue?
No, I think roll queue
I think it needs roll queue for competitive.
Maybe.
Because you need to guarantee a level of balance here, especially if people are going to fucking insta-lock like Moon Knight and shit.
Well, I think when a game's out long enough, the meta will settle and everyone will understand what the meta picks are, and that will then defeat the need for Roku.
That is fair.
And in that case, if, say, having one less tank would actually be an incredible advantage, you might as well need that.
It depends on how cracked the people are, which is probably the first issue with the game, is that we talked about Team Fortress had like the best balancing. This game has like no balancing, I feel.
I think so. Well, yes, because we think that, for instance, Wolverine sucks.
Yeah.
But some people on Twitter seem to think he's literally S tier tank the best.
Literally.
So I don't know where the disparity is. People seem to think that...
People think Venom's S, but before the game came out, Venom's S, and I'm like, bro, Venom is ASS.
Yeah,
like
Venom sucks. Like I can't use him.
Shit, I fucking hate Venom.
Yeah, and it could be because, I've spent 5 minutes in a game with him. I've not spent 3 hours
How
learning
long
him.
People been doing it? Plus, I get it, it's the levels they're playing at, like competitive versus casual type behaviour.
And we had the fucking controversy with Doctor Strange, where he moved slower on console.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, he does like less damage or something on console.
Literally pay to win. So
like,
what the hell's that about? I do think any game, like Valorant on PC, if you can't click ahead, you can't play the game. Because you just won't be able to kill anyone. Yeah. They will kill you straight away.
Dead ass.
So I think playing on PC against console players would just be an incredible advantage.
Yeah.
There's obviously a tag to play console only.
And actually, I think that's genuinely good of them.
Yes, because if we were playing like PC freaks, we would not be able to live anymore.
We would have deleted the game by now.
100%. Yeah.
And we're already going to delete the game.
Yeah.
So. But I do think as well, the problem is like, a lot of what you're saying is valid, but then occasionally you'll just find something like, oh, Iron Man can just shoot a fucking nuclear bomb and kill everybody in the screen.
I do think the flying characters are going to be a problem.
The flying characters are completely fucking cracked.
And they just buff Storm to be like goated now.
You can actually use Storm now, and I'm like, mate, like I can't reach her, and all the people on my team that are supposed to reach her can't reach her or refuse to reach her.
I think, Roku, it might be required for competitive. Like pubs is just a total free for all. If no one in your team is flying, I just don't know how you've got a count on it. A flying character.
Like a lot of people will just look up, and I'm like, bro, I look up and he shoots me with a fucking nuclear bomb and I die.
I'm literally dead.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I can fucking shoot like fucking lasers, and Storm's now going to be out in the background just fucking buffing him, and I can't reach her either.
Yeah.
Because there's what my issue is the characters don't feel balanced around each other. Some characters just do like Doctor Strange. The fall off in his attack is nonsense.
Yeah.
I think it's Doctor Strange. I should be able to cast a spell more than fucking 3 feet in front of me.
100%.
Storm, even though she get buffed, has to reload wind.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Like they don't have a fixation on like speed, damage, like distance. Everyone has such drastically different ones, and it just feels like a game of just keep chucking whatever your cracked ability is. Iron Man just keep ulting. Moon Knight, stand in a corner and fucking throw an anchor, just spam left.
Just keep throwing at that anchor.
Scarlet Witch, just walk forward and hold the attack button.
Literally that.
Fucking
same as Cloak.
Iron Fist, uninstall the game.
Leave, get away.
Get a divorce and fucking
just get away.
Hawkeye players,
stop right now.
I hate you.
Luna Snow, die.
Luna Snow, I hate you. But then it's like fucking Rocket Raccoon, why you play the game?
Yeah,
actually, you contributed, actually.
Like, you actually suck. Bye. I'm so sorry.
And then so that's the thing. Everything becomes so. It's very The Incredibles when everyone's supernova is.
It feels a bit like
everything's happening all the time, very loud, and I'm just dying non-stop until I get my move where I can just kill everybody.
Yeah.
And then I get killed again, and it just keeps looping like that. The
cycle continues.
Or if someone's so particularly good, you're just locked in permanently.
Aye.
Do you know who should be deleted from the game? The Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier again.
Like you just shouldn't be able to do that. He gets like fucking 10 seconds after he fucking hits his thing to kill you to get it back.
Yeah.
Give it like 3 seconds. I've watched people go like fucking chain these like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, like kill the full team.
Literally kill the full team, and then they come out spawn. You still got enough of a charge on your ult to just keep going.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's mental.
It's crazy. You can train it for that long.
It's truly fucking mental. Honest to Christ. I also think the game's just like the UI. It's a beautiful art direction, but see when you actually play the game, it's so fucking loud.
There is a lot happening on the screen.
But then also
I don't even know
not enough.
There's a weighted. Well, like
you
in what way?
You get like 1,700 like notifications and like, oh, I have to look over here to check this, and they don't properly mesh the UI to be like, for example, like Overwatch did this, where like shit you need to know is in the center of the screen.
Right, yeah.
See if I'm playing like fucking Penny Parker in this game, I have to look all the way to the left to see how many webs have been deployed and shit like that, and then I'm dead because I have to look to the left. Yeah. I know that sounds hyperbolic, but it kind of is just how it is.
Yeah.
However, in this game, you have absolutely no idea where you're getting damage from unless you're watching it happening in front of you.
I do feel like hit markers some sort of damage notification is missing, or at least it's so unseeable at this point that it's just getting drowned out by everyone else.
People are also talking about how just the visual disparity between certain things isn't enough. Like Thor, Invisible Woman, and Cloak Dagger, all three of them have an ability that just drops a big orb, and they all look pretty much the same.
Well, this is a lot of those videos I was seeing was like pointing this out as well, that Team Fortress 2, like, just you should know by the silhouette of a character, the role and possibly what to expect. If I see Hulk and Thor, I know it's a tank, but one of them can hit me with a hammer, and one of them can like jump at me and can't hit me really from range. Yeah. So I can't really tell what I'm doing there against that.
Plus, they're kind of muddy, the roles in this game in general. Like the tanks.
I feel like it's a tank support meta. There actually isn't a duelist you should pick in a full squad.
Well, I don't know though, because I think some of the duelists are so mentally cracked. Like, Moon Knight, if you just drop a Moon Knight in the middle of it, it's just like, okay, well, I'm just dead forever, because that guy can chuck a fucking ank a mile away, and then his reflective fucking damage is 100 a minute. Yeah. I mean more like how some supports aren't all healers. They get too much of a DPS to them that people just feel they need to play them as DPS. Or like some tanks are like so fucking weak that there's no point playing them as an attack because they're going to die anyway. For example. Literally. Like, Wolverine's a duelist. But Wolverine should be a tank.
Oh, right. I thought it was a tank. See, there you go.
This is the problem. He feels like he should be a tank, but then like I feel like Thor's not really a tank. I feel like I'm dying really quickly as Thor. Yeah. Like I'm just getting in there, and then it's like, oh, you kind of have to like use the Thor Force to get your health up. And I'm like, bro, I chuck the Thor Force down and it does nothing, and like I'm dying, and like something like Captain America's like a dive tank. People like, you play as like a dive, and I'm like, he's just a duelist then at that point. He's just DPS, and his DPS is terrible.
They buffed them, so it's okay. Don't worry.
Well, allegedly. They nerfed Hela by taking away 25 health and doing absolutely nothing else.
That's so good. I'm so excited for that.
What Hela can do, she can fly as well. She can go up there and do Hela Unleashed and just shoot ravens at you.
Yes, and you will die. That's it.
So sorry. It's there's not enough clarity. There's not enough lines being divided here. They need to draw categories a bit further, refine what those individual categories mean, tone down the fucking UI.
Yeah. I think they've put themselves in a corner with the Marvel IP as a whole, because there is so many characters. The problem is that there's going to be too much. That's I think it's going to happen.
People are saying it's at least good because it gives them fertile ground to work with.
Yeah.
Like, they can drop a fucking season 1 and you get the entire Fantastic Four for free. Because, like, they just have these characters ready to go. Like, Things obviously can be a tank. He's a big burly guy. Like, fucking, you can probably make Sue Storm a support because she does force fields and, like, invisibility shit. Yeah. Like, easy. But, like, also it means there is just so much.
So much, man. Yeah.
And they clearly... I don't know. It depends on how we as a community look at this in the long run. Like, maybe if we just accepted it as a complete nonsense game. Like, this isn't T4 just or Overwatch. It's just a silly nonsense game. Like, Ultron and Blade are going to get added, and it's going to be like, alright, cool, now fucking Ultron can shoot robots, and Blade is the Daywalker and becomes a vampire and stabs you with a knife. Like, I don't know. But then I'm like, I feel like we should have to literally break our understanding of the genre just to enjoy this. Oh, it's fine, Graeme. This one doesn't matter because it's stupid, silly nonsense.
Yeah. Because I don't, if it's got a competitive ranked mode, which means it wants to be taken seriously as a competitive game. Absolutely, somewhere.
Definitely.
Even if it's not in like big money tournaments, the player base at least wants it. I think. So they have to balance it properly with that in mind. Like you're saying with Overwatch, not Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch. They seem to balance it around competitive players.
Yeah.
And that would ruin it for the casual. That's what I mean. Like the knife edge they need to walk, because casual players don't want to be playing competitive ranked game. They would play it if they wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the struggle with the balance, I think.
Again, at least it is free. And, you know, we do, like we've said about keeping an eye on it when new stuff comes out. Like, I've been playing, I played a couple of Fantastic Four, a couple of New York. I like them at the base level. I've not played them enough to really get an eye on it. Like, Mr. Fantastic just seems a bit wacky. Right. And I really like Sue Storm now, but then I might completely change in a few more matches. Right. And the matchmaking's awful. Like, if you get a loss, you're just going 10-1 at that point. Like, you're just going to get lost after loss after loss. Competitive matchmaking is a fucking joke.
I've not even dipped my toe in that. So.
I have tried it just to see, because I was kind of keen to find people who are actually taking it seriously instead of like insta-locking 100 fucking DPSs and then just dying. Yeah. And it's like, you will just get put with like the biggest idiots in the world against the most cracked fucking squad of elite who all have fucking themed like sex names.
Yeah, like, we're a squad, that's what we're
doing. Like, you are fighting a fucking actual clan here. Yeah. Who will, like, you'll leave the spawn door, you'll get sniped because a Hawkeye fucking used fucking
Fucking
his actual
Hawkeye,
real life
man.
eyesight, and like fucking
Dude.
Iron Fist was waiting at your door for you, even though you've responded at the same time.
With his
like,
ult, like, yeah,
literally.
ready to go.
So the matchmaking is dire, and then we've just had these nights where we're just getting these like fucking constant losses.
Oh,
And
man.
I've never heard us both so fucking crestfallen.
Yeah, we were
I'm
dead.
angry. I get angry when I play games because I'm a fucking man child. But like to hear me and Graeme just both be like, man, like you just text me, you
Why
just
were
be
they
like,
in this one?
I that's just it for the night.
Like, that is just that. Sorry.
Like, I just don't really want to do that again.
I
like
cannot press requeue. I cannot do
I'm
it.
just not gonna fucking strength in me at this point. And then like again to hear, I'm always gonna be angry, but to hear you parrot sometimes I'm saying, like you're playing as Magic, you're like, all right, I guess I'm just not doing that then. Or all right, I guess that's just can't happen. Like
That was a bad night. I was just missing all my dashes. I couldn't hit MD. I was just asked that night.
mobility's another bad thing in the game. To be fair,
It does feel very slow.
Characters feel very slow, and they have like very weirdly like specific mobility stuff. Like Hulk's fucking slow as end, but then can do this one really big jump.
Yeah.
Hand and Warlock cannot do anything mobility, and I'm like, that motherfucker can fly.
Yeah.
Like he's
what are we doing?
floating as he walks. But you're like, no, he can't make a jump more than 3 centimeters.
It's a bit weird.
Iron Fist has better health regeneration than Wolverine,
Yeah.
whose fucking power is that he can do that.
Yeah, that's like his thing.
That's his main
Can
thing.
heal, bro.
Like Invisible Woman, if you go disengage for combat, she goes invisible and starts healing, and she heals better than Wolverine.
That's crazy, man.
Like-
Yeah, he needs like a big buff.
I think the funny thing is that they also, I feel like they were trying so desperately to nail down aspects of certain characters into like a format that they
Right.
kind of forgot. There are certain things that they're missing like that. Like, why isn't Wolverine get the best regeneration in the game? It's fucking
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't why can't Adam Warlock do it? Like, why is he not a flying character? I'm not saying we should have more flying characters.
Yeah.
Especially supports, because like the idea of a constantly flying support that's just like you can't shoot me, but I'm fucking chucking heals.
Yeah. Seems like an issue.
It feels like they've cut some corners in regards to translate the characters that are kind of having a weird impact on the balance and the actual
Yeah.
the playing of the game.
Well, they might fix some of them. I think Wolverine's is too far gone. Like that's too baked into his kit already. I don't think you could do that.
Unless it's fundamentally just completely do a restructure.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
they
that
might
might
just need to come
happen.
back and completely redo it. Which, to be fair, I mean, Overwatch fucked with that sometimes.
Mm.
Especially going Overwatch 1 to 2, they were changing so fucking much about some people.
Yeah.
I think one of them did change. I think Doomfist changed from a DPS to a tank in Overwatch 1 to 2. So it's not an unheard of thing in the community, but
Okay.
it's got a while to go. It's very early doors, is the only thing.
We are only season 1
Literally.
of 3 million to go, probably.
And everything about the season structure so far seems fine. The battle passes are full of fire content, you know. But
Yep.
you like again, you get the heroes for free. You just skins and shit if you want extras.
Yeah.
There's these little events they do alongside them, which are fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, so I've started doing the season 1 event, which is like
Oh.
you just get individual like weeklies, and then it's like.
Okay.
First off, it's even better than season 0 because now you pick what weekly you want to do. There's like
Right.
3 weeklies. It's like, do you want to do A or B? Do you want to push people away as Invisible Woman 10 times or like reflect? I think is Mr. Fantastic 5 times. I mean, you don't need to pick. You can do both, but like if you defeat one, you're like cool. Okay, you did
Pick
the
that.
Invisible Woman one.
Done.
That's you.
Right.
And then you get little free rewards, including
That's
like a
good.
skin. There's good enough stuff for free. I
Yeah.
think we're getting the classic Thor for free if we do the event.
Right.
Excellent as it should be. So I think the structure's actually not that bad. People might argue it's predatory because that is just a freemium game like type of like buy skins,
Yeah.
multiple currencies type shit. But it seems fine right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it will continue that way.
We can take that way. Just make the game better, and that'll be like an all timer.
Ideally, yes.
Make me actually want to play it. Make me enjoy having fun playing.
There will probably be a patch that makes it like that for us. I just don't know when that'll happen. It could be 3 years from now. Who fucking knows?
Could be when they add all the characters that get leaked recently.
Could be when
The expansion gets added alongside Colossus, Xavier, and
the goal.
Cyclops.
Yes, it could be when my boy Cyclops arrives.
Emma Frost, Jean Grey,
And I'm
they're on
like,
the cards. Pace Pop Pete,
Oh yes, when Jean Grey appears, when Emma Frost, my tank appears,
Deadpool.
I'll be there. I mean, he'll be okay.
Don't put him in the
He'll
game.
have the best healing in the
Oh,
game.
Deadpool, he probably fucking will have. Yeah, but I was gonna say, how would Deadpool might just be a guy with guns,
Yeah, he'll have like a sword or something and runs with it, then weird to shit.
literally.
Or he'll like do some weird fourth wall break shit.
They want the Hood in it as well. I want
The
the Hood's
Hood?
just a guy with guns.
It's just a guy with guns, bro. He's
But
just
like,
summon
he
some
can-
demons
he
for
can
you.
just do magic shit. Don't know anything about the Hood. I wouldn't know if
Me
I
neither.
watched Iron Fist, but they didn't release that yet. So
Iron Fist.
Iron Heart, even.
Yeah, that one.
Too many irons in Marvel lore.
There is a lot of irons.
Magnesium Man.
Magnesium. Damn. Okay.
Is that Marvel's that DC?
Absorbing man.
Absorbing Man.
There you go. Magnesium. I don't know who he's from. You. He could be Image for all I
I
know.
think he's an Iron Man villain, but that's fine. I'm not keen up enough.
That's okay.
We'll watch it with great interest. It was free, so at least we're not losing anything.
True. Just our time.
Just
the,
our time.
The most important currency of all.
Time and a little bit of our mental well-being.
We were losing that anyway.
This is the ultimate of like, Graeme, we need a game to calm down on. Like this game is putting us in a state of fight or flight.
This is the opposite of that.
We need a game that's just not this in every way, shape, or form.
It's so true. Oh my god. Right. Well, that's the games at
That's
least.
much game. I don't even have anything more to say because we don't play enough games to make pithy statements like we do about movies. I heard it was a good year for games. Some really cool stuff came out.
I think, yeah.
Hang on, we forgot one big thing.
What's that?
Fucking Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Shadow of the Balls Tree.
The what?
Yeah, that came out this year.
The Shadow Tree?
That was best, actually.
I mean, we don't need to go into it, but like you played that and I presume you liked it.
Of course, extremely goated. My only kind of knock against it would be the items that you find exploring, because it's a DLC and they kind of need you to get ramped up if you're just starting. I don't know, you need to play the game enough, I guess, but they need to get you up to the level of the DLC quickly. So basically everything you find is like an upgrade material, which feels a bit shitty. But the environments are so beautiful and everything's quite varied that way that I found it offset it enough for me, personally. The bosses were goated. The upgrade system itself in the DLC felt kind of weird. The like find the blessings, upgrade your damage and your health and your resistance and stuff. That felt a bit obtuse at the start, and you can like mac it quickly. Like if you just start and just find like a bunch of them, the first like 5 bosses will be like fucking easy.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Which I suppose is that's the good thing about Elden Ring base game and DLC is that you have a choice to do that, and that's where the player agency comes in, and it not being like, I think it's probably the easiest Souls game because of that, because you have so many options in the tackling of a task that you're doing. You can go magic, you can fucking buff yourself with all the upgrades that you can get. So I think that was well done. The next game, Night Rain, I don't know if we'll be involved in that.
So that's just a different type of game as well.
Exactly, it just seems like a battle royale thing. I need to see more of it.
I remember when that trailer started, I thought it was fucking straight up Fortnite.
Literally,
Fortnite Elden Ring. Like
I was afraid for a moment. So we'll see what happens there. Anything from there, I'm kind of there though. So we'll need to just like wait, I suppose.
Also, speaking of DLC, I forgot to mention the last thing I played, which was between the last recording and now, I finished Bounty of Blood for Borderlands 3.
Oh shit, the best DLC.
It was good.
Well, maybe not the best. Krieg
not.
might be the best one.
People love that fucking DLC.
It's good, man. Did you get the light show gun?
The light show gun?
Yeah, it's from, you need to kill the like pterodactyl in the cave. It's one of the hunts.
Is it like a rare drop, or did you just get it from it? I don't think I have it there. I didn't really get any of the rare drops off of those ones.
Based pistol.
I'm gonna have to look at it. I have a pistol that now I don't even know where I got it from. That is just like the melt gun.
Oh shit.
Like I've just become cracked with this fucking pistol, and I used to be like an assault rifle guy. Yeah, really cool, really interesting. I really liked that it was not as funny as the rest of it.
They play it quite straight.
It's just played mostly straight,
yeah.
Basic comedy. But I also felt that as a result, it was kind of tepid in some places, and the ending was quite abrupt.
Right.
Like it's literally like, okay, now you have to go kill the boss. I think you just kill the boss. And like, that's it.
That's it. Bye. You beat the nuke. It's that done.
No nuance. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're done.
Cool.
But I still quite liked it. It's definitely high up there in some of the DLCs for Borderlands.
And that's a high bar because they're pretty good.
They are genuinely Borderlands DLCs are actually quite good on the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Like pre-sequel is like much maligned in some ways, but then the one DLC that I had was like people are like, yeah, it's probably the best DLC I've ever done. Like next to like Tiny Tina.
True.
So yeah, I'll probably even talk more about it in the future because I've still got Krieg and the extra shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
the developer stuff, whatever it was.
What?
The developers pack.
I've got like arms race, stuff like that. But yeah, I just had to mention that. Because what I was going to say was, yeah, this might have been a good year for gaming, and there was a lot of things that came out that we just didn't play and we didn't
True.
play. So we're not in a position to talk about it that much. We just talk about games as a like fun hobby.
Like what we played this year, yeah.
We seem to think we're professionals talking about film and TV.
Well, I feel more professional that way.
Well, yeah.
Even although I feel like we have more, like we've got more currency. Like we're respected more for gaming opinion, I feel, because like nobody's respected for it, I guess. Like that's what I mean.
Yeah, when we say things about movies and TV, those are controversial. When we talk about games, no one gives a fuck.
Exactly.
So like like plus it, but at the same time though also it's easier to talk about movies and TV shows because I can watch like 9 movies and the time it takes me to play like half a video game.
That is also true. It is a serious time commitment to do these.
Literally, we're old men at this point.
My back hurts, you know.
My back's hurted since I came out the womb, I feel.
Damn.
But also, yeah, actually, my back hurts a lot more these days than it used to. That's actually a fun point to think about. That's a fun thing to ruminate on.
Carrying the weight, man.
Fucking
The weight of the world.
The weight of playing Marvel Rivals.
That too. That's a lot of weight.
Emotional weight.
Damn.
Right, that's us. That's wrapped up on that. So now it's essentially we're gonna let Graeme take over.
I'm gonna
more so
grab your ears.
We're gonna talk about reading. We've
for
got
the next
books
time.
For the next. I didn't think we'd be that long, but we took 2 hours to talk about video games, so we could be here for far too long.
We'll see. You know, so I'm gonna run you through some of the books I read this year. I'm gonna give you the list, and then I'm gonna
listen. Well, I've talked, but I'll listen more.
Gonna pick a couple out. I brought some props here with me. We mentioned
props.
that
There are 4 omnibuses in my house right now. Well,
yes.
3 and then whatever that Hulk thing is.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yes, so I've got a few here. I want to do this. I mentioned this in the part 1 recap, I believe, or maybe in part 2, maybe in part 3, who knows, that I would like to bring some props in, especially for Fantastic Four when we get there. I've got some stories that might or may not be adapted.
Talking like this time next year, like the movie?
The movie.
Okay.
So I'll have that in studio for when we speak about that.
In-house,
and we'll see if there's like some parallels we can draw. Something like that. So this is the trial run, if you will. So let's run through it. I have Ewan 15 books read this year.
Fucking Christ.
I think my goal was 30, so came a bit short this year, as you can imagine.
Again, I mean, my goal would be 30 pages, so like...
That's not too bad. So let's run through it.
Oh wait, can I just quickly jump in?
Go on. Lay it on me.
I mentioned at the start of the recording Jojolian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Because
we just don't have the time.
We don't.
If you let me talk about JoJo's, I'll be like Sonic in the last episode. We won't hear the last of it. All you need to know is Jojolian is actually really good at the start, and then it just gets too mired and like
oh fuck
the rock people shit, and it doesn't really
the
develop
rock
enough.
people.
And literally reading that, going through that, and seeing the Wonder of You get like 20 parts. Like you read part 1 and part 2, didn't you?
No.
You had part. No, you watched part 1, part 2.
Yes.
Well, in the manga, the JoJo's fights are like, I mean, they're like any other fight when it's like this
5
is,
chapters. Yeah.
well, literally, and it's like this is the strength fight. Strength part 1, strength part 2, strength part 3, strength part 4.
Yeah.
I shit you not, you're getting to like Wonder of You part 25.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
I've been in this fight too long.
You gotta get out of this,
Yeah.
bro. I'm sick of it. I get it, right? I just get to do it.
I'm actually impressed Araki's made a chapter 25 for one fight. That's impressive.
Genuinely.
Like Dragon Ball isn't
Actually,
even that level.
29. I think it's just that my brain wants to say that the final one is Wonder You part like 29, 26. And it just went on too long, and I kind of lost the focus of what the whole part was about by then. By then, I'm a bit like, well, what was the point of a lot of that? But I still quite like it a lot, and in terms of aesthetic and character choices, that's it. Yeah, I have to say that. I did read something, and that's cool. I can't get into it right now.
That's okay.
I'm do you see? I'm like, you see me suppressing it.
Bro is
I'm
struggling.
like shaking, and I'm like, oh no,
He wants to.
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about
He
it.
wants to unleash it.
Oh, there you go. It's not my favourite part. My rankings still Stone Ocean. Nope. Diamonds Unbreakable, Stone Ocean. Oh, probably Steel Ball Run. It goes back and forth. It depends on the day you ask me. I would probably put JoJo in there, maybe. Like, Diamonds Unbreakable, Stone Ocean, and then either Steel Ball Run or JoJo. But it depends on what I'm thinking about. If you make me think about the start of JoJo, I put JoJo up. If you make me think about the end, I put it back down.
Okay.
I won't even go any further than that. I was going to give you a whole list, but no, I gotta stop, bro. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta leave, man. Okay. So, Ewan's aside.
That's it.
I'll give you the list. So, first off, we have, I don't know if this is in order, it's just sort of listed the books here, right?
Okay.
First off, we've got Maestro, which is here, so we will speak about that later. We've got Peach Momoko's Demon Wars, which is the second series.
You talked about the Demon Days, the first one?
Yes.
You talked about that last time,
yes,
I think.
This is sort of like Civil War-ish storyline type thing. That was quite fun. I didn't bring that, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Next up, we've got Daredevil Yellow. Which isn't here, but we have another one, Hulk Grey, that's here.
That is here.
We've got Thor's, Jason Aaron's Thor Run Omnibus 1 and 2. I've just brought one because it's the better half in my opinion.
Okay.
We've got Sensational She-Hulk, which I have brought as well, so we can speak about that. We've got the first Dark Tower book, The Gunslinger.
Okay.
We have the first 2 Witcher books, The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny. We have Planetess, which is a 2-volume manga series by the guy that done Vinland Saga. I can't remember his name.
I don't know that guy at all, sorry.
I guess Yukimura, maybe, something like We have A Girl on the Shore, which is Ennio Asano breaking your heart and tearing it into pieces again.
To get a big shit on it.
And then we have Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh, base Tom King.
Which I didn't bring, which I maybe should have, because it's actually smaller than like all these other
I was
books.
going to say, like, compared to even the fucking Hulk Grey one, like...
Yes. Okay, so, how do we start? Where do you want to start? I've got Thor here open, because Thor has, like... Jason Aaron writes Thor, right? And let me tell you, he writes him really well.
He writes really well. You've been jonesing for a good Thor.
Absolutely love Thor. I'm gonna read you some words that Thor speaks.
Oh my god, he's going that deep on it.
And,
He's actually going to read it to us.
Yes, because it just gives you like an idea of who the
No,
man
of
is.
course. This is the ASMR as well. I hope the listeners enjoy this.
Oh my god.
The fucking water bottle.
Sorry.
That wasn't ASMR.
I won't do like some voice because it's old
He's
Thor.
not, I won't do the voice.
That's gravelly shit. I can't really be doing that. Let me just find a space to start in. Where should we begin?
Cause you get involved as you want. The one thing I want to know is your thoughts. Here's what you read. We now know, and I want to know your thoughts. You can give me your thoughts on everything you just mentioned, or just some of the things
Well, I'm gonna do mostly on the things
that you've
that
brought.
I've brought because I can kind of point to specific areas in these if I remember them well enough to do that. Mood is right. So I'll give you this. This is Thor's internal monologue. King Thor.
King Thor. This is the
Okay.
start. We're quite early on.
This is, yes. I am Thor, Odin's son, king of a broken Asgard, last of the all gods, and today I will try yet again to see Valhalla. I vaguely remember how this all started, so long ago, with a dead god floating in the sea, and later a little girl's prayer on a world without gods. And now this is how it ends, with blood and thunder, with hammer and sword, with one last stand at the gates of heaven. Whatever happens now, whatever my fate, know that I face it like a god.
My god.
Cinema, okay?
Absolute shad. Thor.
Absolute goated. And that's King Thor, so...
He's like the grizzled one. He's been through it.
Exactly. So Jason Aaron's Thor, Ewan, is the Thor everyone should read.
No, you've talked about this in the past. Let's not be around the bush.
This is true.
We've talked about this before.
I'm sure it was here last year.
And definitely we talked about this one because we talked about Gore.
Yes,
and we
the,
talked about
the Goat Butcher.
we talked about Thor fighting Loki in the future and shit.
Yes. Well, that might not have been wrap up.
No, that was
We might have just
the
spoke
general
about that.
book one.
Right, okay. Yes,
I talked
because...
about JoJo's in that one as well. Time's a fucking flat circle, mate.
Oh man, we're here again.
We're literally doing this again, bro.
Well, there we are.
But you've read it through and full. And
Yes,
you said you've
so-
reread it and like you've just got the full energy now.
Exactly. I think Volume 2 came out this year, and that's why that sparked the reread. And I was more than happy to read Volume 1 because it's genuinely some of the best comic books you can read, and it's certainly the best Thor I've read. Now, I've still to do Walter Simonson's run, which is well regarded. And
When are we talking for Walter Simonson?
that's like A's.
Okay. Because this is new.
Yeah,
like
this is new.
2018,
2018, 2016. This is when Marvel Now relaunched. That's the start of this run. So that's around about that time. That's when like Bendis was doing the X-Men and stuff.
Yeah.
This was the same time as that. So he kicks it off with Gore, which is like already, he's just created like a goat villain out of thin air there, straight away.
The pipeline of getting Gore into the movies, if you think about how fucking new Gore is.
Exactly. It's unheard of. The only exception to that would be Null in the new Venom movie, but he's not really in the new Venom movie.
Say, even though we don't like Thor Love and Thunder, I still think Gore and Love and Thunder is better than Null and Venom Last Dance.
Yes, I will agree with that. So
The high bar across though.
No. So the whole sort of conceit of the Gore story is Gore is a god butcher. That's where we kind of see him, right? And we see him in 3 different points in Thor's life. So you see him as young Thor, and he's like in a cave, and they like have a battle, and he fucks Thor up. And you see him as like I guess our timeline 616 Thor,
Yeah.
and that is when he's killed a bunch of gods, and he's trying to find out who's killing all the gods. And you see King Thor, like that kind of speech I just read you there, at the end of Asgard, the end of everything. He's the last god that stands, and the only one left other than him is Gore, and he's just holding him back. So Gore's plan basically is to create the God Bomb, which wipes out all gods across all timelines.
I'm obsessed with that as well.
It's insane.
The God Bomb. How do you fucking even go about making a God Bomb?
Well, Gore goes to, as you could imagine, the god of bombs.
The God of Bombs?
Yes, and he finds this because he goes to the big city that they go to in Thor Love and Thunder, with all the gods where they all meet up and
Oh
shit.
yeah, I forget the name, but I know what you're talking
So
about.
he goes there and he goes to the library and he finds like the list of gods and he goes and finds the god of bombs.
The God of Bombs.
And he goes to I've got the fucking book here.
It's because he's got the book right here.
Fucking got the book right here, Ewan.
We've got the reference material right in front of us, guys. This
We
is
do.
the benefit of bringing this. Now the question is, how quickly can Graeme remember where it is? Because this is an omnibus, so there's a lot of fucking pages, bro.
That is true. And
But
we are
I'm not
quite a
mocking
ways
about it though.
away.
It's good to have this shit here.
So
Plus the art's absolutely fucking bouncing. I mean,
well, the art is fantastic. This is Esad Ribic in painterly style. He's done a few events. I think he definitely done the covers for House of M somewhere, but his interiors in this is incredible. They're so beautiful.
there's some really good sort of, I'd say wide shots are probably the safest way. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of panels in this store that's like vistas,
Yes.
and even when there's sometimes where there's very little, like the backgrounds are very minimalist, and the characters pop very much above it, but they'll chuck certain little aspects in.
Yeah.
It's top notch. I mean, look at that shit.
Yeah. Look, he understands when to use negative space. Like this here, there's a big pool of blood. This is where Gore goes. This is
That's the God of Bombs.
no. Oh right, there we go. This is Chronux, the Palace of Infinity. If you know where that is from Marvel lore, I don't really, but that's where he goes.
Is this where the Book of the Gods is?
No, this is where he goes with the God Bomb.
Oh right, okay.
So this is where he goes to let off the God Bomb, in which all gods across time will die.
That's insane.
It's wild, right? So that happens. Spoiler.
Yeah, I feel
And
like I
what
remember this.
happens when God releases the God Bomb is Thor, like current Thor and young Thor, get like catapulted into the future with King Thor.
Yep.
And young Thor's trapped on Gore's planet with his daughters, which he hasn't had yet because he's young Thor.
Oh, with Thor's daughters, I think with Gore's
Yes.
daughters, they didn't
No,
die.
Gore's kid does die.
That's his like
in his like backstory.
That's his
issue.
origin, isn't it? He's just
Yeah.
completely betrayed and abandoned by his gods.
That is literally it. Look at that, man. Beautiful. Yes, so that's what happens to Gore and Thor. Young Thor's there, chilling. They're basically slaves. They're doing work for Gore on his, like, I think he's making another bomb.
A bigger bomb.
A bigger bomb. So he's got, like, obviously gods and stuff in his enslavement. So
the god bomb seems like didn't kill all the gods all the time forever.
I guess not then. That's kind of weird how that works. Well, the Thors, they come through the portal with them. I don't really know.
Plus, to be
I'm
fair,
lost on the details there.
maybe it can't be like, how exactly do you figure out a god? Maybe it wasn't a flawless bomb in the first place, because how exactly do you specify like a god?
Well, that is kind of his ultimate downfall, I suppose. So King Thor and current normal Thor, I guess.
Normal Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
King
We'll just
Thor
call
and
him
regular
Thor.
Thor.
We'll just call him Thor for lack of better terms, right? They like turn up and like start wrecking shit, and it comes to the big fight, the big fucking bust up, obviously. And they kind of beat him through a mix of obviously brute force, but they sort of make God realise that he himself has now become a god.
Oh, jeez.
You know, he become what he hated.
Oh, bro.
And Gore's new son actually like fucking doesn't like him because he sees that he's been like a wee bam enslaving people.
Oh, God.
He doesn't want to do this anymore. But Gore's defeated. Thor comes back to the timeline and is like a just god. He's like nice to like a little girl who's praying, who has no gods because Gore killed all the gods for the fucking place she was in. So that's quite nice. Gore's obviously not defeated. Gore does show back up. Being a little
stop
bam.
the god bomb or what, like?
They do stop the god bomb. And then they go back to their own places. So young Thor goes back and he's like, one day I'll get Mjolnir, because he hasn't got Mjolnir, but he's got Jarnbjorn, his axe at this point.
Based Jarnbjorn.
Yeah, so he's like, his like whole struggle through at least the first part of this is like, in the stories you see him in, the little asides, he's like continuously going back to the hammer trying to pick that shit up. And he's like, you're not fucking worthy enough. So, fuck's sake, okay.
Okay.
Normal Thor goes back and he's just trying to be like good chill guy. And we pick back up with him for the majority of the run.
Goes back and like bumps into like fucking Iron Man and like the rest of the 616 shit. Like, oh god, I'm in the comics again.
Literally, it's like, oh, I'm doing the Heck Avengers right now. Like, why am I doing all there? What's going on? And then King Thor goes back to his fucking ruined world and like nothing's left. But like Thor always does, he must return to Midgard. And he goes back to Midgard.
It's fucking Midgard.
Midgard, sorry, not Midgard. That's Final Fantasy.
That's very fancy.
He goes back to Midgard and he starts to like replant the earth. So like the like greenery starts coming back.
Based.
Eventually gets to the point, like in part 2 when I mentioned the Loki story, he like repopulates it, so he becomes like actual capital G god. Like there's actual people there.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That's
lot of
crazy
incest
shit.
there.
Lot of incest there. Look at that shit, man. That's a beautiful page right there.
That is
That's the
absolutely
three Thors.
fucking fire.
We'll get some photos for the socials or something, maybe.
Oh god, aye, we might need to.
But that's some straight flames,
That's
my
the
guy.
cover there, mate. You and me.
The boys.
That is beautiful, and it's what you said about the negative space as well. I mean, there's just parts of that that's completely bare and devoid, but
Yeah.
it so accentuates the characters.
Oh, it's so beautiful, and they just speak in such a way. Jason Aaron just understands the language, the tone that they're going for.
Gravitas is the word for me.
Definitely.
Like these Thors, that they understand the power with which they've got.
Yes.
And the sort of they've such a sense of responsibility, especially the older ones. Like that speech you
Definitely
quoted
King
is
Thor,
like
yeah.
Thor understands like the fucking his status and his stance, and he's like he knows himself and he knows his power, and he's like, I have to be the one to do this shit because it's me. I got the fucking power, bro. I'm at it. Like
yes, that's where he's at. So we do that, and then we jump back to normal fucking Thor. What's he doing there, Ewan? Let me tell you, man. He's up with Rosamund Solomon.
Rosalind
Solomon, who is the Shield agent. He's become enamoured with. He starts to kind of a wee flirtation with her, and that's because Roxxon up to the dirty little tricks again. They're doing some weird environmental shit, and
the idea of Thor fucking coming out and fighting like the God Butcher who was using a bomb to blow up all time in space reality, and then he's like, bro, I've got to fight fucking petroleum companies.
I need to fucking beat these guys up, man, right
I
now.
have to go back to Earth and get environmentalist about this.
So they're doing some shit with that. That's a big chunk in the middle where Roxxon push Thor's shit all the way in. So right now, Asgard's like floating above Oklahoma. Broxton, Oklahoma.
For what purpose?
There is like the realm, I think's fucked. Like they can't go back to it.
That's before or after War of the Realms?
This is before it.
Okay.
So they're just sort of chilling. They do like
to watch a
they
video
are
about
like
that.
forced to leave. So that I guess they could have always went back to space somewhere.
Okay.
So they're forced to leave because Roxxon fuck it all up and like everyone's house is destroyed. Fucking trolls come out of the earth and like fight everything,
What
kill
is
them all.
Roxxon doing to like fucking Asgard?
It's
Like
big Daniel Agger who just fucking hates Thor and he wants to just become fucking like a mystical beast guy. He turns into like a fucking bull.
holy
Like
shit.
shit, you know. He might have always been a bull. That might be like where I'm stuck here. Like he just turns into a mystical bull and starts like eating people and shit.
he either became a bull or was always a bull.
Bro's beefing with Thor either way.
I was gonna say,
Bro is beefing with him.
I suppose if you're gonna go after Thor, you have to have like, you can't just be like a guy.
True, you need to be like a god.
You have to be a bull.
Or you need to be a bull, yeah. Or an evil elf,
An
perhaps.
evil elf,
Yeah.
perhaps.
But at the end of that, Thor's like has his palace still like in Oklahoma and Broxton, and he like just lets everybody live there because he's like based in shit.
That's cool.
Yes. Next up is perhaps Thor's most well-known villain,
Loki. Oh,
Right, so a second
I
loan.
was waiting for a joke there.
Yeah.
Malekith.
It is Malekith, Ewan. It's the elf. So Malekith is currently in the prison of Svartalfheim,
Okay.
the cold one.
I thought that's just where they came from.
Is that Niflheim?
No.
What's
The
the
Dark
cold
Elves
one?
don't come from Svartalfheim. Is not. Then God of War's fucked up our like.
Oh, come on now.
relationship
Niflheim.
with these-
It's Niflheim.
Like Niflheim is the cold
So-
one. That's where the Loki is. Is it? No, that's where the Frost Giants are from. Is it not?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm getting confused. God of War lore as
Perhaps.
well.
These are big words, man. Do you know what I mean? Asgard.
Malekith's in the cold one, which is Niflheim. That
Yes.
much I can understand.
Man's trapped in the spider pit. You know, he's been trapped there because of his
Fuck no.
crimes.
He is plagued by spiders.
He is plagued by spiders. He's in the land of thieves and
He's
spectres
not-
right
yeah,
now.
bro, I think he literally is in the land of thieves and spectres.
Yes. I sort of was not familiar with Malekith's game until I read this.
Oh,
to be honest
really?
with you. Yeah, absolutely. Because the movie doesn't do him justice.
I was going to say,
obviously.
I was like, the movie's fucking waffled. That's I barely knew
Yeah.
anything about Malekith.
They absolutely crumble under the weight of the goat that is Malekith. And he just starts doing like some fucking Joker shit, man. He just fucking everybody's day up. He like, yeah, man. He escapes, and there's a guy with no tongue that is just his right hand man, and he just doesn't speak. Obviously, he's not got a
You
tongue.
don't get a tongue. Yeah, he would do that.
He's just like being a wee fucking villain, wee goblin guy.
Is
wee
he
elf.
no tongue because of Malekith?
I think he actually did. I think he cut it out. Aye.
What the Joker, man.
Malekith's fucked up, man. There's a whole backstory issue where his mum like sells him for like food and like dogs or something, and then he just turns back up later as like fucking goated elf general guy,
That's the
and just
God
like
King that he is.
and just lets dogs eat his mum.
Fucking hell's bells.
That's what they were doing in Svartalfheim, I suppose.
These fucking elves, bro.
Yeah. So Malekith's fucking shit up. This is when we get the like realm group So you get like Thor, the archer guy, Honey Shot,
Hawkeye.
not Hawkeye,
Not that guy. Honey Shot.
Honey Shot. You get there is a dark elf,
Malekith.
not Malekith. There is a dark
The
elf.
tongue
that
guy.
appears. The tongue guy, not the tongue guy.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, is there not like a fucking realm Avengers? Like
Yes, Avengers of the Realm,
heroes of the realms?
Knights of the Realm table. I don't know.
Honey Shot.
Honey Shot. Sir Ivory Honey Shot of the Light Elves.
Is that Ulick?
It's not Ulick. It's Ud, the troll.
Oh. So he looks like Ulick for this angle. But he still looks cool.
Screwbeard, son of No Ears. I would attempt to pronounce the giant's name, but that's a lot of name, to be honest.
Wait, no. It's Ud. Who's Ud? Point to Ud right
Ud's
now.
the troll guy.
Who's the giant?
That's Ugmunder Draglev lad.
I mean, I might just point to him, but I appreciate you tried.
Thank you.
Can we get the dwarf's name again?
The dwarf's name is Screwbeard, son of No Ears, son of Headwind of the Dynamite Dwarves of Nidavellir. You're welcome. That's Thor, man.
That's my goal.
That's Thor for you right there.
Do you know what? See the fact that we can get that in a comic and we've not had that in any of the movies. Like the MCU just have to go on it. They've just lost it.
Then we've got Lady Wazira of the Dark Elves.
Oh, Lady was in the Dark Elves, okay.
Because we need everybody for realms so we can have like a politically neutral group that aren't just out for like the Asgardians or all that shit.
Good shout.
They learn to become a team, they fight Malekith, they sort of thwart him to an end, they stop him, but he has married
He's getting married, Malekith's
the
getting married.
Alfheim queen, so that he is like, he can't be killed, man. He's exempt now. Like, he's a political figure, basically.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And that, with Loki's help, they do that.
I love that, like, Malekith like, survives by proxy of fucking logistics.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's not Thor who sees that through in the normal sense. That's Jane Foster.
Oh, shit.
Because if you remember, that's also this run,
Yes.
where Jane Foster becomes Thor. How does that happen, you may ask? Well, Thor here's a secret. Nick Fury whispers a wee secret. Is it Nick Fury? I think it's Nick Fury.
If there's someone saying a secret, it's usually Nick Fury or the Watcher.
That's extremely true. Let me find it, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with.
Oh my god, is that Lego?
That is Lego. That is goated Lego. Oh, the last of the Midgard. That's like the bad one.
What?
Oh man, look. Starts to look right there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. With Daniel Agger. Fucking Bill, man. There he is.
Oh, hang on, so do we like dip in and out of the rocks on shit then?
So so you do Malekith stuff, then you go to the rocks on the last days of Midgard. And then the King Thor stuff's like this here. It's just kind of dipped in now and again.
Okay.
Like he's fighting fucking Galactus here. Because Galactus is like, I'm hungry for Midgard. Midgard. My god, I keep saying Midgard.
That's just that is just classic Galactus, isn't it? Quote for Galactus, I'm hungry for Midgard.
I just want to eat Earth, bro, please.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Facts. And King Thor's like, nah, bro, this is my shit. Get away. There's She-Hulk, based.
She-Hulk?
Yeah, she just shows up. Obviously. Chilling, villain.
That's Thor with a cat on his head.
Ah, here we go. Yes, so
It was original sin, right? So it is Nick Fury.
it's like old ass Nick Fury who like whispers into Thor like a secret. And that like makes him unworthy. And he just drops it on it.
Oh, I
on the
remember
moon.
this, yeah.
Yeah, so he drops it on at the moon and he's like, bro, I can't fucking pick up my hammer. I'm like depressed, capital D depressed.
I'm capital depressed.
So he goes to his like cancer-ridden best mate, Jane Foster, and he's like, yo, I'm going through some shit. And she's like, yeah, duh, me too.
Yeah, on account of the cancer.
And then she feels like a sort of pull to Mjolnir and just rocks up and just picks that shit up real quick.
How did
And
she get to the moon?
You and you're asking these questions, man. You're asking these questions like I know answers, bro.
I thought the
Which
hammer
is-
just sort of came to her, like...
Oh, that's them reading the story. That's quite cool, actually. So, in the future, Thor's daughters, they rock up to a library and they find a book that says War of the Realms.
Oh, dude, spoilers.
Yeah, and Thor's like, oh, you can't read that. Read this one instead. And he gives them like a tome of like Thor stories from the past. And they see one with Lady Jane. And they're like, oh shit, Lady Jane was a Thor. And this predates the story.
Right,
Where
okay.
Jane becomes Thor. And they're like, yo, that's
I'm
fucking best,
fucked
mate.
up on Jason. I've just been like, bro, by the way, one of the names. Keep an eye
And
out.
that one is called Unworthy. Oh, which is the fucking story we get now. Which is Jane Foster Thor.
Damn, bro.
The Frost Giants are out. They're doing some weird shit. Thor's like on the moon being
Sad.
capital D depressed. This is Russell Dortmund interiors, which is also quite beautiful.
I know. I actually really do like the Russells. Like I've seen a lot of the Jane Foster stuff. Is that he's getting his Odin fucking dick in him?
Yeah, so his dad's like, yo, what the fuck? Frigga's like, husband, shut the fuck up.
Let him be.
Thor rushes in, tries to defeat Malekith, ends up getting his arm cut off.
Jesus.
You know how it be.
Bro.
You know how it be, man.
This is when it's very metal though, this type of Thor in it.
Yes. She does just appear to be on the moon, you're not gonna lie you.
Well, you know.
Is what it is.
Good on her.
It's Thor, go on. We don't need to answer questions like
It's Thor, come on.
Yeah, so she just like rocks up, kills everybody, fucks up their day. Frost trolls are raging. She's really good with the hammer. They're besties. Mjolnir's like a character. Like they
like the movie?
They like tell you how like it's like formed and like it's got like a soul of like the storm, like the cosmic storm is like an entity.
God.
That's quite based.
Not like the movie then where it's a jealous, jilted ex-lover.
Not like that. They do have like a little fun moment later on in the second half.
I know the axe is the jilted ex-lover.
Jarnborn should be, man. Although they had some good times, you know, back
Well,
in the Vikings.
Stormbreaker in the movie.
Well,
is Jarnborn the one that he uses when he's unworthy Thor?
Yeah, so this is him now. He's got a fucking
design. It's
robot
just
arm.
Thor without a top on, essentially.
Basically, goated Jarnbjorn. You're saying Stormbreaker there, so what happens in this one as well?
Is my fucking boy going to show up? I'm about to get pogged upon. I'm about to get fucking hit with a pog champ of
I will
epic
say
proportions.
there is a perchance that Beta Ray Bill does appear in this highly constructed book.
The goat, literally, biologically,
He
the
is
goat.
literally the goat.
But like,
so what happens in this as well? I'm sure it's in this one. It's not in the second one. Is Secret Wars?
You've got to be fucking joking me.
Ewan, this is the problem with comic books, right? Things just like occur and they just have to deal with them in like their own wee stories.
Secret Wars is older than 2016.
Nah, bro, you're lying.
You're fucking kidding me that Secret Wars.
But Marvel now might start in like 2012 or something. I don't know.
Well, that's actually true.
Yeah, so it happens. Not the main event. Well, the main event it does occur obviously in the middle list, but we get the Battle World story, which is Thor Corps. So it's like the cops.
The Thor Corps.
Battle World, basically. There we go. Thor's. There he is. The goat. The actual capital G goat.
The capital G goat.
And it is, to my recollection, a story of the Thor Corps finding I think they're trying to find Jane Foster because she's like nowhere to be seen anywhere on Battleworld. And what happens is our Jane Foster loses Mjolnir when Thor like gets it back and she like can't transform anymore. But Ultimate Thor, who basically uses Stormbreaker, like she gets that.
Okay.
Like in the transfer, which is kind of based.
Ultimate Thor's also based. Is that so? You're saying about her losing Mjolnir? Did she lose Mjolnir because of Secret Wars, or is that a thing that's happened in the comics before Secret Wars?
No, that's after, because she definitely is Thor a bit longer than the event here. But when it does occur, like they kind of float it here. Stormbreaker's like about, like it's like the last panel of that like miniseries. I think yes, there it is. It just like appears, old Asgard, where once lived the gods. There you go, yeah. So that it just sort of like lands in 616.
After Secret Wars,
yeah.
aye.
So it just like appears
in 616, okay.
Yeah. And then you've got more of Jane Foster as Thor.
Do we, now I don't want to jump ahead of the gun here, do we find out
go.
what Nick Fury said to Thor?
You do, but I think it's part 2 because this ends like in Jane's still Thor. Because
I think I remember what Nick Fury said to Thor.
It's some like fucking, it's not like a mad revelation.
No, it's I mean I suppose I could say it, but it's not spoiled. Does he not just say Gore was right?
Yeah, that is actually, I think, yeah.
And Thor's just like, oh shit, okay, maybe all gods are bad, and like,
yeah, look, we're all actually capital F fucked.
Like, what was the point?
Shit.
Like,
bro took the L a wee bit.
I always like comics that just do shit like the original Sin, where it's like, we're just gonna say a bunch of shit.
Some wild, ludicrous stuff.
I know it was bad. I know it was like.
I don't think it was very good.
Well, not original Sin. I was going to say. I mean, I don't know what original Sin's quality is. I was going to say I know it was bad, but Heroes in Crisis.
Oh, that's bad.
That was I did like the just constantly getting like little looks at the people just getting their confessions. Do you know what I mean?
Batman's like, I'm not saying it.
I like shit like that. Literally, like original Sin, stuff like that. Again, I don't know the quality, but it's just fun when people be out here saying shit.
But that's base Thor. Definitely would recommend reading it. You don't have to read it in the omnibus, that's prohibitively expensive. You could read it in, if you just want to get the gore, God Butcher stuff, that's more than worth it.
Because that was
100%.
volume 1, and I know we don't have a hand to go fully through, but
Yeah.
what's volume 2 entail then?
2 would be the Malekith stuff, and then maybe some of the Midgar stuff.
Midgard.
Yeah, Midgard, sorry.
Guy's fucking desperately fighting
Honestly,
back
man, I've seen materia in my sleep. Yes.
In my restless dreams, I see that now.
The time stream. Oh, my. Yes, Midgard.
Man's experiencing the reunion, right? He's just getting called back.
100%.
You are a fucking step clone, mate.
Fuck. I'm the cloak guy. What happens to me?
You are the clone guy.
Yes, that's volume 2. Volume 3, that's going to be your Malekith stuff into the Lady Jane Thor, probably. And it goes on for a bunch of there's I think there's 5 complete collections, which are like thicker trades. There is oversized hardcovers, which they did finish. And then there's like the individual trades, which there's a whole bunch of them. And then you need to get the King Thor at the end, which is like the final miniseries.
And so even though it's not nice price-wise, the 2 omnibuses, that got everything.
That's got everything you need. That's got, the second half's got the rest of the run. It's got War of the Realms, the main series, and it doesn't have the tie-ins, obviously. The omnibus for War of the Realms will have all the tie-ins if you want to do that.
But you're saying the Thor Part 2 omnibus has the main...
Aye.
Okay,
yes, that's got it all. I don't know why... I mean, Original Sin isn't necessary to the story apart from that one bit, and that is in this omnibus. It shows you that section where Thor is fucking become unworthy. But Jason Aaron did write that, so I guess you could have added that as well. But it's pretty thick. You know, maybe just done it for space, I guess.
How big is Original Sin as well?
I think it's 6 issues. But
Plus,
I think most of the event ones are double size, so...
I don't know how much Thor's directly related to that. Like, War of the Realms is like a Thor thing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They build up to it from here, like you're saying, the Daughters of Thor see the book in the library, War of the Realms, so that's the chronicling of the story. Done. Because we're in the future at that point.
Like, that's coming.
Exactly. So we've set it up since then, and it's really good, man, yeah. They have a big bust-up fight at the end, it's great.
Are you think you'll get the War of the Realms omnibus?
No, I don't think that's necessary. I did do it for King of Black, but that's simply because Null's my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're Spider-Man symbiote Null guy as well.
Exactly. I don't think the event omnibuses... Well, technically, I did do it for X-Men. That's because they fucked you up a wee bit. So they released volume 5 of the Uncanny X-Men omnibus.
Okay.
Which obviously picks up from 4, but doesn't quite match up with Mutant Massacre. As an omnibus, there's like a little bit of leeway, right? And then they released the Road to the Mutant Massacre, which had everything 5 had and like the wee in between of it. So I've double dipped there.
Okay.
But that's just to make it flush, like line up perfectly.
Right.
Yeah, as a reading experience, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
But they like didn't tell you that when they released 5. They were just like, oh, 5's here, we're gonna do that. Okay.
Next one.
Next one up, Ewan. We're gonna go.
What's this? He's got open.
We're gonna dip to Shulky.
Shulk.
She-Hulk.
I'm really feeling it.
I'm really feeling it. It's Rhine time.
Rhine time. This is Monado's power.
Fiora. Sorry. Donald. Goofy.
Donald. That's Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Charla? Okay.
Was she the sniper one again?
Yeah.
Don't remember.
Damn, man.
Ricky!
Ricky.
Ricky's got much more emotion to
The GOAT Ricky. Man, I should have played Xenoblade. But that'll be in 2025.
I was going to say, bro, you're getting your Switch 2 and you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Remastered. Like,
I will be there. The trailer had like some...
Bro, there's like lore in it. Like, they're actually doing some plot stuff now.
That's what I said, man, the trailer. Okay, but to sidebar.
Sensational She-Hulk. I'm excited for this one.
The Sensational She-Hulk. This is, to my knowledge... Well, this is the series where she becomes She-Hulk, as known today. She had the Savage She-Hulk.
This is where Walter White became Heisenberg.
Yes, so she had the Savage She-Hulk, which was just like female Hulk, to my understanding. This is where John Byrne reinvents the character to become fourth wall breaking, comics literate character that is in the comic.
And very sexy.
And a very sexy lady. She's in many states of undress throughout this entire run, Ewan.
Like John Byrne knows what we like.
John Byrne, he's up on fashion too. She's got some looks. It's fierce, I would say.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I like this is like Hirohiko Araki as well, where it's just like an old man who writes very well and he will occasionally just drop the most profound fashion knowledge.
Absolutely. So what happens here, the start is...
Santa Claus is what I feel like I'm looking at right now.
It kind of is there, but the first issue you see is a Marvel graphic novel, which was sort of like the premium imprint they would do. So this is, as you may be able to tell here from the colours, like a different print or art style they use.
It definitely is, yeah.
It's higher quality stock paper. And they've done that for a few different things. They've done it for They done it for New Mutants. That's the first appearance of them as a group is in Marvel graphic novel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They done it well. The print that they use for this is similar to the one they'd use for, I think it's Marvel Team Up as a series. That kind of went to like a premium at some point. And that's in 85, right?
Okay.
And then she gets her first issue of her ongoing in 89. So I think she's maybe with the Fantastic Four for like 4 years, I guess.
Just to say,
Before
Jesus,
that, right?
okay. I didn't realise her tenure was that fucking long.
Well, I guess, aye. So it starts off here with Marvel Comics Presents, and this is just like a wee glimpse into what it's going to be. And she's on the phone with the Thing talking about Christmas, and then some random villains appear. Doctor Doom, Magneto, and you heard it, Holy Mobius, Galactus.
Holy Mobius.
Yes, and then she's opening her presents, and what does she see? Her very own first issue.
Oh, she's so happy. This is
Yes.
Gwenpool before Gwenpool, mate.
This is literally it. So our first issue, most of our covers are like this, where she's speaking directly to camera. Okay, this is the second chance, and she's holding up a copy of her first ongoing series, The Savage She-Hulk. If you don't buy my book this time, I'm going to come to your house and rip up all your X-Men. X-Men
That's
is
iconic.
like the best-selling comic at this time. Still, this is 89, so it's still going. We're right before the Jim Lee relaunch, basically. And it's just sort of goes for it. It's just sort of wee one-off or like maybe 3-issue story arcs, just where like hijinks happen, just like random shit happens.
Events occur.
Yep, Zenmu shows up.
Zenmu shows up.
He's in Mortal Hulk as well, just like hypnotising you with his eyes and stuff.
I fucking love that guy. I wish I got that Marvel Legends wave. That fucking that the Bring on the Villains wave, where like the fucking I got the classic comics Red Skull, which is generally one of the best action figures I own.
Oh my!
And you had like Arcade and like
the
fucking like the AIM. What do you call it? The
AIM soldiers.
AIM Supreme, or like the the AIM has like a
Oh
leader.
yeah.
AIM controller or something. That's gonna hit me like suddenly at one point.
Psybeam.
Scientist Supreme. No, you're right. It's
Scientist
Scientist Supreme.
Supreme.
That's it, mate.
Nice.
And the builder thing was Zenmu.
The goat Zenmu. An interesting character. Definitely C or B list, to say the least.
C or B list.
100%. Guy's
That's bold
insane.
claim. There's a fucking clown there. I'm just looking at that fucking capital.
Yeah, this is Ringmaster. This is the first couple issues where Ringmaster's doing some shit. He hypnotizes She-Hulk and like traps her into being like his fucking circus act, I think. And then we continue there. That ends up happening where like the villains from the first couple issues like capture her and cut off her head, like scientifically remove her head from her body. And then Spider-Man's the guest star in that issue, and he has to like fucking
reattach her head to her body. Like.
Yeah, there's like this little weird crow guy. He gets attached to like She-Hulk's body, and he's like running about being weird.
That's so strange.
Yes, but you can see here, this is the second issue, I think. This is just like...
Notes for editorial.
Yes, this is just John Byrne being like, yo, I can like draw a really cool apartment. I guess.
Oh, I love that though. That sounds like such a good creative outlet for John Byrne, especially vis-a-vis with like Hulk.
So he
When's
left...
Hulk happening? Can I just... Oh no, go. He left.
Peter David's Hulk.
Did John Byrne not do Hulk?
He did it after Peter David, I know definitely. He might have done it before.
But when was that in comparison to this?
That was before and through this.
So he's doing Hulk. Peter David or John Byrne?
Peter David's doing
Right, so
Hulk
Peter David's Hulk's happening this time. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, we would say he left.
He left X-Men due to creative differences, I think, with Chris Claremont and editorial at the time. And then he just like was doing shit, and then I guess he came to here, 89. And he's just sort of like, he's obviously making jabs.
I guess he's having creative
the Marvel
differences,
universe.
And then he could come back and do this, and he can make his little bits. Aye.
Yeah. So he's making jabs. A lot of the time, she's referencing things that you as a comic reader at the time might know. So some of them go over my head, some of them I get because I understand what's happening in comics.
That's fucking Mysterio?
This is Mysterio, Ewan, yes.
Holy fuck! Oh, okay.
It's now his favourite book ever, yeah.
That was... Did not know that was happening, bro. Mysterio jump scare. I've just woke the fuck up. That's a beautiful art of Spider-Man.
Well, listen, John Byrne is a GOAT artist.
But you say that in the next page of She-Hulk's ass, and I'm like, yeah, John Byrne. Bro, this has got Spider-Man, it's got Mysterio, it's got She-Hulk's ass.
Yep.
Bro, there's She-Hulk's fucking head, not on her body.
That's it. So she's just talking, she's on a fucking plate or something, I don't know, scientifically connected to it. She's reconnected. Of course, she's just in a bikini, you know.
As you should.
As you should be. There you go. The fashion show.
Oh my
just
god,
a bunch of different outfits, bunch of fits.
God, Mr. Byrne, I really like the talking heads, pronounced shoulders.
She had that shit on a wee bit.
She, fucking, if there was ever a comic character.
Absolutely.
Is she a lawyer in this? Is she doing legal stuff in this?
She is, that's like never happened though. Like it's always superhero shit.
Right,
We're
okay.
never doing like lawyer shit.
Because it would be a while. That's fucking stilt, man.
Yes.
A while before we like get into like that's almost that second reboot of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
When they
So
really
that's
go on the
more
lawyer.
to understand. That's more like Dan Slott, and that's the next like section I would read would be Dan Slott on She-Hulk, and then it's Peter David after that. He does a rerun after
When's
that.
Dan Slott and She-Hulk?
That is
Peter David's coming back after Dan Slott.
I think that's the next series she has. That is
What hospital?
Civil War era.
Yeah,
Run about
yeah,
there. If I'm not mistaken.
Peter David's still writing comics.
Yeah, Peter David's still writing comics.
I had no
I
idea.
don't know if
I
he's
thought he
writing
was sort of
comics
off it.
now because
right,
he's got
it's
some
okay.
health issues and stuff.
Oh, that's fair.
And
Well,
he
'cause
should-
he would be old, wouldn't he? Bless his
Yeah,
heart.
he should have some more money to deal with that IMO, but you know, that's comics for you, I guess.
I was going to say, well, whoops. You write some of the best comics of all time. Don't worry about it.
Facts, bro. This one is she gets trapped in a TV, I think it is. Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bond?
And like I'm sure it's Daffy Duck or something, like right there. Like and I say that because in like the next couple pages you will see TM the fucking Robocop.
Holy shit! It's fucking Robocop.
It's actual like Robocop TM fully.
TM Robocop. Dr. Bong, who is this year's Parliament of the Trees.
Yup. Man, the goat parliamentary. So this is like
I said to Rebecca, I said I have to bring the Parliament of the Trees up.
we'll come back next year. So this is when we start playing with like
So
the
the
format.
memes.
So like
Okay.
She-Hulk's like trying to chase the villain and she just rips the page away, and then they go through like the ads
Oh, fuck.
page, and they like get to the next section where the villain is. So they're really playing with the format, obviously, of comics. They know it quite well.
I have to read the creative editorial types for Gwenpool because you can't be doing this shit. And I'm not saying She-Hulk's the first one to ever do full
Uh-huh.
breaks, but
I
a
think
Marvel
she might
character
be.
that's- Well, I mean,
Certainly
I think
in
she was-
universe.
She was seminal for the time. And this is obviously pre-Deadpool as well. So like you have characters literally written through the page and getting notes from the editors. Like
Yeah.
surely like you're doing Gwenpool, you're like, oh, do you know what this is? This is just Sensational She-Hulk again.
Like she's
Not in a bad way, just in like a
yeah.
this is
she's
trailblazing.
always in conversation with John Byrne, the actual writer of the stories, who appears later in the run, like a Grant Morrison.
Bro, holy shit. I love it
Yes.
when writers show up, to be fair.
I think it's a great time. This is fucking Razorback.
Shout out to Robo.
You know,
Shout out to Arkansas, we love Razorback.
the
That
boy.
what the fuck is going on there is the rawest fucking thing I've ever seen on the page.
Yeah, so this I think is something similar to what Jack Kirby used to do, where he'd take like cutouts from like newspapers and like stick them in. I think that's what happens here. Or maybe Steve Ditko done it as well, for his Doctor Strange stuff a lot of the time. Like if it was like some fucking weird dimension shit we're doing.
Oh,
It
I
just,
see.
like-
So that's not actual original
Aye.
Marvel art. That's like
It might be like traced, or like we've went for that idea and we've went for it.
it's
but
just
it
this insane
looks
like
like it's just stuck in.
planetscape. It looks like some sort of multiverse, like fucking planets
Yeah.
colliding, like orbs and shit
Oh, it's crazy.
with Razorback.
We're going to the Star Stop, bro.
The Star Stop.
Yeah, just like a fucking just in the
I
stars, man.
fucking
chilling.
love cosmic Marvel. The MCU is sorely missing like some good whack ass cosmic shit.
And
There
man.
he is.
Zenmu,
I am Zemnu.
the goat.
Oh,
And,
fuck! I love these these comic characters. They just don't. I was gonna say they don't make them that they used to, but the problem is they do. It's just these things are old, and that's why they have this value to me. I think.
True. And they've got fantastic names for the issue, like I Have No Mouth and I Am Mean.
that's a good fucking bit.
A great reference to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And I think Zenmu, he gets in your head and like sees your dreams or something. So here She-Hulk's fantasizing about kissing Hercules,
Well, I mean, I
As
don't
you
blame
would.
her.
as you would.
She's probably the only man who can handle. The
If
only
not
man who can handle
Hercules,
all
at least a sexy looking man. She-Hulk turns into like a Zenmu here, yeah.
that. Oh, She-Hulk turns into a Zenmu.
Yeah, it's
I
quite
love
fun.
that.
She's just getting up to some fuck ass shit, bro. In this comic
Is
series.
that Pip the fucking troll?
I think it might be. Hold up. No, I don't think it is.
It's just fucking weird little goblin man. Then
Yeah, he loves
Especially
teddies,
since-
so
He
they
loves
give he loves teddies, so they give him Zenmu to just be like, oh, we love you, Zenmu, because that's like Zenmu's issue. He's like once loved, I guess.
oh, wait, so Zemnu's actually happy with that because he's been given to
Yeah.
this man who wants to hug
Aye.
teddies.
Well, he's unhappy because he's planned any work, but like he is like, oh man, based I get
Oh, at
hugs.
least I got a hug off of this.
I get big hugs.
I'm saying it because obviously I'm not as Pip the troll in this one because we are going to be talking about Star Fox and another thing, but it's in a
Oh,
completely
no.
different context.
Oh my god. Here we go. There's another one. She just walks through the panel. That's cool.
That's best.
Yep, we're just doing.
It's
cool
like
shit
for art like
with
this in
man.
the 80s, it's just so crisp and clean and gorgeous and new.
And
Look at that.
we go on a wee holiday and she's just like in the fit, you know. we have a
Legs for days. They knew what they were up to.
states of undress. Well, John Byrne, of course, knows the demographic of the comics. She-Hulk also knows this.
This guy's on it.
There is a section where it's quite a famous section where it's just a whiteout page and she's skipping, but the like, what would you call it? You know, like the after image of the skipping rope's covering all the like good bits, I guess you'd say.
Oh right, yeah.
So they know what they're doing.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen that one.
There we go. So we've got a whiteout bar covering all the nude stuff, and she's just moving it around to make sure it's covered.
Fun as anything. Come on now.
See, it's just great. I think it was a very fun read.
It's camp. Camp is the best word for it.
Yes.
It's camp is all hell.
I mean, she's fighting a literal rock
I was
here.
gonna say, what is that?
Like, Sprag. Sorry, Sprag.
Sprag.
Sprag the mountain. Yes, they literally just have a big fight.
An
with Sprag.
Ewoks cartoon.
That like continues. That's like the final fucking fight. I think is like Sprag.
Sprag comes back.
Yeah, it's like the Sprag people.
The Sprag.
Yeah, she like falls
people.
into the earth. Jenny to the center of the earth.
Good joke.
That's a good joke, yeah.
Well, hang on, what was that one?
The
hows have eyes
and mouths and ears and maybe noses.
Uh,
They're not taking it seriously. It's just like a good be fun time. Oh my god.
there's minors and everything. That's upside down. How the fucking fun bus? That panel was upside down. Oh no, hang on, the image is upside down.
Yeah, upside down.
I swear to God, I was reading the text there and I'm like,
the mole man.
I am the fucking the underminer. Well, I can't say that because there it is. There's literally a mole man in this one. Like
Facts, bro. And there is the vengeance of Sprag.
vengeance of Sprag.
The goat man. Yep, you see that right. Mole and wife. She's forced to marry the mole man. That gets annulled later. Don't worry. It's not canon.
It's not legally binding anymore.
Yeah, it's not legally binding. We don't have to worry about that. But again, just like the fit, you know, we out here like that.
Beautiful wedding dress, yeah.
Boom. There we go. Swimsuit issue.
Oh, we love a swimsuit issue.
We're just in swimsuits the whole time. Yeah, man. That's She-Hulk for you. There's not a whole lot more to say.
Oh shit! It's just events, as you say. It's just a series of events, an ongoing series featuring amazing camp, really gorgeous art.
Let me go here. So it starts off, John Byrne's obviously doing all of it. It goes to issue 8, then they change creative team. John Byrne leaves the book, and it comes back at issue 31, but none of it's referenced. John Byrne just is like, I'm just going back to the main shit that I was there before that.
What happened when 90-20 to fucking 90-20, 90-30 even?
I don't know. I think they just make it a bit more like mainstream sort of thing. It's collected in, so this is the omnibus. It's collected in the Epic collections because they collect it all in chronological order.
But this is
so
jumps. This is just John Byrne.
Aye, so this is just John Byrne. There she goes again, like right through the page, doing like crazy fun shit.
That's insane that they just minor dip out. Minor fugue state,
Literally,
you know. Don't worry about that.
20 odd issues, just like don't matter.
Don't
he
worry
just
about
comes back and is like, I'm just doing what I was doing before, like having a laugh. Like that's it. That's what they're up to.
I respect that though. You have to respect that.
Definitely, because it seems like John Byrne's kind of made her who she is, at least in the sense that took like no one remembers what the issues were between that, you know.
But you know what? That's a really good point.
That's the section there.
Oh, aye. I've seen this before. I've seen like there was always a lot of talk about like sexy She-Hulk, and that sounds like almost derogative, but it's kind of talking about that, like sort of how she was at the time, revolutionary, like the way they use the medium.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously making comment on this, and as it turns out, she's actually wearing a swimsuit the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she knows that is sexist and ridiculous.
She knows, and also John Byrne knows.
Yes, and I think that's what makes it okay. I guess. I don't know.
That if man knows it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ever okay, but at least
a lot of people seem to love and respect She-Hulk. I mean, even when you say there's aspects of it, like, you know, there's people seem to respect the She-Hulk side of it. I mean, there's always a lot of dialogue, and I've seen dialogue with people of all sort of walks of life, especially gendered. So like I've seen a lot of like women speak to like the She-Hulk situation and be like, well, no, She-Hulk is actually kind of cool and based, and like I think it's really fascinating. There's a lot to be. I'd like a nice book on this. Remember you had that book on Claremont, was it?
Yeah.
I'd kind of like a nice book about She-Hulk, and like,
right.
I'm sure they exist.
They might be.
Looking into it.
All the Marvels is a book written by Douglas Woke, I think it is, and he
Woke,
Douglas Woke, yes.
Oh, they're just calling them the Woke now. Is that it?
He and his son. Well, his son comes in later on, but he decided to take on the undertaking of reading Marvel like in chronological release
That's
order.
a fucked off word or whatever.
Every single issue.
That's fucked. By the
That
way.
is capital F fucked. Like, and he does it, and the book chronicles the journey, and he picks out kind of the best moments. That She-Hulk's not really mentioning that to my knowledge, but he picks out some of the best kind of key moments, and reading it as a one story, he says like is obviously quite interesting because Marvel have never had a massive reset like DC, whereas DC you could read Earth 1 to a point, and then it's fucking a different thing.
Yeah, there's constant start on points with DC, but
But like you're saying there probably is some sort of critical analysis of all of She-Hulk's works out there.
I think there's something fascinating to be said about it, especially from like John Byrne's like this type of depiction where she's like very fun loving and sexy, and then I'm not saying Dan Slott one isn't, but then like, they really
well, Dan Slott will be maybe I'm sure it will have some sex in it. You know, She-Hulk get down.
Dan Slott, it's funny that Dan Slott chose to kind of a lot more grounded in the lawyer stuff. Like I mean, she's going to be a survivor, she's going to punch at that, she's going to have fun and have sex, but he's like, by the way, she's also like a working woman, she's got a job,
full loyalty,
which is, I mean, it's respectful, it's sort of fleshing out the character, isn't it? Not that Dan Byrne doesn't, John Byrne, Dan Byrne, even mutant Dan Byrne.
This might be more Fantastic Four because John Byrne did write Fantastic Four, so he might just be like, that's how I like writing her, is
that's
just
actually completely fair,
doing the cosmic superhero shit, and that's majority of what she's doing here. This one is fun. They're basically doing like a big recap of the last couple issues here. And what they do is they have the recaps in like tiny wee panels to the corner, and it's just pin-ups for like 5 pages. And She-Hulk's obviously commenting on it, being like, "What the fuck are we doing, guys?" But yeah, they've just got like
Subway Surfer shit.
This like, again is like this is like the cover of Vogue or something. Like
it is actually. But that's it, again, it's kind of like Iraqi. Like if you look at like, a lot of JoJo poses, covers and interiors, a lot of people we joke about JoJo poses are silly, but they're just
like
fashion
models
shoots.
doing stuff.
There's an endless stream of videos. It just like comparing the two over the top. Like some of these, I always joke about the wacky picture of Johnny and Gyro, where like Johnny's the crippled one, so like, that sounds awful to say like that. But he's the one that carries his legs, so the picture of Gyro like, holding him.
All right, yeah.
But that's a direct reference to a fucking like a fashion shoot, like fucking like Vogue and fucking. Like it's just that's another thing to look at. I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated because every time I think Iraqi's ever talked to it, he's just like, I just like fashion.
I just love fashion,
just
bro.
Like cool.
It's beast. This here is the last issue, Ewan.
He's dead.
Issue 50. He's dead. Who are we speaking of? Of course, it's John Byrne. How did he die? Oh, it was a terrible tragedy. He tripped over a dangling subplot and broke his neck.
My fucking god.
That's just what we're doing. We've got a picture of Namor in the background.
Why?
And then here, She-Hulk is reading the script for like the next issues, like the relaunch.
Oh, okay.
So we go through a couple different ones. Sin City.
Fuck
like
me.
in the style, looks great.
Holy shit.
Looks so good. So he's just aping Frank Miller here, obviously. We go through, I don't know what one we're aping here, to be honest with you, but we go through 4. This is the Walter Simonson-esque one. There she is. Some more ones. We get like a Popeye one here. And she's like, nah, I'm not selling
that
here.
That Archie that looks like...
Could have been.
I don't know.
Might be.
Half expected. I don't know. They're not usually that like the Muscle Man thing. That's like...
That's Ghost Rider there.
Oh
just get
God.
guns, loads of guns and bullets.
She-Hulk of Vengeance.
You know.
It's a very 90s costume as well. I want a fucking action figure of that.
Yup. Warzone, that's just another wee story. I think John Byrne appears in Warzone here, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's in the Succession. There he is, yes. So John Byrne appears there. He's locked up in the closet because they're not letting him write her anymore. It's got to be someone else. And that's it. That's She-Hulk for you.
Oh my god.
A good wee John.
What, did they cancel it? Or?
I don't think they cancelled it.
Or did they just come to a natural end? Or?
I think it does continue, although 50 is a good place to end it.
Right, so like 50's like ending it. So I mean, I guess
definitely
at that size, you know, respectable.
True, but like you say, a trailblazing effort. Nothing like it at the time at all. Obviously, referential of the Marvel Universe as a whole. I didn't pick out any examples there specifically, just the kind of ones that point out like the page turning and stuff like that, ripping through the pages. So yeah, She-Hulk, good time. Like you're saying, maybe look towards the Dan Slott stuff if you want something maybe a bit more serious or a bit more story focused, because that's probably going to be what it is.
If you like that Gwenpool.
Or if you like that Gwenpool, definitely. Gwenpool, maybe I'd look for Deadpool's best stories. But even then, I don't know what Deadpool's best stories are where he is self-referential like that. I think maybe his best stories are ones where he isn't.
Can I just ask?
Go on.
Like, you just pointed out the picture of Namor and just left it. Why
Just
does,
picture
why,
Namor.
does, why does John
Just-
Byrne have a picture of Namor? Did he write Namor?
I don't even know. Probably because he wrote Fantastic Four for a good long while. He's probably had Namor in there somewhere. I don't think he wrote... He might have wrote the specific Namor solo series with J. Lee on artwork. He might have done that, which is that's a highly regarded one. Like, people say it's quite good. But there we go.
Do you know what, in Rivals,
Mm.
they do keep the fucking Namor as a fucking creep, the Fantastic Four hate.
No,
Like,
what?
there's just constant dialogue where it's just like, you know, fucking back off, bro. Like, you're a fucking weirdo. And he's like, Sue, I'll have you one day, Sue.
Hey,
and
Sue,
she's
listen.
like, you absolutely won't, you fucking weirdo.
Fucking wing feet, man.
Yeah, I'm like
Get away.
I'm killing Namor and Sue. She's like, yeah, fucking eat shit, dude. Like, genuinely eat shit.
Like, can't wait for you to die right now in front of me.
I kind of respect that. They're not going to do that in the MCU, I think, but it was
No.
so fucking funny. But the problem is that we never resolved. Did that guy not get accused of like problems? The
Namor guy?
Namor.
I think so, but it seemed to go away much easier than the Christopher... What is it? Not Christopher.
The
Kang.
yeah.
Easier than the Kang guy. I can't remember his name.
So either that one didn't stick, or they were able to make it quiet.
Yeah.
No.
Equally
'cause
as
they
bad.
couldn't- I was gonna say able to make it quiet. Like Namor's not coming back anytime soon, as far as we're aware. So
True.
I don't know why they would go out their way to like
Mm.
hide that. They could just keep Namor gone forever. Like,
Aye. And people... I mean, I'd be upset with that. I'd like everybody to be in...
I'd be upset about that as well.
I'd like everybody to be in the universe, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Plus, Namor's like cool. I like Namor
I
weirdly.
like Namor too.
He's got some cool shit going in the comics. And
I'm excited for them to have Moon Knight pull Dracula up on his shit when we get there in Marvel Rivals. Be like, bro, you owe me money.
literally, well, have you seen that in the little side stories? They canonize
Yes,
that. Like,
that's
literally, it's like
hilarious.
someone says to me, like, do you know who Dracula is? Or like he's like an evil dog, he owes me $12.
That's so funny, man.
I'm like, that is based actually. I love the idea of Moon Knight just in general being so fundamentally fucked up and above all.
Yes.
Like, I don't give a fuck. All those little edits of him asking for ketamine and like just lying at people, I'm like, that just seems like how Moon Knight would be.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a job.
Yeah. I want to read some more Moon Knight. The Jed McKay run like just ended last year when he jumped to the X-Men. So like, I'd like to do that. That one's like quite good
I've
apparently.
heard that was really good, yeah.
Like Hunter's Moon and stuff as
Yeah.
well. Like I'd quite like to get into that.
Oh, did you also notice or know that in Rivals lore, they take the MCU Atlantis?
Oh, dude.
I was listening. Luna Snow I was like, just obviously dialogue, and Luna Snow was like, "Oh, Namor, I'd really like to see Talocan one day." I'm like,
Talocan?
MCU, Marvel Studios, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Well, I guess because the Namor's like the adaptation from Wakanda Forever, right?
He's a lot bit, yeah. He's kind of like a more classic Namor in terms of character, and that, but they just they take on that more interesting sort of cultural approach when he's a lot more steeped in it. I think it's like Mexican or it's definitely South American type of like. You know, you get the accent, more cultural markers, or a lot more language markers, which is fascinating because, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anything was wrong with them,
Solid
but like
move.
back in the day, it was just like just a white guy in a fucking sleeveless
That's
jacket
it.
for like Atlantis, capital A Atlantis.
The
Plus,
fucking fish place.
Again, Aquaman's still big now, so anything to
Uh-huh.
keep that distinguishment helps.
Yes, actually, that makes sense.
I'm fine with it. I mean, I think
I'm down, yeah.
everything. Random aside, everything Black Panther did with Namor, I think was actually quite good.
I thought it was okay. Yeah,
Fundamentally enjoyed Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think
Me too.
That movie. I need to rewatch that. It was a good
I
fucking
enjoyed
movie.
it. I think Black Panther's never had a miss in the
Pretty
MCU.
much. Do you think
100%.
it'll be bad if they recast him now?
No, I think so.
Because they're talking about
I
it. Like
think-
you've left it too long now.
Yeah, if we're gonna recast them, you should have done it in two.
Yeah.
It must be like a multiverse
If they're
character.
going to do it, then I like it would have to be a multiverse, and that.
I think that's more palatable.
I think Black Panther having a multiverse aspect to it's not. I mean, more like the general. I mean, even I'm at the point where I'm like, oh god, everything has still got a fucking multiverse aspect in it.
Right, yeah.
If I see a fucking alternate universe thing,
it
in
will be
Spider-Man
over
4,
soon.
I'm gonna fucking lose my nut.
I know, that should just be like, he's fucking pissing Daredevil
It
off or
should
something.
literally
Like,
just be like Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Kingpin.
It
like-
should be, but it's not
Or
going to be.
just anyway, fucking get Michael Mando out of prison. Scorpion's there, get him out of jail.
So's Vulture. Like,
No,
or is he?
He's not. He's still with Morbius. See,
Man, how are we squaring that circle?
He never get back, bro. I want them to address it.
He's
I want them to
pretty
address it. By the way, fucking. At least that way now, the one guy who knew his identity is gone. Although he would have forgot
That's
anyway.
true.
But like,
Exactly, when he reset it.
I just love the idea. Like, I have to go to prison. I have to talk to like Scorpion about this, and they're like, "Bro, where's Vulture?" I was like, "Man, I wish we could tell you where Vulture is."
He fucking walked into the toilet one day and didn't come out.
Just
Like,
fucking, he just teleported away. Like we have him on cabs, and he just get fucking subsumed by a light, and
Yeah,
he's
like,
just gone.
we just
Do you
don't
know
know.
where he is. Like you would know more than us.
phone Doctor Strange, like, get him on the phone right now. He's the only one that will know. Oh wait, he's busy with the incursions. Never mind.
Bro, Doctor
It's
Strange's
fine.
too busy fucking in the dark dimension
He has
and
man.
having a third battery.
Him and Clea, like
He's got some shit going on as well.
he's got the deep shit. We need the third Doctor Strange, really.
Bro, we do actually.
Let's be honest. Nah, we're just gonna do that in Secret Wars.
Probably.
You know.
Now, Graeme is looking at Maestro, is what's happening here.
That is
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen.
The next week, I think this is the first one I read this year. This is Maestro. So what happened in the last couple of years, Ewan, is I have become Hulk's strongest soldier.
I was going to say, I mean, you're just right out here reading, like, 3 of the 4 things here are Hulk.
So true.
Like, you last year you were on Hulk's team as well.
This is it. I think I've decided
So
that
thoroughly disappointed in the MCU that you're like, I have to fucking get involved with every other good Hulk thing.
that's it. So Thor, should be better in the MCU. Hulk should also be better in the MCU. Hulk's is a tougher battle because Universal like have rights that like kind of like the Sony situation. Like they can't make any standalone thing, to my understanding, without Universal say so. So they should just really speak to Universal, IMO, and sort out.
Just got that money fucking locked in, mate.
Like, come on now. So Maestro is the, if we're counting them, 6th omnibus from Peter David regarding Hulk-related characters.
This fucking guy, bro.
And
he fucking loves the Hulk.
Bro just continues to write peak, okay? This is probably somewhere in the middle towards the lower end of them, simply because it's a bunch of disparate miniseries that do tie together and form the story of Maestro, but they're all like years apart and stuff like that. It takes a while for you to get everything through, and the storyline sort of pieced together by the miniseries and little things that happen throughout them. But Peter David, as I say, continues to write peak cinema with the Hulk as a character.
Okay, seems to be, he has that shit on a wee bit.
Now, Maestro is an evil future version of Bruce Banner's Hulk.
Yes.
And that is rife for great storytelling.
I
Okay.
played Marvel's Avengers on the PlayStation 4. I know about that.
He's the only one that played it. So, the Hulk as a character is like the monster within us all, right?
Yeah.
And Maestro, I guess, is taking that another level where, sure, you might have conquered the monster inside you, but then again, you have like the struggle further, like the monster and the man mixing, and you become like some super guy that just hates humanity. You just want to rule it all now. That kind of thing. And it's along the same lines as perhaps another great villain that is just an evil version of a hero, the Maker.
Oh,
which is big right now in Marvel, obviously.
We love Ultimates in this house.
We love Ultimates. I think the Maker's maybe up there as one of the best villains they've had in a long, long time. And Maestro, simply because it's Hulk related, is up there for me. You know what I'm saying?
He gets the Hulk pass.
Absolutely. So this Omnibus Chronicles the first appearance, which is the 2-issue series right in the middle of Peter David's Hulk run, Future Imperfect, which is Hulk getting sent to the future and meets the Maestro, his like evil future counterpart, and they do some shit and then they send him back. And then it just goes through kind of Maestro timeline. So we get Captain Marvel after that, and that is where they get sent to 2099, and Spider-Man 2099 is there. They do some fucking weird shit with that. They get sent to Maestro's timeline. Then Spider-Verse happens, and Spider-Man 2099 and ends up in the Maestro future, Future Imperfect. They do some shit there. Then I think it's Doctor Doom.
Oh, is that the one with the panel that keeps getting referenced online where the two of them meet and they're like they call each other Doctor, and it's really cool actually.
Yes. So you've got Future Imperfect 1 to 5, Secret Wars Battle World. I don't know what happens in that one. I'm so confused, man. So many things occur.
Maestro's in Battle World?
Maestro in Battle World. Right, so that's it, yeah.
What the fuck?
This is when 2099's kicking about. This is the last issue of that. Okay, so yeah, Maestro was still fucking shit up in Battle World. He was still ruling an area. Because Doom was like, yo, you got that shit on lock. Bro, you got that shit on lock.
Enjoy, mate. Have a wee bit for yourself, King.
Literally. So Future Imperfect is like the 5-issue miniseries. Basically the Secret Wars tie-in is that. It's just Maestro fucking the thing up by the looks of it. And doing some based shit. He's just so evil and it's goated.
Based in Hulk Pound.
There he is, Emerald City.
Bro, the Wizard?
You know, bro. Basically is the Wizard, to be honest. Basically is. Ho, 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 ho. Doctor Doom. Aye, so they kind of, what do they do?
Colours are really nice on this one.
They get, I think it's Greg Land, didn't it?
Ooh.
I think so. They send him to the Destroyer.
Is that fucking Ulik again?
It is Ulik, by the way.
This fucking guy.
Yup.
They sent him to the Destroyer, like with the robot from Thor.
Yes, Maestro's just like after power because he wants to like overthrow them basically. And this is, I think this is that Bruce Banner? Maybe. Hold up. Oh no, it's Rick Jones. Aye, so Rick Jones is guarding the Destroyer because obviously it's Rick Jones.
It's Rick Jones, the most important character.
And then fucking God Emperor Doom shows up. Maestro gets the Destroyer.
Oh god, he's like dripped up in armour. He's got that shit on a wee bit.
And then is like immediately fucking done in by the God Emperor. That is Doom.
Oh, I love that God Emperor is just better than every other character.
He's so goated. Yeah. So they fucking make him think he's doing it. It's weird, I think Rick takes over, so they fucking fuck up his head. Battle World, they're just having like honestly a lot of it's just like, who do you want Maestro to fight? That's what we're doing.
I love that. I respect that.
That is what we're about. Try to get this Doom panel for you. It's a beautiful panel.
I thought that would have been before.
Alright, here, this is the kind of origin. So.
Oh yeah, well I guess what's the deal with Maestro?
So Thor, fucking hell. Thor. Hulk's like captured, and he's in this perpetual sort of like mind AI generated hellscape where he just relives like memories of himself.
Okay.
And then he is freed from it, and he realizes I'm in like this fucking bunker, and then all these AIM douchebags get wrecked.
It's fucking AIM doing this to him?
Yes, and he escapes. There's MODOK. Look at old fucking MODOK.
Holy fucking shit.
Looks better than the movie. Old fucking MODOK.
Yeah. I like that one as well.
Hell yeah. So he lets him know, like, bro, the nukes went off. Capital F fucked. It's over.
So Hulk comes out and he's in the post-apocalypse?
Yeah, so this is, he's out here now, and he's like, yo, what the fuck, man? I went to sleep in, like, normal shit was happening.
Hulky would.
Yup, he destroys the Hollywood sign, turns on the Hulk, based. And then he just slowly descends, I guess, into, like, actual madness. There's, like, literally no people. Finds Machine Man Gambit. He finds these little like cockroach bugs, which are actually from Hulk at the End, which is Marvel done this thing with a bunch of their characters at some point where they were like, let's just do the last story they'd ever have. So they had Hulk the End, they had Fantastic Four the End, they had X-Men the End, they had Wolverine the End as well. And in Hulk the End, it's literally just Hulk on barren Earth, and there's these cockroaches that like eat him to like the bone, and then he just regenerates, and that just keeps happening every day.
What the fuck?
So fucked, man. And guess who wrote that? Peter David, honestly.
Oh, fuck off.
Bro, they had to get the Hulk guy back, come on.
Are they all, like, miserable?
I think so, yeah. The X-Men one, I think, is, like, weird, but I've not read that. That's got some, like, weird reviews, I guess. Yup, Hercules fighting Hulk. Hercules is, like, currently the ruler of what is going to become Dystopia.
Future Imperfect.
Yes.
Oh, I forget, no, actually it's called Capital D Dystopia, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. The fucking hounds of the Baskervilles. Know what I'm saying? Just big bust-ups, man. Just has big fights.
What's jumping out at you about these? I mean, not to be a dick, obviously we're zooming through it to look for panels and stuff, but like,
sure.
What is jumping out at you about these ones? You're talking about how well they're written. I mean, is it just classic Peter David who just kind of gets...
Pretty much. That's it. I mean, like, there's nothing overly, I don't know, complicated about the story. It's just Maestro does his thing. He wants to rule Dystopia, so he fucking beats the shit out of this guy who's the current ruler of Dystopia. They do stuff like that. Whereas, like, this is why I'm saying it's like kind of middling to the worst of the Thor stuff. You
just keep saying Thor instead of Hulk as well. You're supposed to be Hulk's strongest soldier.
It's middling to the worst of the Hulk stuff Peter David's written, simply because he's only got 5 issues. He knows he's only got 5 issues to do most of these, and he's just got, like, he knows where A and B is. He's just got to fill the gaps in.
It doesn't seem there's a lot of room for complexity as well.
Yeah, like the sure there's some stuff maybe,
but like complex.
Yeah, well, like I'm saying, when he redefines the whole character, being like, oh, I've got these issues because it's like my father was awful, he beat me, and it's all psychological trauma basically, instead of like I'm just a rage-filled rage monster.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. He's obviously got like hundreds of issues to like kind of deal with that as a concept, and that's where they're on sort of like is its strongest probably. But here, like I'm saying, he's only got 5 issues to do it. And he knows where the point is to stop.
I like what you described as like, it's just essentially who do you want to see with Hulk? The Maestro fight, like
quite literally, and I mean it's based. We do love to see it. This is the fucking like I can't read these fucking guys' names, man. The Pantheon, who are in the run, who come back and they fight them up, man. I love the Pantheon, man. I love the Pantheon.
There is just a lot of like activity here, actually.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Bro, are we here yet? There we go.
There it is, bro. Actual peak.
Actual peak. So when they hook up with Doom, man, that's just based because like Doom's based and Maestro's based, and they're like basically the same villain.
The Maestro timeline. So this is sort of not congruent with Secret Wars then.
Yeah. Well, this now where we're at here when he meets Doom is after Secret Wars takes place. I don't know what Doom we've got. Might be a fucking alternate timeline Doom. Might be a Doom bot he sent through. I don't think it's a Doom bot, but you know. Could be something like that.
The idea that anytime you see Doctor Doom, he just might be a robot copy because Victor just didn't want to be there.
Straight facts, man.
I wish I could do that.
The Doctor. We'll see you now. Doom. Goated.
I am Doom.
Abomination.
Abomination.
Capital Abomination. World War M. This is the final series, I do believe. Just a big fight, man. Literally just big fights. We have the Atlanteans here kicking off. Richard Jones, there we go. The Human
Richard
Torch.
Jones, I don't know why that makes me laugh. I've never heard him like
man
Christian
went
name before.
Nova Flame. Pause. But that's it, man. Just Maestro being Maestro.
It's just like endless fucking warfare.
Just clapping people in the face. All day.
Old ass Namor.
Old ass Namor. There he is with a stash. You know how he be. He's fighting A-Bomb. I wouldn't really say that's, you know, the best one. Imperious Rex. There he is. Let's go. Oh,
bro.
Fighting a big whale fucking dog.
I tell you, bro, Namor's got it on. We just underestimate that guy.
Stabbed it in the eye though. Fucking immediately defeated it.
Is this still John Byrne? Nope. Peter Davidson.
Peter David writes all of it, yes.
Peter Davidson, doctor,
Peter Davidson.
really good doctor.
Man, there's Captain Marvel, based.
Was that one still Genisville or?
This is Exiles. Aye. This is like a wee extra bit end here. Aye, so this is like back in the 90s this is written.
God damn, you can tell.
You can tell. You certainly can. Aye. Maestro though, I think one of the best.
Slam.
One of the best villains, 100%. Anytime he's up there, I'm like, yo, get me involved. I fucking love Maestro. I love the Hulk. More so.
Do you love Maestro because he's a well-written, as well, or do you like him because he's just the Hulk?
I don't know, Ewan. Probably both.
I mean, those things
which is great.
Implicit in each other.
I think so. I think the Hulk's goated. And, we'll get into that in the next one, because the next one is Hulk Grey.
See, now, this is the big shit. This is the fucking...
So, these are the omnibus editions we've been looking through. But this is the gallery edition here. And it's just, like, really fucking big. And we've got loads of room to admire Tim Sale's glorious art. Oh, wow. Rip Tim Sale, taken from us too soon.
What can I say? Fuck R.I.P.
So, these all came out after Tim Sale's death. So, you've got Spider-Man Blue, that was the first. Daredevil Yellow, that was the second. Hulk Grey is the third. And Captain America White is the fourth. There was plans for another one. I can't remember who that was at this time. But that's the only ones they finished and released.
They all by Tim Sale?
Yes, that's the same duo that done them all. You've got Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. The team that done The Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Haunted Night, classic Batman stories.
Peak.
Literally. Let's go. And they just chronicle either a specific moment from a character's sort of history, like Spider-Man Blue, where it's on the anniversary of Gwen Stacy's death and Peter going through all that, or you've got Hulk Grey here where it's the first 2 days where he's Hulk basically.
Okay.
And it kind of goes through what that story would be like if Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb drew it. They've all got beautiful introductions by Jeff Loeb, and these, as I say, are all post Tim Sale's passing. So he's kind of talking a wee bit about that, how great Tim Sale is as an artist. You'll fucking see that here. So
The Long Halloween especially, that's got such a fucking beautiful art style.
It's just sort of
start to see here, really,
painterly beautiful stuff. Yeah. So you see here, we've got, they kind of tie in the origin. My dad's been a wee bit of a bam to me. Stuff like that, been beat up. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh god, this fucking guy.
Betty Banner. These two, they're going to be an issue. There's Bruce.
Well, she's Betty Ross at this point, surely.
So you see, yep, so we've been through the bomb. That's the second page, is the gamma bomb going off. Rick Jones is getting a telling off from Bruce, and you can see the anger kind of coming through. And then, bang, later that night, just turns into the Hulk. But of course, it's the grey Hulk, Ewan.
It's the El Clasico, mate.
That is the first appearance of the Hulk was grey, not green. Weird how we're doing that. I think that's because Stan Lee was like, yo, grey, shades of grey, evil or good, who knows?
Who knows, mate?
That I think is, that I think that's what we're doing. And I get that. I think the green stuff is maybe like more like colour theory coded, where like if you're green and purple, like that's meant to be villain colours, but you're like a hero sort of thing.
Okay.
Like Green Goblin's green purple.
Because he's a baddie.
He's a little bad guy. You can't wear red and blue and be the bad guy. That's not how it works, right?
You're grey, you're concrete, like.
Aye. So I don't know why they changed it from grey. That would be my only understanding if like that's maybe why, and that also makes sense to me because it's basically trying to say the same thing.
Oh yeah.
As it being grey or being green and purple. And he's just sort of like fumbling about. He doesn't really understand what he's doing here.
Plus, you want something with like brighter colours. I mean, the Hulk being green and purple, that's catches the eye a lot more than fucking grey.
Definitely.
I don't suppose they address the colour change in this.
I don't
Or is
actually
he grey
think.
the whole
I
time,
don't actually
man?
think they do. He's grey. Yeah, all of it. I think. I don't think he's green towards the end of it. It might be green like last page. I don't really have a lot more to say in this, unlike say the Spider-Man one, for instance, because the Spider-Man one is a lot more. I don't want to say nuanced, but it is. It feels that way certainly, because he's dealing with a trauma that's happened to him, and he's looking back to it through all the like letters that he like left for Gwen and stuff.
That one's
which is
exceptionally
quite emotional.
charged. You know?
Yes, definitely.
Not that this one isn't, but
exactly. This one, it's just sort of like sad to see Hulk. Like he's obviously quite childlike. He's like Betty needs Hulk. He's not like saying full sentences, does he? And he's just like you see pages like this where he's just trying his best to help Betty, and he just looks like a fucking evil monster.
it's just like a fucking nightmare monster failed, didn't it?
And that is, I guess, the like ultimate tragedy of the Hulk. Do you know what I'm saying?
Can I just quickly add in as well? The Hulk was changed. I sadly wanted the Hulk to be grey, but due to ink problems, it was green.
There you go. Well, we made it work anyway. Green works.
Say, you know, I think the green's striking, iconic.
That's a good page right there.
That's a very good page. Holy shit!
Please let me go. Oh man, the boy. It just looks like a big
It's very
child.
King Kong coded in it. It's very like gentle
Definitely.
giant, like,
This is definitely 100%. He fights Iron Man.
oh,
You know, I think
is it
Iron
like
Man,
classic Iron Man and he's fucking tin can? Like,
yes, in the gold suit. They really do. So like in Spider-Man, he's fighting the Vulture, and Daredevil, he's fighting the Owl, Owlsley.
is this like with some of their earliest villains and characters?
Yeah, exactly. The Daredevil one, I'd say, isn't quite as good as maybe these two are because it's so early. Daredevil, there is. He's green at the end here.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful. Need a wee picture of it. Tier, single tier, rip. Beautiful, man.
Single tier.
Daredevil one, I'd say, isn't as good as these two because it's so early, and Daredevil fundamentally changes when Frank Miller writes a character.
Yeah,
completely different.
Like far too early. Daredevil is it's just such a different person.
Aye. So if they'd done a colour book in that sort of vein, I'd be like, yo, peak cinema, we're here, because it's probably like a noir kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's swashbuckly like early Daredevil, I suppose. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to capture like that early essence, I guess, of the characters.
You know, mission accomplished.
They've been very, very good so far. I don't know if I'll get the Captain America one, because, I mean, I probably could. It's the last one to complete the set, I guess. But I don't really have a lot of Captain America that I want to read, or that I have read.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the Captain America guy. We could completely pivot, and it's like actually turns out Ewan's Captain America coded.
He's him.
I have a lot of Captain America comics. I fucking really like Captain America. Like,
It's
honestly.
not even that. I don't. I'm
Not saying you don't
interested
like him, it's
in.
just-
I'm interested in the Mark Gruenwald run, which I think is when he downs it for the first time, and that's got like Cap Wolf in it.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. I think Greenwald's. I think he gets into Nomad, and that's when. Is that not when US Agent kicks him?
That is, yeah. That's
back when
intro.
he's when he is Captain America.
Yeah, aye. That is that.
I've
Definitely.
got. What have I got? I've got Civil War 1. I've got Winter Soldier.
Mm.
I've got a couple. I've also got. Do I have the full first volume? I mean, I'm kind of keeping an eye out for an omnibus. I'd like to read Steve Rogers' Captain America, which is the one where he gets possessed by the Tesseract and becomes like a Hydra agent, and everyone's losing their shit because I'm like, Captain America can't be a Nazi. And I'm
Fairly
like,
certain that is out.
it's definitely just a trick or a plan by the baddies, and then it was a trick or a plan by the baddies. And I'm like,
Duh.
what a shocker. They only did it because it was so shocking and it got numbers up. And don't get me wrong, it did get numbers up like that. They got multiple reprintings, I remember, of the number one. I have the number one where he's saying Hail Hydra on the cover because it was just the dumbest
good.
fucking thing. I loved that.
That's fun. Yeah, that's the Nick Spencer one, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yes, I think it is.
And that should be out. Let me double check for us.
I'd like to read the current sort
Yeah,
of.
so Nick Spencer's got 2 volumes and they're both out.
Oh, lovely. I need to keep my eyes open for that. I'd like to read as well the most recent sort of, because they're doing it like a dual run now.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it's like what? It's like Symbol of Liberty and like Something of Truth or something, because it's you're doing a run as Sammy, you're doing a run as Steve, and then they're also combining an events in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious about all that. Although I don't have, I guess, I just dip in and out because I just really like the characters, so I can sort of tolerate to see a lot.
I think Marvel's much better about that than DC, because you can sort of just read one character for Marvel at any point and it's fine.
Yeah.
Whereas DC, like, if you try and, like me, I did read Grant Morrison's Batman, and if you don't read, like, Final Crisis, or at least have an understanding of what happens in that, you might be, like, totally lost for, like, the first half of it.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're, like, kind of fine. So DC seem to be more tied to that kind of thing.
Which is wild, because they're the ones that are constantly starting and stopping, so you'd think
That's
they'd
true.
be even more accessible, but then when they do have it, like, you have to read everything in this zone.
Yes. Or when I read Justice League Dark, it's fine for, like, the first 2/3, and then, like, Forever Evil happens, and it's like 20 issues of, like, Forever Evil happening, and I'm like, can we just, like, stop having Forever Evil happening?
I guess I'm really enjoying Forever Evil right now, guys.
Really, we are,
like, okay. Can we go back to Justice League Dark? Like,
can we just have, like, Zatanna and, like, Hellblazer doing stuff, like, please?
can we just have something happen?
And it's cool, because that's when, like, the Justice League show up, and then, like, the Question shows up, and I'm like, bro, the Question?
We do like the Question.
Pog.
He absolutely fucking god tier character.
The Phantom
there.
Stranger.
This
like,
is an Omega
let's
level
go.
threat.
The Facts. The Spectre.
The Spectre. Bro, the Land of Thieves and.
You know. It is kind of shocking that, once again, there is no DC that I've brought here with me.
Did you read any DC this year?
Well, just the one, I think. We could speak on Supergirl for a little bit if you want.
Well, I was going to ask if you've got anything else to say about some of the stuff that you didn't bring with you today. I know this was the big stuff that you really wanted to highlight the joy of.
Well, I mean, the manga I read, I don't have too much to say on it. It was quite enjoyable. The Planetess is like a sci-fi kind of story that's quite fun. And Girl on the Shore, don't read that. You will cry inside, so it's okay.
Was it good?
It was good, but it was like heartbreaking and heart-wrenching for no need. IMO. That's an Iwasana for you. That's
Please don't
the guy.
read it. It was really great, but it made me feel...
Yeah, don't do that. Demon Wars, that's a good time. If you like Peach Momoko, that's a good time.
I like Peach Momoko.
The Witcher books, they're great. You should read them. They are a great time. I'm looking forward to doing the series this year at some point.
Just charging ahead with them.
Some point. But yeah, Supergirl's the only DC book I read.
Do you finish it?
I did.
Okay, I didn't know if you finished it yet.
That was okay. As Tom King, I think I like Tom King less the more I read him, and I don't know what that means. Ewan, to be honest.
I think every comic reader has a moment where they have to just admit that they don't like Tom King.
I think that might have happened to me, and it's actually so sad because Miracle Man's like literally goated. It can't be any better than that, maybe. And the
Vision is amazing.
Vision was
amazing.
good. I really liked the Vision. I actually quite liked Strange Adventures. Watchmen, I don't understand, but I'm dumb, so that could be that.
Apparently, people did not like that one at all.
Oh yeah,
so.
Rorschach, not Watchmen. I understand Watchmen slightly. But
I don't understand Watchmen.
Nah, me neither. Nah. Yeah, this one is like sort of standard revenge tale, but it follows a little girl on a planet who has her father killed by Crom of the Yellow Hills.
Okay.
Who's like an assassin for the king's people.
Okay, the planet.
Yes, and he sends assassins out to like kill people that speak ill of the king or like the royalty. And he like tricks the guy into like saying something, but he stands up for it. Like he's like, don't say shit about the king to the assassins, like try to trick him into saying stuff basically.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah man, fucking stab basically. And then his daughter finds him and she's like, I cannot believe this. I will dedicate my life to killing Crom of the Yellow Hills. And that's the story. Okay. She just like goes off trying to find him. Finds Supergirl.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, is it Supergirl though? Like...
Really not. No, it's her narration is like fully taking you through the story. So she like finds her like on the planets. Kara's celebrating her birthday, and she just want to get like so far away from the sun so she can like feel drink and get pissed. That's what she's about. She takes crypto with her.
That's kind of based actually.
Yup. So she's out getting like steaming drunk. She like helps the little girl because she like rocks up into a bar and is like, "Hello, I'm here to request your like services to kill Crom of the Yellow Hills." And she speaks like in this like really nice like proper way. And then like this
Supergirl's
assassin
pissed.
guy's like, fucking no, you're like a child, bye. So then Supergirl, they get into some hijinks. They fucking find Crom
Of Crom of the Yellow Hills.
Crom of the Yellow Hills, and he fucking like murks Crypto.
What?
Because like they can like feel they're not like near the sun, so they can get like
Aye.
hurt and shit. Crypto's like stabbed, and Kara's like fucking murked as well. She like can't walk or something.
Fucking
So it gets
unbelievable.
some damage, and then Crom flees on Supergirl's ship, and Supergirl's like, "Listen, I will take up this fight with you." And then that's like the first 2 issues maybe, and the rest of it's just them like tracking him, trying to find him,
Okay.
and they go through like a bunch of different planets. There's one that's like super racist.
Fucking.
Oh yeah, that's like that's a really good issue, that one.
Oh, good.
The super racist. That's where they found out that Crom's like linked up with this evil band of like marauders, and they just go through every planet and just like fucking kill everybody.
Well, this is unrelated to Crom being an assassin for the king.
Exactly. Just he's pissed off now. He's like, that's him. He's just living life now.
Oh, cool. I
Vibing.
got paid. I'm just a way to become a marauder.
Yes. And it just continues through that. Eventually, you get to the end. I'll spoil it here quickly for you.
Spoilers.
They do find Crom. They do kill him,
Oh, excellent.
but not in the
R.I.P.
way you may think. So
Okay.
they get there, and it's coming to the moment where she's like got this big speech. The daughter's got the big speech written out, and she's like, right, I'm going to say it. She says the speech. She's like, I'm going to kill Crom, and she just fucking can't do it. And it's like,
Of course.
I guess it's meant to be that you shouldn't go for revenge, duh.
Oh,
Poo
boy.
poo pee pee,
Boo.
right? And then
Last of Us 2 eat shit.
kind of that's how it ends. And then we flash forward, and it's her like she's basically wrote the book of the story.
Girl.
Yes, the
Right.
girls wrote. That's the kind of the narrative going through her narrating it. It's like her book.
Right.
It gets to the end, and it's like her as a fucking old ass lady. Supergirl looks the exact same. She's on her farm, and they've brought Crom out the Phantom Zone, like to the farm, and the old lady just like kills him.
She's like ready to kill him.
Yeah,
She's
so I
like,
don't
murders him.
actually understand what the point of the story was. If like we weren't to kill him then, but it's fine if we're like 95 after we've lived our
waited
life.
long enough. I'm about to die. Can I just
Yeah.
kill him now before I die?
And I feel like it's worse because they spend the first like 2 pages before that, before they release him for the Phantom Zone to like get fully murdered, that like he spent millennia in there like fully reforming, and like seems to have
Oh,
genuinely
you've got to be fucking kidding
yeah.
me.
So
we
it
got
comes
really-
out and he's like, I'm so sorry, I can't express my like apologies enough to you, and then she's just like fucking
Fuck you.
spit on you, die. So funny to see how the movie goes, I
I
guess.
was going to say, I hope the movie's based explicitly on this.
Yeah, the art was absolutely gorgeous.
I know the art looks incredible.
The
for
art
this.
is it's worth reading it for the art, and the everything up till the ending was good. I enjoyed that. I just think, why did we not kill him then? Like, and then kill him like 20 years later. I don't understand that.
I was going to say that's a
But
really bit of an odd
that's
one.
that's where it lost me, I suppose, right at the end.
Is that like why I was going to say? What's your is that why you're sort of like, hang on, Tom King, you're just
Yeah.
fucking me here, or are you starting to notice any prevailing issues with him as like a writer?
No, that would be it, because like the pros, I suppose, of all the issues before that were quite fine. I don't really have a voice for Supergirl, so I don't know what that would sound like, if that's right or wrong in this. I don't really know. The girl was great. She was really cool. Their like banter was fine. I quite enjoyed that. The planets they go to, like I say, there's that like crazy racist one that's quite fun.
To be fair, did you not say you had an issue with the end of the Strange Adventures as well?
Strange Adventures.
So something you had
I
an issue
might
with something like
have.
that. You said you liked it, but there was I think I remember you had an issue with.
I think I might have. I'd need to read that again. Just read Miracle Man. It's better. It's the best.
Do you mean Mr. Miracle?
Yeah, not Miracle Man. That's Alan Moore.
I was gonna say.
Mr.
Like,
Miracle. Read that one. It's peak.
and then read Vision as well, because that's
Read
also
Vision.
big.
That's also really good.
And then don't read anything else he's ever written.
You could.
Don't
I've
read
not
Batman.
read. I've not read his Batman.
Don't read Heroes in Crisis.
That you shouldn't read that. No, that seems to be quite poo poo.
That's a nasty one. That one.
Ooh. Don't
Ah.
read Riddler. One Bad Day. Is that it? Is that what we done?
I don't. Did he do a Riddler one bad? Was that him? I thought we would see Year One, and I'm like,
Think
oh, that
so.
was the one based on Reeves that Paul Dano wrote. But yeah, Riddler One
Yes.
Bad Day is like the newer one.
Don't read that. I
I've
guess.
not
I
heard
don't
a
know.
single thing about that either. Like that's like
Couldn't
if
say.
that's out, then I'm like,
Bro, who released it?
you know, who released it? Who's buying the comics? Like
Who's doing that?
who's
Not
in the
me.
shops? Marvel Unlimited. I cancelled my subscription.
But they've got like unlimited Infinity Comics like on there that are like
Infinity Comics.
they're
You mean Infinite
exclusive.
Comics are like,
No, it's Infinity Comics. They're like exclusive to like the like web.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, bro, and they're like stuff happens in them.
That are relevant
Like
to the
canon.
plot.
Like yeah.
But you have to fucking buy Marvel Unlimited to read
think so.
the fucking canon and Unlimited app exclusive comics. Fuck
Oh
that.
yes, I'm sorry, man. They need to make money, bro. Come on.
Well, yeah, God knows they're not making any money. Marvel comics.
And better news, Magic #1 is #2 in the comics chart. That's based.
This is getting a reprint, is it not?
It is, Ewan. Excited times.
Have you got that? What have you got? What
I have. I've read the first issue. It's good.
That's good. It's magic.
I'm
Can't go wrong.
excited. There's like some lore they're pitching. I quite like it.
They're pitching lore.
I'm interested. There's like some Darkchild lore.
Oh my god.
There's a guy with the crow feet and guns who's like trying to unleash a demon. I can't remember the name. He needs to break. He needs to break 5 seals. He broke 1 seal.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just like Drakengard 2.
I'm excited, man.
That's
interested.
Good. We're a fun spot with comics. The X-Men are a fun spot, although they've got up and down. I've heard people are really annoyed at
Gail Simone.
Yes.
Actually?
Yes. I think they're annoyed at Gail Simone. Which the problem is everyone's always annoyed at Gail Simone.
That seems
whether
like
they should be or they shouldn't.
Yeah, that seems messed up, but
it's fucked.
Whereas I stopped getting them we're in about issue 4 maybe, because it was prohibitively expensive to do that, to get every single comics, X-Men comic, yes. But I will stay strong with Magic because she's goated.
Well, yeah, you've got to fight your battles.
Absolutely. Spider-Man, I'm still getting, miffed about the relaunch. We'll see what happens there, I suppose.
Bro, did you see... First off, actually, I need to finish my original point, which was... I might be Gail Simone. The one that's writing, the one that's got Cyclops and Rogue in it.
Well, Rogue's in a different team to Cyclops, so that's the crossover.
I know there's a comic came out recently, and Rogue and
Who's
Cyclops
doing the art, do you know?
Oh, I don't, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
They're arguing.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
They're arguing about shit, aye. Like Rogue fucking compares something to like Magneto's back to being a baddie again now. They're like, we're using Magneto as a punchline post Krakoa, and it's like, bro, that guy was like the good guy on Krakoa, so like...
Yeah, well, I think they've got problems with Rogue saying something that seems out of character, given that she herself was at one point a villain and has reformed to become an X-Man.
Aye, and also we know she's also been fucking macking on Mysterio.
Yeah.
Macking on Mysterio.
Bro.
Like macking on Magneto, but now she's like, oh, bro, we're just like Magneto, who's a baddie, and that's bad. It's like, Rogue, what are you fucking talking about? Like,
I don't know. I think that may have been Jen McKay, because I think it's Stegman as the artist, which would be the X-Men one, which is Jim McKay.
I feel like, as far as I can remember the art, it's got like thicker lines.
That might be Stegman, yeah.
I'm not really want to talk about the art for more modern ones because I'm sort of not as keyed in with it.
Right.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, the 8 deaths.
First off, Juggernaut Spider-Man based.
Yeah.
It's Venom.
Venom, the all-new Venom.
Paul and MJ. I feel like your nose just switched when I mentioned Paul there, like a Fury reaction. Like you just like a tick
this
there.
Fucking guy cannot escape.
Paul and MJ got like Dylan.
Yeah.
And obviously Dylan's like in the new one.
Right.
And the new like Venom. So he has like Venom now.
But is Dylan Venom?
I don't know if he has Venom or not.
I don't think it's been revealed yet who the new Venom is.
He just is up to it though.
Right.
Dylan's like in it, getting up to stuff.
Okay.
And he just fucking lambasts Paul. Like Paul's trying to be like a dad to this kid, and he's pure trying to be like, oh, sport, you can't say those rude words. And Dylan's like, fuck you. You get confused by imaginary kids. Fuck face.
That's hilarious.
And then MJ's also like, Paul, you're a bit of a fuck face. Like I think we're watching the relationship break down in real time because there's a whole background argument where Paul's like, I can't deal with this kid, and MJ's like, bro, like he's got a bit more going on than just being a kid. Like he is like fucking Eddie Rock's.
He was like Venom for a bit there.
Literally. And he's fucking like, he's like, oh, you're going to go fucking big jackpot again, I guess. And she's like, bro, great power. And he's like, you literally can't be using your fucking ex's words in this dialogue. And she's just like, bro, fuck off.
Wow.
And I'm like, bro, everybody who's not, what's his name? The guy who made Paul.
Zeb Wells.
I feel like everyone who's not Zeb Wells just looks at fucking, unless Zeb Wells is writing this, which would be fucking mental because people are just like, this fucking guy, shut up.
No, like, Zeb Wells is off Spider-Man now.
Thank God. The immediate next thing that Paul's in, and the character's like, Paul, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Man, I would like MJ to be back in. But I quite like his interest now. I quite like who Spider-Man's going with now.
Who's Spider-Man going with now? I thought he was going with Black Cat.
No. He's going with a lady who works in the... Oh, is it Ravencroft?
That's the pure criminal place.
Aye.
Marvel Arkham.
It's like... Basically that. I can't remember her name. But I quite like her. She's quite fun.
She's just fun and interesting. Well, that's good to know.
But they're going to fucking poo-poo that problem.
Yeah, we have to get the back with MJ.
Damn it, man.
Come on now.
But
the worst Spider-Man love interest.
Rip.
No, that's a lie. Not as good as Gwen Stacy though, R.I.P.
Oh, rip, man. The boy.
Weird to me that Gwen Stacy is like perpetual, like almost, not a child, but like now since Gwen Stacy's transitioned out of like 616, like dead Gwen Stacy,
right?
And she's now perpetually like a teen, an older teen, like young adult, like
Spider-Gwen
Gwen Stacy. That's just odd to me that's the shift we've taken. I mean, obviously they're not
Well, I think
pursuing the whole romantic thing with Peter anymore, or like the maybe
Yeah.
is it, but it's just a fun character choice. I'm not saying Gwen was old when she died, but they kind of wrote and drew teenagers with this weird sort of like they kind of were like smaller adults sometimes back then.
Right.
I think like the Gwen that we've got now is
I think they probably will.
uniquely different. Well, they probably were. Also, do you see Miles is like just fully pursuing Kamala now, like more and more?
That's like quite nice, but I think that
He
is
just
again
fully attempting to cheat on his girlfriend though.
that's fucked, man. Aye, like I don't know about that. We should have some more multiracial relationship. I feel.
You want me to go a white person? Like,
Well, I just think like we're
that's a
having
multiracial.
no, but I mean like we're having the two.
Oh, you feel like it's like we've got literally the two like the hip young characters who happen to like have like a more minority aspect to them. We better just stick them together.
Yeah, but I mean like we've put the two minorities together. Like that seems safe
Like,
to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Aye.
can we not just have them branch out, have their own characters?
Yeah,
and stuff?
we're
Miles
not-
has a fun and interesting relationship with like
Uh-huh.
his own story. Let's
Let's just-
weirdly poo-poo that so we can go with Kamala Khan. Like,
Let's just stop with that real quick. By the way,
it's cute in writing, but yeah, it is really when you point out
Yeah.
that it's a bit like weird. It's like, bro, like they've got cool characters in their own stories in
They
an
do.
expanded universe.
Kamala's in NYX, you know, with like the young New York mutants, and I don't think I when I was reading it, I only had read like 2 or 3 issues. It didn't seem like relationships were on her mind,
It's
and I'm
weird
not
as
saying
well.
that can't be happening.
I know it's funny because like it's like when Miles is ones everything I've read about it, he seems to just be like, I'm currently in a relationship with another person, but I do really think Kamala's cute.
They have good vibes. They probably could like work IMO, but right
It's
now
not
I just
funny
don't know
in
if it's happening.
context, yeah, it's a bit funny. Like,
Yeah, like right now to me, Kamala just seems like so mutant focused. Like why would we not just have her be mutants the whole time? And I guess that's not necessarily something we have to do.
is it Kamala or is it Kamala? No, Kamala's
know.
Harris. Kamala Khan.
Yes.
Kamala Harris. There you go.
Kamala Harris.
I've never heard it pronounced Kamala Khan.
Kamala.
It feels like right. Yeah. Okay, I
Kamala.
might be wrong with that, but I get these things wrong all the time. I'm trying
I
my best,
don't know.
but I know. But yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, even in the context of it, every time I see it written, as I say, at least in the Spider-Man, the Miles comic sides, it's like,
yeah.
you know, like Miles just seems to be
But bro.
willingly like actively avoiding the fact he's in a relationship,
Yeah.
and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Man, bro came from a different universe and now he's trying to cheat on his girl.
Miles isn't
What the
that.
fuck?
Miles is a good guy. I mean, he can be complicated. I mean, I suppose he can be complicated. He's getting fucked by
True.
like spider gods at this moment in time. Like,
Facts, man.
he's just in
He's,
he's
the guy drawing his comic loves JoJo's.
really. Oh, I
Yeah,
can tell.
They
Actually,
do
to be
like
fair.
mirror poses and stuff.
I read a preview of the next one where he's just like in the fucking astral plane, like fighting Black Panther, because like Arassi's like, right, well, you got to prove that you're a cool based guy, so I'm gonna make you fight my sister's
yeah.
avatar, and
Like the best avatar.
literally, and Bass is like, what are you fucking doing, bro? And he's like, no, just let it happen, your sister. Let's go, let's do this. This will be cool, right? And she's kind of
Please.
also a bit like, she's like,
Okay,
alright,
fine.
fair enough. And I'm like,
My brother.
Bass, you might get involved, bro. Like, and Assie's just like grabbed Black Panther and he's like let loose like Beyblade on fucking Miles.
Hilarious, man. That's so fucked.
But that it seems to be good and interesting as well. I mean, it's maybe it's big picture stuff that we're not privy to yet.
I suppose.
I'd
I mean,
like to look at all this current era of Marvel in retrospect.
well, the big picture right now, Doom's taking over the world. That starts
Yeah, we've got
next
One
month.
World Under Doom is like happening.
Yep, and then Hickman's Imperium is later
What
this year.
is
That's a
that?
summer event. Well, we're not quite sure. There was a panel somewhere in the Marvel comics. I can't remember what comic it's from. Of a big slab with loads of like events that are going to happen this year. So like on it was like Doctor of Asgard, and that's Doctor Strange who's going to be in Asgard now,
Oh, boost.
and like loads of other stuff. And Imperium's on that, and Imperium has now been announced as like the event, and it's Hickman. So you know,
We do,
Ultimate's
like,
involved somewhere.
That fucking guy.
That's what I'm talking. Like Maker's doing shit. Maker's
God,
making.
GODS. Like, guys,
Ultimate Spider-Man continues to be great.
I did not doubt that.
People are still saying, you know, boring. Things could happen. I would like things to happen, but I'm here for the ride. It's best. That's the only Ultimate comic I'm reading other than Ultimate X-Men, but that seems like so separate.
Okay.
There's
yeah.
not really big picture stuff happening there yet.
Yeah, that seems like it's just developing its own
Yeah.
like cast of characters. at this
Although
point.
they're getting more involved with their like Maker Council people,
okay.
like Viper and stuff. But Spider-Man's like already fucking met the Kingpin and shit.
Oh right,
So
yeah.
like that's probably
He's
like
absolutely locked the fuck out of
yeah, that's more likely to end soon, I think, probably. Or like some sort of things happening that.
Yeah.
But bro, great time.
I was gonna say we've got a fun year ahead. I'm trying to think if I've got anything to read, games to play. Okami 2 is not coming out next year, but I'm excited
No.
about that.
No. I would maybe do some Monster Hunter, but
You
it'd
can
probably
watch
be
Horizon.
World and then I'd played Rise. I don't think I'd get to Wilds unless I just like skipped it on, just went to Wilds straight
Went
away.
straight to the newest one. I'm trying to figure out like what's even happening. I just don't. Games happen to us now. You know what I mean? Unless they're the ones that are so super locked in on that we know we're going to get and play. Like other than that, things are just happening. Ghost of Yotai is next year, to be fair.
Well, that we know we'll need to drop everyone to play that.
That is going to be my like peak. Get involved with that. Fucking Ghost of Tsushima is one of my all timers. And then for books, I don't know. I'll keep reading. I'm still again One Piece and JoJo's. I'm still reading. Like they're live, they're happening. But I'm only getting like one JoJo's a month, so I get like fucking 12 chapters in a year for JoJo lads. If he keeps up the year, because sometimes you might skip one. One Piece is coming back off break soon, so we're just they're back in Elbaf, like the fucking Shanks' evil twin brothers there, and their shit's gonna get fucked up. Someone's getting their shit pushed in. Do you have anything like that regard coming up? Any sort of games or books or?
Games, not much. I've got loads on the docket. Obviously, it's Spider-Man 2. I would like to begin the Final Fantasy VII compilation part 2.
Yep.
You know, I would like to play Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 if possible, if time allows. Ghost of Yotai is on the horizon, like you're saying. That would be nice to play. Reading, I'm going to. So I'm finishing Daredevil today, hopefully, the Frank Miller Daredevil.
Okay, lovely.
And then I need to Mac. I'm going to Mac the Electra. There's Hulk Grand Design, so I will have another Hulk book for 25.
Okay,
you know I will be there.
Go.
And I want to read Sin City. I wanted to do that last year.
You did, yeah. You've always talked about going proper getting in on it.
So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do some more DC. I do want to read some Fantastic Four for the movie. That would be nice. I'd maybe like to read some Superman for the movie. Also would be nice. I'm not as committed to that though. I'm more committed to the Fantastic Four one. And I said last year I'd like to start the X-Men read through. I'd fucking like to start the X-Men read through. Do you know what I mean?
That's always on the docket, isn't it?
Still on the list. I'd like to restart that.
That's always on the docket.
But that's like a big commitment. I'm wanting to like annotate shit for that one, so I can have like a fucking. We could have like an episode for that.
I feel just Graham's reading the X-Men list. I actually
ideally
that.
Because I'd like to go like that book you mentioned earlier. What is it? Yes, I'd like to do kind of a walkthrough with that book in mind. That one you mentioned earlier, the Claremont run, Subverting Gender and the X-Men, because the book went completely over my head most of the time because it's about like big topics.
Aye.
And you're more keyed in on the woke stuff than me. You know what I'm saying?
The woke stuff, the liberal agenda,
the liberal fucking agenda.
Bro, if there was ever a comic book that was the liberal agenda, it's X-Men anyway.
It is X-Men. It is Chris Claremont famously asking the question, why can't that be a woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are we? What we doing? Based on Claremont Pilled, absolutely agreed.
In fairness to you as well, it's not just. I'm super keen on socially in the modern day, but you are smart enough. It's also that there's that much X-Men that you either haven't read or haven't read in a while. Like,
true.
You're saying it's been going through it with it because there's like, oh god, there's so fucking much here.
Yes. Well, the author, can't remember the name.
Chris Claremont.
No, of the book. I mean,
the writer there.
Well, yes, but the author of the book, I can't remember the name. It's escaping me. But they mentioned comics that I hadn't read, even though I'd read quite a lot of the X-Men run already.
Yeah.
But we'll see when we get there. That's definitely one I'd like to tackle again.
That makes perfect sense. Maybe I'll read a book this year.
Bro, you could do it.
I've got so many comics. Maybe I should try and read at least a comic to talk about.
You could read the new Star Wars Jedi Knights comic that's coming out.
So we got Star Wars is coming out with comics. We got Jedi Knights. We got Legacy of Vader. We got Poe Dameron for Dark Horse.
Based.
They're like, man, do you know what exists? The sequels.
The sequels.
Much to some fanfare.
Some.
There was some. Some people cheered. There are dozens of us.
Yes.
Legacy of Vader we pog because it's
Vader.
Kylo Ren who's cool and it's Charles Soule who's really good at writing Star Wars comics.
We're in it. We like
Charles
Soule.
We're just coming off of the fucking Battle of Jakku, like maxi series, like mini maxi series bullshit,
right? Which
ended up being the best. Probably gets the award for the most squandered potential.
Oh shit!
It was a 12-issue run. They were like, right, we finished the main Star Wars run. Star Wars run's done. We're like at Return of the Jedi now. Like well, I say that I believe there was a bit of an odd ending to the Star Wars like main run where they were like not quite literally there. Like, see when the last main Star Wars run ended, they were like, "Oh,
we're at 6."
They're in 5.
6.
They're in 5. That was between 4 and 5, and it ends, and they're like, "Okay, we're looking for it. We finally got to lead a new base. There's this planet called Hoth.
We're literally there.
We should go to Hoth. We're on Hoth." And then it's like, right, cool. So the next thing that happens is Empire Strikes Back. That's one you would think it would end on like, okay, like let's go get Han. Let's go to Jabba's palace and get Han.
Yeah.
I don't think it does. I think it kind of ends on like we are in the process of getting ready to go to get Han.
Right.
I feel like they could maybe forcibly jam something in there, but
Aye.
they can't do another full like 50 issue run in there.
Aye.
Like there was only a year as well between one.
They could.
They could. I don't want them to.
You
But they
find a way.
could. But they were like, okay, no, we're done. Yeah, essentially we're about to jump off and do like Return of the Jedi. So the next one's going to be the Battle of Jakku,
Right.
which is like the first year after Force Awakens.
Right.
It's the end of the Galactic Civil War. So like obviously, even though the Emperor's dead, like there's still the Empire,
Aye.
and in
Kicking
canon
about.
at least. Because in Legends there's a lot more to this, which is I think one thing Legends actually did do better was like the end of the Empire, because there's a lot more
Right.
fighting and a lot more like logistics. But that's kind of also what the Mandalorian, and that's there's also
Looking
Imperial
like-
Warlord,
yeah.
there's also stragglers, but the main force of the Empire, there's about a year left in the war, which goes up
Right.
to the Battle of Jakku, which
Okay.
is the main Imperial remnant force led by this guy Gallius Rax, who's like Palpatine's like. It's not like a secret apprentice in like a really edgy Star Killer way. It's just like he had this guy that he thought was like, you seem like you're on the ball.
You could be a bit.
I'm gonna get you on team because see, if I die,
Yeah.
there's a plan for it. And the plan is essentially Operation Cinder. Do you play Battlefront 2 story mode?
Nope.
So when Palpatine dies, a bunch of fucking robots show up
Right.
and they're like, "Hi, Operation Cinder's in effect.
We're the ones that are going to do it.
You need to kill all the rebels. Oh, rebels bad." He's got this amazing speech. Actually, it was in a comic once, and then they put it in Battlefront 2, and it's got like a full like. It's not Ian McDermott, but it's the guy who does his voice very well. Maybe Sam Witwer. We need to check that.
Right.
And he says shit like he's like rebellion, resistance, defiance. These are concepts which cannot be allowed to persist.
Oh my god.
And he's like, you are among my elite squad to carry out my fucking grand plan. And initially, it's like, just start fucking bombing them.
Yeah.
Right? Go crazy. See, go to Naboo, fucking throw lasers down there.
Bro.
Go to fucking, like, Coruscant, chuck lasers in there. But then he's like, Battlefront 2 does this very well. Go to Vardos. And it's
Right.
like, Vardos was an Imperial planet, though, and, like, a good Imperial planet. We liked you.
Right.
And it kind of unfolds that Palpatine's a bit like, no. The rebellion's bad, but see all of the loser Imperials who let me die?
Aye.
You also fucking suck, actually. What was the
Kill
point of
them.
this entire empire if you fucking losers let me die?
Bro's
So
right.
he essentially is like, kill the herd, kill absolutely fucking everybody, and
Right.
only my hand-picked chosen few who I
Will
know are
survive.
like based and good will survive, and they go on to become the First Order.
Right.
The Battle of Jakku is like that last event. The plan is to get literally the entire New Republic fleet.
Right.
Like, it's not every single important person, but like if they kill all of the people there, it's like, right, well, there's going to be nothing left. Like, you could very easily just jump in and take over. So the entire New Republic fleet, but also the entire Imperial Remnant fleet are going to go to
Right.
Jakku.
Big fight.
Gallius Rax is going to push evil energy, I believe, into a hole in the planet.
Right.
And the plan is to like have them all basically kill each other and then blow up the planet and kill all the rest.
Best.
And I think it's the Emperor has an observatory there, which is one of his secret facilities that has a hole to the center of the planet. I believe in the books. This is the Aftermath books.
Yeah.
Gallius Rax is like chucking fucking like dark side shit down there, and it
Right.
just blows up the planet. I don't get that, but the whole point is he has actually stopped. One of the Imperial Grand Admirals, like they call Ray Sloan, who keeps popping up. She's incredibly pog. We love Ray Sloan. She's like, bro, you can't literally just kill the entire Empire and all the. You can't do this. This is like fucked and psychotic.
Right.
And I joined the Empire because the Empire did actually help my home planet. So there's a level of rule and law that the Empire will bring.
Aye.
And the solution to them feeling that they can protect the Emperor isn't kill every single one of them.
Yes.
And she kills him, and he's like, do you know what, Ray? You are actually pogged for that.
Yeah.
So here, I was handpicked to go with all these handpicked people to like reform the Empire. The
But
other regions.
you go.
Have my coordinates. You go do it.
Yeah.
Because you're like pretty pog. Now the mini series is essentially 12 issues leading up to that.
Right.
It's 4 issue short runs.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even remember the names now. I know the last. I can't. It was 4 issues under one name, which I can't remember for some reason. 4 issues under Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege, and then Battle of Jakku, Last Stand, which is
Right.
still ongoing. The last issue comes out like next week, I think.
Right.
And we initially thought it would be just a summary because there's a couple of disparate stories. There's 3 Aftermath books, like a mobile game, and a
Right.
bunch of other little like references. And this is going to be, we'll just tie it all together. We'll just show where everybody was and what they were doing up to the Battle of Jakku. And it'll probably, like, it'll end there. Like, it'll have the battle. So we're on the second last issue and we're only just actually at Jakku now,
Right.
which is already an issue. Second of all, the first few issues were kind of fine. They do a lot of references to this guy called Adelhard,
Right.
who was the villain of the mobile game. There's a mobile game called Uprising, which is the sector where Cloud City is,
Right.
called Arrowit. Their leader was a guy called Moff Adelhard, and when the Emperor dies, he's like, don't fucking tell them.
Right.
Puts up a thing called the Iron Blockade. He like nope, nope. If you hear the Emperor's dead, that was a lie. Real propaganda. Actually, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. And then they never really finished the proper story of that game. So this was like, okay, he's gonna be like the villain for the first 4 issues. You know, they'll deal with him, and then Gallius Rax will come in. No, he's just like the guy for the entire fucking 12 issues.
Right.
They just keep the last like 10, 11 issues have just been Adelhard keeps doing shit, and then we get angry at him, and then he just comes back.
Bro.
And now he's now angry at
We
the
deal with
Empire
this
as
guy.
well. So he's like, I'm going to go to Jakku and I'm going to annoy the New Republic and the Empire.
Right.
And Alex and Star Wars explained is like, what is the point? Because we already know that the whole purpose of Jakku is that Gallius Rax is against the Empire and the New Republic. So Adelhard's just going to go there to become an annoyance and probably get killed anyway, because we know he's just not important to those plot points.
Yeah.
But also they've been actively retconning plot points. They're referencing Aftermath, random retcon of like makes Aftermath weird and unsensible.
Right.
Like actually Ray Sloane's like here when she should have been over here a long time ago.
Right.
They keep doing these random one-off little bits, so it seems like
Weird.
a whole an endeavour. And maybe they thought they were trying to make it more streamlined to give like the public a direct line.
Aye.
But they just squander the fact that there is already things that tackle that.
Aye, that
They
have
should
the
have just tried to unify it, because they keep having these random characters pop in and out. Like Luke's fighting these guys called the Acolytes of the Beyond, who are like weird Force guys, and like there's like political shit, and like Rax is there. This is the first time we've ever seen a visual depiction of Rax, because he was only ever in the books, so you have to imagine it. And like the race thing is kicking up, but it's kind of just happening around us. And then like this guy's here, this spy's here. Oh, he's dead now. What a shame. I don't know who he fucking is. Like, so now we're about to reach the end, and I'm like, okay, we might get some cool Jakku fights, but like, what the fuck was the point of all this? Because it just made me really confused, and made Adelhard a weirdly big deal character, even though we know she's going to die anyway and not be relevant.
Aye.
So I was like, this is shit. If anything, they could have made this the new ongoing, or you could just give it a 25 issue run.
And then that's it.
Literally did like the first third be about Uprising and Adelhard.
Right.
He's the mini boss. Beat him, and then we have the sort of the ramping up to Jakku, like the unfurling of Rax's plan. It could have just been a nice adaptation synopsis. It could have brought in shit like, so you're essentially adapting Aftermath trilogy, but you could do Uprising, add in the Battlefront 2 story that takes place around this time.
Right.
Because the Battlefront 2 story, like it starts with the Death Star blowing up on Endor.
Right.
And then it runs through till like, I think the last mission's the Battle of Jakku. Yeah, the last like main mission's the Battle of Jakku, and then they have an epilogue one which takes place at the time of Last Jedi. Because that was when Last Jedi was coming out, so they were tying it in. But the Battle of Jakku is like the end of the main story.
Okay.
So you could tie that and get those characters in, but they just didn't. They just made this really confusing 12 issue like nonsense, and that is my minor rant about Battle of Jakku.
Star Wars nonsense, man.
And we will, believe me, we will rant about Star Wars nonsense as the year goes on.
Absolutely, we will.
Except Skeleton Crew, because it is pogged.
Oh, that's what they say.
That's what
That is what Ewan is saying, definitely.
Will we be ranting about Star Wars this year? Because Andor also
probably.
comes out this year.
Yeah, man, we'll be ranting about how good it is.
Good rants, yeah.
Good
I
rants.
can't believe that. I'll be crazy.
Ranting and raving.
We'll be doing 2025 stuff, and I'm like, bro, guess what? Star Wars came out with stuff this year, and it was good.
It was actually at cinema. Have you? I
This year was
can't believe
Star
it.
Wars as well. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. 'Cause
See the Acolyte episode.
I was going to see the Acolyte episode. It should be in your hands now. When we're recording this, we've just released the Acolyte episode.
It's out.
And I know that's going to get fucked up because we've got 4 of these fucking recap episodes to come
Absolutely,
out.
yes.
So you're hearing this and you'll be like, bro, the Acolyte episode was like 3 months ago.
I'm sorry, people. We do what we can.
But I hope, that gets us to the end of, we gave you a lot.
We gave you a lot of
I hope
recap.
you guys enjoyed this.
Hopefully, you partake in some of the
We had-
recap. You get involved a wee bit.
I was going to say,
But only time will tell, I suppose.
get involved. Make your own recaps, bro.
Yeah.
Take your own list. Make a list of what you watched and got in this year. It's always fun to
Why
look
the hell
back
not?
at.
Exactly.
I don't know if next year will be as crazy as this. We really went off the
Hopefully
hinge.
not.
Multiple
Hopefully we'll have
piss
it.
breaks.
We'll have it under
Breaking
under
down,
control a
crying
bit
with
more.
laughter.
Yeah, that was unseen. To be fair,
That was such a shocker.
no one hit that in the bingo card.
I said to Rebecca, maybe we shouldn't have talked about things that actually weren't new this year.
Hmm.
She's like, I thought that, but then you wouldn't have talked about Friday the 13th.
And it wouldn't have been worth it at that point.
The best part of the whole fucking thing. Oh, but I had a thoroughly great time.
Yeah, Shane, as always,
It's so good. It's so good to talk, Graeme.
to chill.
Yeah, that's really it. I think I've got nothing to say. I don't want to make any pithy summary comments, like I say.
That's it.
We'll see what comes out soon. We've got many
You
things
said
on the
that.
books for 2025. We've
Yes,
got things we already know we're going to talk about. Things that come up. Maybe things will surprise us.
probably. There's always
There's
something.
always something. We'll always get surprised. We'll always see you for the Game Awards.
Of course, the annual Game
which
Awards.
won't be till this time next year anyway.
Jeff Keighley
Jeff Kelly, I'm coming to your house.
and Hideo
Hideo, I'm coming
Kojima.
to your production studios and I will be signing the wall.
Yes.
Death Stranding 2, surely that's this year.
I think that might be. Maybe if it is, it's the end of the year probably.
Do you see with that, Graeme? I'll see you on the beach.
I'll see you on the beach. Oh my.
Thanks very much, guys.
Boy.
Love you, loads.
Scenes is a fan-created podcast. We have no affiliation with any of the brand studios or properties mentioned. All views are our own.
Produced and edited by my partner, Rebecca. Music is provided by Epidemic Sound, and the cover artwork was commissioned by Rhiannon Kagoe on Twitter or Instagram.